hello. How we doing, chat? Let me see here. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 sec. Move this out the. Let me fix the volume. Let's see. Yo, hello, hello, hello. What's up, guys? What's up? Alright, I think I'm adjusted here pretty well. Oh, boy. Didn't get as much sleep as I would have hoped. But that's because I was doing some things last night, but we're still here. Yo, what's up, Honey Lambs? Snake Bob, J Frost, Deep Voice, Demon Jet, hey yo. Oh man. Yeah, but we're here. We got Glupy Diner live stream. We should be getting some of the information about the. I mean, we got Ventana to look forward to. We got Liberta to look forward to. Things like that. Also, we'll probably see a little bit of Onsen Blade too while we're at it. Let me make sure my Discord. Let me mute it. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know that there's a live stream ongoing. Happens. But I mean, this is one of those things where you can just see it whenever. It is what it is. Honestly, it probably wouldn't have been a big deal if I missed this one, but it's fine. It's the second half of, well, actually no, we've got about a week until the anniversary's over with, just about. So let me see here. Move this. Blade Boy's eating good today? Yes, sir. Blade's gonna be pretty great, to be honest. Blade's gonna be great. A lot of Blade fans gonna be eating good, including myself. I'm actually curious of if they'll talk about story as well. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it should be a good live stream overall. We got 2 minutes. All right, let me see if I can grab some water real quick. Ugh. Be right back, chat. Right back. Alright. See what we got here. Let me see. Not late, not our jet. I mean, to be fair, usually with these streams, it's always like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., so it's definitely a little bit harder on my side. And you don't normally get the best sleep, but we're here now. Hopefully Q&A isn't too long because I can't stay for long. By the way, I don't know if we got any Wooble players in here, but they're that Amaeth skills being revealed. Holy shit, man. definitely saving up for her. All right, let me turn it up here.
안녕하세요.
Hey everyone.
안녕하세요.
Hi.
안녕하세요.
Hi all.
All right, let me know if this is like too
들리시나요?
low, but it should
Can
be
you all
good.
hear us?
잘 들리는 것 같아요.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's working.
네.
안녕하세요.
Hello.
네, 인사드리겠습니다. 안녕하세요. 사업
Hey
담당하고
everyone,
있는
I'm Chongho,
김종우입니다.
Publishing Director.
네, 안녕하세요. 개발 PD
Hi, I'm
이준입니다.
Junie, Executive
반갑습니다.
Producer.
네, 캐릭터 디자인 담당.
And I'm Sungyeon, Character
Just
Designer,
sleep it.
aka Origami.
It's easy to say.
네.
Yes.
어,
So
네,
Had a
연말연시
busy
잘
day yesterday.
how
보내셨나요?
was your
벌써
year-end and New Year?
한 해가 가고
So the year
2026년
2025
새해가
just flew
왔는데
What are we
by,
expecting?
and we are
모두들
already
Except
26.
Blade.
새해 복 많이
There
받으시기를
to fit
So
it
happy
goes.
New Year
앞으로도
to
많이
all,
받으시기
and
바라고요.
hope you have
저는
a good
I don't
year
think Blade's
overall.
getting
토끼들과
a fit, I
And
guess.
as for
지냈더니
me, hanging out
덕분에
with all the
아주
아주
stoners,
혈액순환이 잘
getting my
돼가지고
blood pumping.
건강해진 것 같은데
So I feel much
또 이제
healthier
보내주신
now.
말씀들 들으니까 좀
And
걱정되는 부분도 있고
At the same time, I'm
어쨌든
worried
잘
about
지냈습니다.
all the
네.
feedback that I got. But
네,
anyhow,
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
Happy
네,
New Year.
벌써
They're kinda
2.5주년
low.
업데이트
And it's already been almost a
한 달이
month
다
since the
돼갑니다.
2.5th
시간 진짜
anniversary
빠른 것
update
같고요.
dropped. Time honestly flew
12월에는
by.
2.5주년
And December
업데이트를
was
포함해서
absolutely packed
저희
with the
내부적으로도
2.5th
진짜
anniversary
역대급으로 많은
update
일들이
and a
있었는데
ton of other
They gotta
big
turn
events.
their
마음을 좀
It was
가라앉히고
probably one of the
하나씩
busiest moments
쟁점들을
or
돌아보고
months we've
있습니다.
ever had. And now things have settled a bit. We're taking a step back and going over everything one by one.
그래서 제가
And
이제
the end of the
뭔가를
year
할수
was
있다는 게
honestly a
힘들지만 또 좋은
whirlwind
기분으로
for me
지낼
as
수
well.
있었던
I
것
can't
But even
sleep
though it
at
was
8 because of
exhausting, being
dailies.
able to do so
Yeah.
many things made it feel really rewarding. And after receiving so much support from players here at home and across
네.
different regions, I'll be working just as hard this year as well.
약간
Hey.
저희가 앞으로는 방송
So
pictures
going
here,
forward,
pretty nice.
we
보려고 할
want to
텐데
change things
이제
up
아이스 브레이킹
for
차원에서
streaming.
네 저희가
This
But
is
as
from
an ice
지난주에
Comic
조금
Cat.
이제
Session.
Seems to have been
Last
really
week
popular for
연초에
them.
좀 바쁘게
was
보냈습니다.
quite
연말 연초에 좀
busy
바쁘게
for us.
보내고
So year-end and
여러
New Year
오프라인 행사에
seasons were quite
참여했었는데요.
busy for us.
네.
So
우선
the
색종이님이
Yeah, they gotta like
And
도쿄
first
fix
off,
their
코믹에
volume.
Origami went
오셨는데
to
거기서도
Comic
엄청나게
in
많은 분들과
Tokyo,
만나고
and I
오셨다고
heard you even
들었는데 또
met
인터뷰도
with a lot of people
네,
and did an
하셨다고
interview
들었습니다.
there.
어떤 인터뷰
So
하셨는지
I want to see what kind of interview you did.
주니님이 없이
So you
혼자
did an
인터뷰를
interview
하셨잖아요.
without
네,
me and
억제기 없이
like
Junie.
mess with
인터뷰를
me a little
하셨는지
So I want to
정말
know
기대가
what
많이
he
되는데
said
빨리 한번
during the
기사를
interview.
만나볼 수 있기를
So
They're
기다리고
going hard
to
in
see the
convention.
article.
Yeah, I mean,
저랑 주니님은 이제
it really seems like they
Junie
spent a lot of
and
time
I
on the
were
JP
in
market,
행사에
which
Hangzhou
makes
다녀왔습니다.
attending an event there.
광저우는 굉장히 처음이었는데 또
So it was
많은
our first time
분들께서
there.
Not too much
and
you
so
could do over
many
here
of
in
you
America.
visited
알아봐주셔서
our booth and
힘을
said
얻을
hi
수 있는
to us. So
시간이었고요.
it really
거기에서도
energized us
또
in
저희
many
해주시는
ways.
말씀들 들으면서
And we also
이런 것들
received a lot of
저희
feedback
내실도
from
Jet's
you.
daily
잘해야겠다는
with
그런
Dream on the
생각을
top,
많이
right?
했습니다.
Thought that we
Right.
really need to work harder to make things more
네.
better.
그리고 네 저희 며칠 전에 발표된 소식인데요. 네.
So
Darian
few
with
days
the,
ago,
투표
with the
결과
skin.
we got the
발표되었습니다.
results for the
다리안이
2.5th
1등을
anniversary
차지했는데요.
character popularity
Little
poll.
sad Olivia got fifth,
And of
but
course,
she's still top
Darian
five.
won
그리고 이제
the
반반
first
매력이
spot.
굉장히
No surprise there
여러분들께
because
많이
she's got
어필이
that
된 것
complex,
같습니다.
multi-dimensional charm
게시품
that really
다리안은
pulls you
조금
in.
서늘한 매력이 있었는데
Prophetic Dream
이번
Darian
코스튬은
has this
되게
cool,
바니걸
chilling
컨셉까지
vibe, but the
느껴지니까
bunny costume
이
was total
서늘했던
opposite
기존 다리안과
and rather more
바니 다리안의 이 어떤
super
반전 매력들이
aggressive. So
합쳐지면서
that was
굉장히
added to
배가
her
된것 같습니다.
already layered appeal, I think.
네, 그리고 이제 다음 3주년
And
인기 투표부터는
For
이
the third
게임에서 진행할 수 있도록
anniversary
좀 개선을 하려고
popularity
합니다.
poll,
뭐
we
메인
want to do it
화면에서
in
캐릭터가
in-game.
랜덤으로 배치가 된다든지
So we
그
could
외에도
have
여러
all
가지
the
개선
characters
요소들을
randomly
반영해서 그런 인기 투표
displayed
방식으로
on the
제공을 하려고
main
합니다.
page, and we want to do this
네.
popularity poll in a different
빠르게
manner, maybe later
오늘
on.
어떤 내용들을 또 말씀드릴지
Okay,
기대하고
let's
계신 게 많을 테니까
dive right
네,
in
말씀을
because you
드리도록
guys
하겠습니다.
are
일단
waiting
오늘
to
이제 새롭게
see and
말씀드릴
hear a
내용들은
lot of
다음과
juicy
같습니다.
They gotta lower
updates.
the Korean.
So this is what we've got lined up for you
다
이야기할 수
today.
있도록
because it's
And
hard to
we want to
finish.
talk about some of the things that
가질
you want to
예정입니다.
New
learn more
costume, character
in our
pack, faded
Q&A
guest,
session.
시작해볼까요?
So let's
QL
get right in.
improvements.
네. 약간 이걸 바꿔야
I
될 것
think
같은데 어떻게 바꿔야
maybe we
될지 잘
need to
모르겠지만
change this.
모두가
어쨌든
예상한
네
I
모두가
think
예상한
expected
시청
this
보상이죠.
coming, right?
네.
Junie's
좀
gift.
앞으로는 좀 더
So
바꿔보도록 하겠습니다.
Olivia should be
We
number
could
one.
have tried something new,
네,
but
아닙니다. 그래도 네. 네, 뽑기권 10장.
so
네,
we
일단
have
선물로
the
드리고
10 free
시작하고요.
draw tickets to
네,
celebrate
방송
the
종료
stream.
후에
So
네,
you can check your
불편하면서 확인하시면
mailbox
되겠습니다.
after the
네.
broadcast ends.
Nice.
일단은
All right, we're
일단은
right into the
so-
costumes.
여러 가지 궁금하신 것들이
Okay, you
많겠지만
have a lot of
받아야지.
things you want to
네,
ask.
일단은
네.
네,
But
업데이트
we have
캐릭터부터
to
Imagine if she
update
got
your
no
costumes.
interaction.
So we're
바로
going to
be
소개해드리겠습니다.
update our costumes.
right?
네.
Yeah.
Alright, we got Shrine Man and Grenadier.
미리 이제 조금씩
I-
보여드렸었는데
We
이제
actually
정화의
showed
무녀
you some of
그라나데.
the
너무 귀엽네요.
sneak peeks,
네.
but this is Grenadier.
So we knew Grenadier was
adorable,
coming.
right?
선장에 위치한 선산을
Yes,
소화하는
now
무녀,
Grenadier is a
정화의
shrine
무녀
maiden who
그라나데입니다.
protects the ancestral
매년
mountain
정월
where the hot
대보름에
springs are
요괴들의
located.
부정을
Every year
온천장의
during
도움을
the first
받아서
full moon
시키고
of the
있고
lunar calendar,
올해에도
she
이
performs
정화
a
의식을
purification
위해서
ritual,
그라나데는
cleansing the
온천장을
corruption
방문하게
of
되는
yokai with the
컨셉입니다.
help of the hot springs. And
무녀라 그런지
this year, once
벌써
again, she
뭔가
visits
내
the
안에
hot springs to
나쁜
carry out
기운들이
that
정화가
ritual.
되고 있는 것 같은데
Yeah, maybe
또
it's the
새어나오는
shrine
흰색
maiden
글러티들이
energy, but I
또
swear just
귀여운
looking at her
포인트인
is
것
already cleansing my bad
아시겠지만
vibes.
습소리를
And those
막히게
little
해주려면
white
위험합니다.
glutties
우리
particles
모두
are
눈으로.
next level
그래서
cute, and you know me, if I
좋아요,
start
소리
to
없는
blab,
대화를
it
즐겨주시면
gets
될것
dangerous, so I'll shut up and now and let the visuals do the talking.
이 와중에
Right.
ba로 또
Oh, shit, I just noticed
노팬티라고
that,
또 이렇게
So
그런-
you
그런
see
말씀
some
하시면
other
안
comments
돼요.
that oh she didn't wear any
팬님한테 한게
panties, but
아니고
that's not
채팅창
too origami.
올라온 걸
That's
봤는데
actually what we got
이런
from
걸
the
하면
chat and from our
그런 거
fans.
그라나데에 그런 거 하시면 안 됩니다.
Okay, you can't do
그런
that to Grenadier.
채팅창에 올려주시는 그런
Don't
거
do
하면
that
안
to
돼요.
Grenadier.
Bro, they gotta turn down the dev volume.
Okay,
그,
so no
그런
more
것만
panty
보고
talks.
계세요. 네.
차라리 제 팬티 물어보세요. 제 팬티.
Okay, ask about
Yeah, yeah.
더러워.
How about my underwear? I know it's a bit dirty, but
부정을
just
정화하는
let's
전투
get straight
컨셉을
into
지니고
it.
있습니다.
Now, as for her combat
아군에게
concept, it's all
적용된
about
해로운
purifying
효과를
evil.
흡수한
She
후에
absorbs
증강
harmful
효과로
effects
정화해서
applied to
돌려주는
allies,
거죠.
Shrine
then
maiden.
converts them
흡수한
into
해로운
buffs and
효과가
sends them back.
많을수록
The more
증강 효과는
debuffs
더
she absorbs, the
강력해진다는
stronger
특성이
those
있습니다.
enhanced effects become.
네.
Wait, the
Okay.
more debuffs she
let's go
absorbs, the
the-
stronger the
그러니까
enhance
바로
effect.
스킬
Skill
컷신
cutscene.
보도록 하겠습니다.
Okay, let's go in.
城下の巫女が力を求む心中よ呼びかけに応えよ
Okay.
아유,
And we'll
뭔가
probably be getting her main
그-
costume.
지금도
next
이렇게
month or
아이들이
something like
나오지만 요즘에는
We
그
have-
겨드랑이에 굉장히 공을
I think
많이
we are
들이시는
putting a lot of effort lately into
제가 이제
underarm
디테일은
details
항상 좀
lately.
공을
Yeah, the
들이는
volume is
I mean,
all
I
fucked
always
up.
go
특히
all in on the
인체의 어떤
details.
주름이나
Things like body
지방의
folds,
이런
muscle
재질들은
flow, and the
저
texture
같은
of
I
the fat.
apologize,
Those
guys.
are
I don't
honestly
know.
the most
I
fun
don't know what to
parts
do.
for illustrators like me.
그래서 이번
For this
그라나데는
version
특히
of
이제 좀
Grenadier, I got a
겨드랑이도
lot of
있지만
feet
Yeah, it's just
area and
피드백을
also
좀
the
많이 줬고
underarm
그쪽을
area,
좀
so
신경
I
써서
paid
작업을
extra
했으니까
attention there.
우리
And I
팬분들도
hope our
맑고
fans
청량한
really take their
디테일을
time
가지시면
enjoying
됩니다.
those clean, refreshing details.
instant
뭔가
jet plus 5. I didn't even get to hear her
주름,
skill sets.
Folds.
We'll see, but
And fats
갈비뼈,
if she's
and
good, then
ribs.
yeah.
These
뭐 청량한
keywords don't really
디테일이라는 게
fit in
뭐
or
매치가
add
안 되는 것
up with
같기는 한데
clean and
It sounds like
refreshing,
she
but-
그렇다고
Okay,
she
하니까
gets
Uri
enhanced
says
with
so.
the
Who am I
debuffs.
to argue?
다음 코스튬 바로
Okay, shall we check out the
확인해
next costume?
Okay, well, there's her
Oh,
main
what is the
costume.
timing?
네.
Just like we talked about.
참 그라나데는
Okay, I
어떤
think her
복장, 어떤
Grenadier,
코스튬을 하더라도 굉장히
no
일단은
matter what
귀엽네요.
kind of costume
네.
she wears, I think she's
네.
just too cute.
요정공주
That's
레프티아를
right.
지키는
Now she
글러티
is the
왕국의
queen
여왕
of Glutties and the
그라나데
guardian of the
원본
fairy
코스튬인
princess Rafatia.
We got the
This is
main
her original
costume, the Queen of
costume
Glutties
and
costume.
Glutties.
조력자로
She
등장하기도
previously appeared as a
했었는데요.
supporting character during
전작인
the Going Home
브라운더스트의
seasonal
코스튬인
event,
만큼
and since this
주점에서
costume comes from the
랜덤하게
original
등장하니까
Browndust,
참고해
you
주시기
can
바랍니다.
encounter her randomly at the
오늘
tavern.
진짜 색소리 좀 힘드네요.
I mean, man, rough day
We
for
can get her at
me.
the
Two
tavern.
Grenadier
설명을
reveals in a
하려니까
row.
멘트 하나하나가 되게
Kind of hard
뭘
to say
하기가 어려워요. 사실
anything
이제
without getting myself in
그라나데가 또
trouble.
잘못한 거 아닌가
But you
싶기는
know,
한데
maybe Grenadier is the
저기
real
그
culprit here.
글러티 귀가
And
이제
still those glutty
나온 게
ears
귀엽네요.
are
네.
peeking out
이것도
are
이제
way
우리
too adorable.
팬분들과
I think
작가의
it's a
어떤
good
매개체로
combo
대할
material
때
between the
사용하면 좋을 것
artist
같아요.
and the fans. Love
네.
that.
화면이
Okay, so
살짝
we'll be
켜져
getting her
보이는
back
게
to
So
back
I think that
실제
there
화면은
are
그렇지
fairly
않으니까
soon.
네, 참고해 주시고
screen
전투 컨셉은 아군의
mistakes
마법
here and
력을
there. It
강화하고
seems that it's
SP를
like
회복합니다.
discontinuing, but I think that this
심플한데
is one of our
물리
technical
유형의
issues.
호모클로스
For combat
라텔이랑
wise, she
유사한
boosts
포지션의
allies' magic
마법
attack and
버퍼라고
restores
보시면 됩니다.
SP. She fills a similar role to Homunculus Lethal,
라텔과
but as a
비슷한
magic buffer.
마법 버퍼
So
포지션이라니 굉장히 또
Lathel
이거는
related magic
꼭
buffer
가져가야 되는
position. So
그런
this is something we gotta bring
포지션의
on.
코스튬인 것 같은데
Oh, magic
네.
buffer.
저희
Oh
글러티의
shit.
여왕
And of
그라나데의
course,
스킬 컷신도
let's
같이
see
한번
these skill
보도록
Hey,
cutscenes,
good to hear
right?
that.
だと弱いけどまとまれば結構強いんだよ
Okay.
우리 두
So she'll
쫑꾸.
be a magic buffer.
Yeah.
Not bad.
그러네요.
두 쪽구
So
푸쫑
fluffy.
약간
Yes,
파란색
and bouncy.
아 너무
Bouncy
아
Glupy
진짜
diners.
뭔가
Or Glupy diners.
네,
Glupy.
진짜 귀엽네요.
yeah, it's really
첫 장면부터 해가지고
So cute.
마지막
cute. Starting from
장면까지
the very first screen
너무
and until
귀엽네요.
the very
네.
last.
순수 그 자체 정말 글러티도
Pure and
둘러싸인
simple,
것도
I think
그렇고
she's the
정신이 좀
one
맑아요.
and
Talented
only
devs
glutty
never
queen.
bored us with
She's
creativity.
a mental
항상 약간
cleanse.
맨날 머리 깨지다가 오랜만에 뭔가
every
머리가
single
맑아지는
time we
느낌인데
looked into
네.
these
네,
illustrations, it
귀엽고
wasn't
아주 포동포동한
per se mental
글러티가
cleanse, right?
통통
But
튀는 게
this
되게
time
실제로
it's a
만져보고
huge
싶네요.
chubby
글러티.
glutty which looks so bouncy and
그라나데의
you almost
표정들이
want to reach
귀여워서
out
이제
and touch
같이
them.
숲속으로 캠핑
Grenadier's
가서
expressions are so
매끈한
adorable,
돌에서
as you can see,
말랑말랑한
and I can totally
마시멜로를
imagine
함께
going
Dude, this
camping
volume
together
is
in
so
the
cool.
forest,
것 같아요.
roasting soft marshmallows
순수한
on
그라나데의
smooth
에너지로
stoves, just
우리
hanging
마음속
out and
부정적인
chill.
에너지를
Let's purify all
정화해봅시다.
the negative vibes in our hearts with Grenadier's pure energy.
님부터 정하시기 바랍니다.
Okay, you should cleanse yourself
색소리
first.
아니고
Clean up.
Yeah, well, this is not me
네,
like
뭔가
blabbing about stuff.
가족의
But,
사랑 같은 거 있잖아요.
you know, this is like
네.
pure love,
네,
love that you can feel
채팅창에서
with your families.
Okay, on the
농밖에
chat,
없냐 뭐 약간 이런 얘기를
here's some
하셨는데
jokes
네,
only,
다음
but okay,
좀
let's
바로
move on
There's
with our
some
next
jokes.
one.
이제 예상을 아마 하고 계실 것
I'm
같긴
sure
한데
everyone can already
네.
guess what's coming next,
Hey,
right?
oh my god.
온천 검객
Onsen
블레이드.
Blade.
Yes, this is onsen sword fighter.
Finally,
Blade.
boys, we waited a year.
Now, her hot spring costume that previously appeared in the
We
Onsen
waited
Blade
a year for
event.
this.
온천 계란을
As you know,
너무너무
she's a
좋아하는
legendary
군도부의
graduate of the
전설적인
Kendo Club who
졸업생이기도
absolutely
하고요.
loves hot spring
지금은
eggs.
벤타나의
And
수행을
now she serves
이끌어주는
as a
스승이기도
mentor,
합니다.
guiding Ventana through her
Huge.
네,
journey.
이제 편하게 멘트를 줄 수 있는
Alrighty,
타이밍이
finally a
되었습니다.
moment to
자,
unleash a
일단
little.
보시면 계란을
So you can
좋아해서
definitely tell
계란을
she's
좋아해서
got a
그런지
thing for
벌써
eggs.
탱글탱글한
And
계란들이
the
시선을 좀
softy,
잡고 있죠.
bouncy eggs.
그 외에 큰 물건을 아주 잘 감쌀 수 있는
and the
검짓도
sword
어떻게 보면 좀
are
거추장스러울 수
clearly
있지만
built for
저
something
덜렁덜렁하고
big
있는 알이
and looks
포인트로
heavy at
흔들리고
first
있잖아요.
glance, but the subtle sway,
목덜미의 등까지
I
시선이
think your
쫙
eyes just
감기는데 저
naturally
차가운
follow
표정
from the
때문에
nape of her
약간
neck
긴장감이
down the
있어요.
elephant
이렇게
curve
단아하고
of
무던해
her
보이는
true.
and that
캐릭터들인데도
calm,
이렇게
collected
다채로운 레이어가
expression
깔려
and just a
있습니다.
right touch of
God.
우리
mystery.
팬분들
She might
모두
seem
블레이드의
graceful on
토실토실한
the
계란을
Bro, this volume is the audio is
흔들맨들한
cooked,
So
bro.
촉감을
honestly,
느껴보셨으면
I
좋겠습니다.
hope our fans get the chance to gently
알을
crack
반으로
open
쪼개는
Blade's
게
soft little egg and feel the
무서워요.
silky texture for themselves.
Well, it's kind of scary to see that the eggs are cut in half.
Damn, that skin
I
looks so
think
good.
he is more hyped up. And we get more chats.
Yeah, origami is so
부정을
hyped up
탄
today.
대상을 강력하게
Now, her
베어버린다는
combat
전투
concept is
컨셉으로
all about
해로운
striking
효과가
down corrupted
많을수록 더 강력한
enemies
피해를
with
입히는
overwhelming force, and the
컨셉입니다.
more harmful effects the
네,
target has, the
작년
more
처음에
damage she
이제
deals.
일러스트 공개됐을 때부터
Okay,
굉장히
we've been waiting for
기다렸는데
this since last year, and we
True.
finally get to play her.
뭔가
I mean,
네, 유카타를 입고
especially with that
어떤
yukata,
그 굴곡이 드러나기가
pulling
좀
off
쉽지 않을
this
것
kind of
같은데
silhouette
근데
in
매력적인
that
것 같아요.
outfit is not that
Yukata looking so
easy,
good.
모든 계란이
but
다
I think that
반쪽
makes her
라인이고
even more
안에
stunning.
반쪽 라인이 약간 좀 무섭기도 하고 뭐 약간
Okay.
그렇네요.
Yeah, but
And
it's a bit
그럼
scary
바로
because
스킬
all of the eggs are cut in
가보도록
half.
하겠습니다.
Okay, let's go into the skill set.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Sheesh.
약간 멈칫.
Wow.
그냥
I'm very stunned.
옷이
Okay, at
없는
this
수준이-
point,
No words,
she's
boys. I got
almost
no
naked.
words.
Well, I think it got a little
온천
downer.
애들은 대체로 옷이 없는
10
Well,
out
you
of
know,
10.
hot spring characters are
우리
kind of known for
팬분들하고
that. They
온천에
are
왔는데 이제
almost
물에서
naked.
놀아야
I mean, if
되잖아요.
you're at a hot spring with the
온천
fans, you're
캐릭터들은
supposed to be in the water,
온천
right? When designing hot
캐릭터들의
spring
핵심은
I
characters,
just noticed the
I
sword
really
too, that's
focus
crazy.
on the
작업을 좀
idea
했고요.
of traces, like marks
작년에도
that
우리가
are left
벤타나에
behind.
다녀간 자리에
And just like
감동을
how last
했듯이
year we were
이번에도
impressed by the
새해부터
traces Ventana
블레이드의
left
흔적을
behind,
보면서
this year
블레이드의
starting off the
알차게
new
힘을
year, I hope
맛보시면
everyone
좋겠습니다.
enjoys discovering
오늘
Blade's
흔적이 남아
presence
있는 거예요.
through those
Oh,
subtle
so we have
details.
we have traces
나중에
left.
Yeah, yeah.
돌려보시면
다시
We have
If you
traces of
replay,
no way.
you'll be able to know.
사용감.
Did I miss it?
네.
We'll
지금
replay
다들
once
눈치
again.
못 채신 것 같고 저도 사실
I don't
잘
think people
모르겠거든요.
noticed that.
저는
Wow.
그냥
I didn't
어떻게 칼을 휘둘러서
I don't
계란을
know.
껍질을 저렇게 깠지 뭐 약간
How
이런
do
생각을
you
하고
peel an
있었는데
egg with a
사용감,
sword?
뭐 흔적 이런
Wow.
얘기 하시는 거
Uses
보니까
and traces.
열심히 보면
Bankai.
Okay, I will pay
휙
closer
지나가는
attention,
어떤
extra
That skill
attention.
cutscene woke you up.
프레임에 뭔가 또 있을 것 같은
Definitely.
느낌인데
Yeah, I think that's
다시
gonna be a
한번
next
찾아보도록 하겠습니다.
next level
네.
skill there.
그러면
In one frame, you'll
다음
be able to
코스튬 한번
see
같이
what
볼까요?
happens.
Okay, next one.
Oh my.
박수를 쳐야 되는데
Holy
Okay,
Liberta.
so let's
아쉬운
all
소식을
give a
좀
big
드려야 될것
applause,
같아서요.
but
일단
before that,
설명드리겠습니다.
I think
온천
that
관리인
there is a
리베르타
big
Hedonist
스킨으로
Liberta.
준비를 하고
So for
있었던
the-
쾌락 추구자 리베르타
Oh my.
스킨인데요.
Liberta.
좀 아쉬운 소식을 전해드려야
There
되는데
is
she's
something
sucking on the
we
strawberries.
have to
계획했었던 상호작용 기능들을 모두 다 구현을 하고
share this a bit of
저희가
bummer
내부
with
검토를
you.
좀
Hedonist
진행을
Liberta,
했었는데,
which was originally planned as a
상호작용을
prestige
제작한
skin for our
그
hot spring
수위로는
manager has been officially put on hold. We actually built out all the interactive features and gave it a full internal review. But yeah, it turns out that it was a bit too much for a standard release, and we thought about dialing back, but it would not live up to the expectation. So we made the tough call to hit pause on the Prestige version for Liberta.
Okay, so they're postponing the
Instead, the
Prestige
skin will be
skin.
adjusted and released as a standard tier special skin without interaction features. And the special skin is currently being prepared with a target release in March. We sincerely apologize for any confusion caused to those who have been waiting for Liberta's Prestige skin.
Wait, I'm
Trust me, I really wanted to show you all.
So it's a special skin, but
Honestly,
it's not a prestige anymore? I'm confused.
To break the game, so yeah, I had to hold back this time. One day when the time is right and when the time comes, I'll give you a special peek.
지금 방송에서
Yeah,
보여드릴
so
수는 없지만
I cannot show you
이제
during our
오프라인 행사나
stream,
이럴 때
but
조금씩
for
몰래
any
몰래
other
보여드릴
offline
수 있을 것
events, I
같은데
think we can give
아마
you
보시면
a secret sneak peek
왜
for you.
그랬구나라고 아마 이해하실
Oh,
거예요.
they
But
can't
you
show
will
it on
know why
stream.
we put on hold on this.
Okay. Fair
그런
enough.
이제 약간 이건 조정을 해야겠다라고 이제
Okay,
어떻게 보면
so
사업에서
So
decided
that they're
to make
releasing
some
it in March.
these
드려서
adjustments,
정말 준우님과
and we are
색종이님이 굉장히 아쉬워하셨었는데요.
we, especially me, Junhee, and Origami, were very, very sad.
네.
We wanted to push things in,
그렇게
but
돼서 정말 죄송하다는
we are
말씀을
very-
먼저
yes.
드려야 될 것 같고요.
we're very sorry
나중에-
for this.
Yeah, it's not a
And if you have
It's
a
not a
chance to
costume.
meet these two
한번
guys,
보여달라고
just
해주시기
ask them
바랍니다. 네.
to show it.
행사를
So they're just not going to show anything on the stream.
Maybe we
그런 건
can
아니고.
give you a little bit of a sneak peek.
노출을 시키고 싶은데
I guess they're going all out with this one.
You guys, but unfortunately we can't do it officially.
Yeah.
So when the
그래도
time
저희가
comes,
이제
we'll be able to show
이런 큰
you.
플랫폼에서 서비스는 해야
Yeah,
되니까.
we have to provide services. This is
Yeah.
a big platform, so
오래 서비스하고
we had no
싶어서요.
choice.
Yeah.
So
We
just a
actually
recolor
want
for
to
now?
Take this to the long term.
Yeah.
As mentioned,
Pretty
that
much.
We want to show you
That's what it
unique
sounds like.
concepts, and we would like to continue the game as well. And we weren't trying to kind of change the level of nudity, but it seems that we went a little overboard, which is why we
네.
had to make some
그래서
adjustments here
저희가
and there.
판단을 한 거기 때문에
Yes,
다른
so that
쪽에
was
어떤
our
그런-
decision.
그런 거는 안
And
해주셔도
there
하지
was
않으시는 게 맞고요. 네, 저희가
no
잘
external
조절하도록
pressure,
하겠습니다.
so we will do our
그러면
best, okay?
다음에 알려드릴 업데이트 소식은
Okay.
Next up,
여덟 번째
Okay.
캐릭터 팩
we've got some
소식입니다.
news about Character
굉장히
Pack
오랜만에
8.
업데이트되는
It's been a
캐릭터
long
팩인데요.
time since our last one,
Character Pack
so
8.
all the way back to Contract Wars. So, Junhee,
캐릭터 팩 여덟 번째
Yeah.
캐릭터.
Okay, so I'll walk you through the details.
Yoma
Character Pack
Busters.
8,
So they're
Yoma Busters,
continuing the
is coming
aunts
in
and
the
stuff.
next update.
무녀 그라다네와
yeah, right in the
뒤에
center,
1년
that's
만에
Shrine
만나는
Maiden
어떤
of
벤타나와 이제
Purification
블레이드
Grenadier,
모습인데
and look who's back after
Yeah, it
a
sounds
whole
like
Ventana and
벤타나와
Blade.
They're delaying it
last year was
to
Ventana
make it
and
better.
Blade going head to head, but this
At first, I
time,
thought they were
it looks
censoring
like
it,
they're
but
teaming
it
up.
sounds like they just don't want to show it.
we have
네.
yokai in an umbrella shape. So what's the story concept?
네. 정월 대보름을
As
맞아서
the first full
온천장에
moon of the
요괴의
lunar year
새신을
approaches,
맡기기 위해
Grenadier,
찾아온
the Shrine Maiden
천사의
of the
무녀
Ancestral Mountain,
하지만 어찌된
visits the
일인지
hot
부정을
springs to
씻어야 할
entrust them
요괴들은
with
Mm.
cleansing
요괴에
or
물든 채
purifying the
나타나서
yokai.
온천장에서
But
소란을
something
일으키게
goes
되는데요.
wrong. Instead of being purified, the yokai appear
그라나데
already
벤타나,
corrupted by
블레이드는
dark
함께
energy,
온천장을
causing
요괴로
chaos throughout the
뒤덮어버린
hot spring
존재,
resort.
3000년
Grenadier,
정하기
Ventana,
위해서
and
움직이기
Blade set out
시작합니다.
together to cleanse the hot springs and purify the
과연
source of
그라나데
the
일행은
corruption, the
온천장과
3,000
Okay.
yokai.
무사히 정화할 수
Will
있을
Grenadier
것인지
and her companions be able to restore peace to the hot springs and save
The
the
team
yokai?
fucking up some
Character
yokai?
Pack 8 Yoma Busters, we hope you're excited. Oh,
Holy.
right into the
그
illustrations.
요괴인데
Okay, this is
리베르타가
yokai and
근데 여유 있게
Liberta.
My
Seems
God,
so
Liberta.
relaxed in front of
Mhm.
yokai.
무슨
I
상황이죠?
don't know why.
Yeah, what's going on
Blade
here?
will hold me until March.
Well, basically, a rather mischievous yokai spirit has possessed Liberta, and that mischievous energy is just overflowing. She's catching it with her hand and then tasting it with her tongue. That's the moment we captured here. We wanted it to feel a bit cheeky and bold, enough to make you think, yeah, this definitely needs purification ASAP.
Hey,
Also,
yo.
eating food with your hands isn't exactly hygienic, so I think the fans need to step in and make sure she eats properly.
Okay.
These devs are
They
wild,
actually
man.
have to slap the rice cake
네, 다른 거가
so that she doesn't eat it with her hands.
Yeah, it's just rice cake, nothing
Yeah.
more than that.
I am
Yeah.
very
알겠습니다.
pure. I'm
다음
pure
내용 보도록
origami
하겠습니다.
right now.
Okay, let's go to the next
다음
one.
신규 시즌
Ooh,
이벤트
season
보도록
event?
Okay, we got some news about brand new season event.
Now, this is a side story seasonal event tied to Yoma Busters, Golden Tamago, the Golden Egg.
Okay, so it's a side story continuation.
The Birda discovers a mysterious golden egg, and from that egg, baby yokai begin to hatch, throwing everything into chaos. To deal with the situation, Liberta starts training under Blade and Ventana, but her usual
What
tricks
that tongue do?
backfire, and she ends up cornered instead. Ooh.
Holy images, bro.
Yeah.
뭘 쳐다보?
Okay, what is she looking at?
Yo, Ventana Booba is insane.
Yeah, Ventana's down below, sweating and catching her breath, while Liberta is above her, opening her mouth with her hand. And I'm literally just describing what's on the screen. Even lying down, Ventana still feels incredibly powerful. She is a force of nature.
Incredibly
And as for
powerful is
Liberta, she
definitely
keeps
one way to
running
put it.
around barely dressed. I think she might need a scolding at this point.
So be sure to check out the seasonal event Golden Tamago to see how the Birda's wild adventures unfold.
네, 다음은
Yeah, next
라운드
up,
시작자
let's
빌드레이드
talk about the new
소개입니다.
Fiend Hunter and Guild Raid
Fiend Hunter
content.
Guild Raid's coming up.
Yeah,
January
first off, the
15th.
Fiend Hunter Snowy Mountain
Okay.
Tyrant is a dark element enemy that brings knockbacks and debuffs into a deadly combo.
They haven't
Next,
talked
we've
about
got
main
a
story yet.
brand new Fiend Hunter, Motherboard Yokai, a light element enemy, and instead of big AoE,
I mean, we kind of
she
already know
sends
their plan,
debuffs
but they
applied
haven't
to
talked
herself,
about it
which
today
creates
yet.
a really unique fight flow. And for the Guild Raid boss, get ready for Arc Farlas. I've got a gimmick where it constantly drains your SP during the battle. So before going to the next one, so the mother baby yokai, and all of these designs, you seem to be satisfied with them.
Yes. I have been continuously working very hard on the concept. So all of the icons, all of the buttons were designed by myself, and we are going to be changing this according to the slogan, Full Burst RPG.
아니죠?
So you're going to do something with the yokai's breath?
Oh my god.
다음은 이제
No, it's just
골든
according to the
콜로세움의
slogan.
이제 다음 시즌
Okay, so
룰인데요.
let's go over to the next now. These are the rules for the next season of the Golden Coliseum.
Yes, so
Golden
Golden
Coliseum's
Coliseum
been pretty
season
fun.
7 and 8 will use a 3x5 formation and follow 5x5 rules. So unlike seasons 3 and 4,
3x5
which had a
and 5x3.
wide horizontal stage, this one is vertically extended. As for blessing points, player 1 gets 7, player 2 gets 9. And we're tracking win rates, popular costumes, and blessing setups each season to keep balance in check.
Interesting.
And balance updates are in the works, and we're also reviewing some of the new rules and blessings for future seasons. So please
Fair.
wait a little bit, and a lot of players are giving us a lot of different.
I think I've been
fun,
using the same
feedback.
team for the
We
past
will
2
definitely
seasons, so I gotta
consider
double check
testing
it.
them, so keep that feedback coming. We are listening.
네. 다음은
Okay.
또 궁금해하셨을
The
그런
next
Faded
update
guess.
we want to share is
신규
about new faded
인연손님
guest.
소식인데요.
Shuni, could you walk us
네.
through the details?
네. 다음 신규 인연손님
Alright, so
The next faded
like we
guest
thought,
is
Ventana.
That's right. So Onsen practitioner Ventana is coming as a new faded guest. Ventana is deep in training, working to master.
Think a lot of people are gonna be
learn sport
excited about
technique
this
and
one.
Take down a rival transfer student. Her passion catches the master's eye.
Holy.
To step in and train her personally.
Oh my god, what is happening in this scene?
Are you sure it's training?
Yeah, well, as you can
Holy
see,
Tommy chat.
Yeah, it's an upper shot of Ventana, and wow, she really comes in hot. I think she
Haven't
brings
tried
the
it yet,
same
too lazy?
energy to her
Fair.
relationships too, right? So just like her skill cutscene, you can feel the heat radiating off her. And every time I see Hot Spring Ventana, I kind of want to be one of those trees.
Yeah, before I forget, I just wanted to say, before, in the Golden Coliseum,
This is gonna be
about
peak.
the rules, we did get a lot of feedback from our fans, and you did mention about the rules that need to be changed. So we tried to say some comments about it, but then I totally forgot because of the scene. But internally, yeah, we are definitely on the same page, and we want to actually change the rules, actually overhaul the rules. So there are a lot of ideas coming in, so we're going to be checking the rules. So
I think this is gonna be a pretty peak one.
And fun. So please hang tight.
So I think everyone forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah, because of Ventana, right?
다시 말씀드리겠습니다.
Yeah, about the rules of Golden
빨리
Coliseum,
말씀드렸어요.
we'll be giving you a heads up
벤타나는
once the
1월
rules
29일에
change.
2년 손님으로
So Ventana
찾아오고요.
will be
부천에서
updated on
마스터와
January
벤타나에게
29th.
과연
Be sure to
어떤 일이
check out what
일어날지
exactly
직접
happens
확인해주세요.
between the Master and Ventana at the hot springs.
Yeah, and this
Is
time
that little-
too, we designed Ventana while thinking about how she would look through the fans' eyes. And
See the little progression bar?
Chilly lately, so just curling up under a warm blanket with Ventana would feel perfect. And we've newly developed a system that lets you express excitement levels.
하다하다 흥분도를
Wow.
Ventana always
Gauge
peaked,
this
truly.
one's excitement level.
Yeah, you can look at the Ventana's excitement levels, and using the master's skills, you can raise Ventana's excitement and build up overall mood. But be careful, pressing the minus button will drop Ventana's excitement.
교감 게이지.
Yeah, so
Pressing the
in
minus
most cases
button.
it's like interaction gauges, but excitement gauge, wow, that's another level.
Okay, another new
sound
theme for the
too
fucking interactions.
Too direct, maybe. I think I saw this somewhere in Top 2.
Yo, Nini, thank you for the 5.
you
Ventana,
watch-
absolutely.
네, 티르를 보셨으면
Yeah, so if you
원래는
watched
약간
here, I think you would all understand. You might say that there is less nudity, but you know, there is a bit of a flip side charm to Tyr, so I think Ventana will be showing the same charm as well.
약간 역시 우리
Hey, I'm down.
I think our development team
저희 개발팀 다운 개발인 것
is
같은데.
our ace team.
약간
You're doing what you're good at.
어느
Maybe
그
we should
상호작용을
have
했는지, 내가 다
a
했는지, 공략을 다
system
했는지 알 수 있게
that
그런
shows you like what
힌트 시스템이
kind
있으면
of
좋겠다라고
skills you
말씀드렸는데
actually used.
그거보다 일단은
Okay,
네, 저런
so-
교감 게이지부터
Okay, we will start with the interaction system first.
Yeah, it's really important.
이제 하고는 있는데
So
Oh,
yeah,
are they
we're
gonna
also
show it?
working on the interactions, but you know, the excitement levels, they're a whole different game. So there are definitely hints, there are definitely progresses, but yeah,
네.
we'll update them and then
알겠습니다.
we'll share the
저-
updates
저
with
이불
you
안에서
soon.
어떤
Okay,
상호작용을
well noted.
Yeah, well, I
We
guess
look
they're
forward to
delaying
the
Liberta.
interactions within the
네,
blanket.
만나보시기
So
바랍니다.
please be sure to check it out
네,
on
다음은
January 29th.
판타지야.
All
스퀘어
right, next
업데이트
up we've
소식입니다.
got news
네,
about the
판타지아
Fantasia
스퀘어
Square
같은 경우에는
update.
이제 저희가
Now this
Ooh.
was a surprise update
업데이트로 소개를
at the
해드렸는데요.
2.5th
굉장히 많은 분들이
anniversary,
좋아해
and the
주시긴
response has
하셨습니다.
been pretty
네,
positive
어떤
so
업데이트인지
far.
소개해
So
주시죠.
let's dive
네,
right into the
이전
updates.
방송에서,
Yeah,
100인의
in our
동시
previous
접속이
stream,
가능한
we
굉장히
announced
제가
that
좀
the Square
야심차게
would support up to
발표를
100
했었는데,
concurrent
접속을
players.
모든
Okay.
However, due to connection issues and loading problems, we sincerely apologize for the inconvenient cost. And for now, we have temporarily capped it at 50 players, but with the January update, we plan
Fair.
to increase it back up to 100. Yes, once again, I'm very sorry and a big
네,
apologies
그러면
to you all.
업데이트에 관련된 자세한
All
내용.
right, now let's go over
Nikkei
the
can't.
details of the update.
Listen, Nikke's got other
Yes,
shit going on,
the
man.
Christmas is over now, so we have updated the
I
squares
feel bad for
overall
Nikke fans,
vibe.
man. That
It's
fucking
a bright
um,
daytime square with snow gently falling.
surface mode has not been fun
Oh,
for
I
them.
think this is our first time seeing this avatar. Is it Yustia?
바로 다음 보시죠.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, let's go to
Okay.
the next one. So cute,
Super
right?
cute.
화사 캐릭터 일단 2명이 추가가
Yes,
되고요.
we are adding new
1월에는
two
That's
avatar
hilarious.
characters in January. Wilhelmina and Yustia will be added as new avatars.
제가 워낙
And
좋아했었던
I
I don't know why
always
Wilhelmina
love
looks like
Yustia
she's
as
in
well.
pain.
오픈 스펙에 있었는데
And we had
제가
open
또
specs
제
for Yustia
너무 제
already,
취향대로 오픈
but
스펙을 정한다고
I
얘기를 들을 것 같은
didn't
약간
want
두려운
to seem
마음에
like I
오픈
am
스펙을 뺐었고요. 근데
choosing something I like the most as an open spec, so I added two of these new avatars, and both can be purchased using decocanes.
네,
coins.
둘다 카리스마 있는
Yeah, they're actually both charisma-based
Awesome.
characters.
것 같은데
Honestly, guys, I think people have been liking Fantasia Square.
But
뭐
looking at
여지없이
them as
귀여워지고
SD
나가서
avatars, they
업데이트되면은
ended up extra
당장
cute.
사야겠 될것 같은데.
So yeah, I'll be
네.
buying them immediately.
약간 근데 뭐 저희 리허설 때도 얘기했지만
And
Oh.
while
낮인데
we
저렇게
were doing our rehearsal, you can see that
너무 밝은
it's
거
daytime,
아닌가?
but it's snowing.
그러실
It's
분들이 있을
kind
것
of
같은데
네.
이게
Hey,
완전
accidentally showed the
Yeah.
next up.
밝은데 눈이 오는 게 말이 되냐?
It doesn't really make
Oh,
sense.
it's a
It's not
sharp-
realistic.
Yeah, it's
네,
a sharp
봐주시면
criticism.
Right? In game is collecting
But then,
deco
it's a
coins and
daytime,
unlocking
so
new dance
it can
moves.
still snow while it's daytime and while it's
너무
sunny.
어두우면 안 되잖아.
You don't really have to go into the details.
I
because
think
we
you're
don't really
very
want it to be
detailed.
dark.
Yeah.
게임적 허용으로 호랑이 장가가는
Yeah.
느낌으로
So it's just a game,
봐주시면 될것
so
같습니다.
you know,
부모님 저 댄스
it can
추는 거
everything
언제
can happen.
보여줄까요?
Anything can
한번
happen.
해주세요.
And
지금
how
한번
can we
해주세요,
see
일어서서.
Chongo dance?
일어서서 한번
Can you
해주세요.
try?
No.
Stand up and dance for us.
No. Well, if I drink,
네,
maybe if I drink a cup
네.
of whiskey, then maybe.
네.
Maybe you should have
다음
done
내용
it during.
He
보여주시죠.
drinks
But
enough.
not today.
Yeah.
I like the pajamas here.
갖고 왔습니다.
Okay, I brought something cute as
디자인이랑
well.
아이템 추가를 하고요.
So we've got new outfits.
Yeah, that is
and
so
items.
hilarious.
So these include mermaid outfits.
Imagine doing this in a
available
group.
A mermaid, bikini skin outfits, yukata, and animals pajamas.
That's awesome.
열심히
Oh, look at them dance.
다 살려면
They're so good at it.
지금 열심히 지금부터
Okay, we
Yeah.
gotta start collecting deco coins hard.
모자라기 시작.
Honestly,
I think that you are lacking deco
Saving my
coins,
deco
which
coins.
is why we are
뭔가
planning some
캐릭터들은
events so
귀여운데
that you can collect
춤은 또
those
되게
deco
사실적으로
coins.
잘 추니까
I think characters are so
거기서
cute, but they're so seriously good at dancing. So we have this synergistic effect here.
Yeah, they're really
그러니까
cute and
귀엽기만 할 줄
adorable.
알았는데
And I thought that they would
춤은 또 되게
only
잘
be
추니까
cute, but look at them
약간
move.
반전 매력이라 해야 되나? 약간
Yeah.
여기서는 갯모애라고 해야 되나? 뭐
You
그런
can
것도
see
있는 것
that there
같아요.
is a bit of a gap.
애기들
They're
데려오는
really
친구들
charming.
너무 잘 춰서.
It's like kids dance party,
네.
dance show.
They're so good at it.
네.
oh my god.
각 캐릭터만
And we're
사용할 수
also
있는
adding
고유
unique
모션도
character-specific
추가가
motions.
되는데요. 화면에 보여지는
So the ones on the screen right now
Requirement
can
for
only
Jet
be
Guild
pulled off by
needs
these
lots of riz.
characters.
뭔가 지금도 방금 뛰었는데 굉장히 테레제는 뭔가
Yeah, it seems
묵직한 게
that if you
움직이는
look at
것 같아요.
Teresa, it really has
This
some
puts
weight
Nikkei
to
co-op
them.
to shame.
굉장히
You
뭔가가
caught that as well?
Bro,
yeah,
Nikkei
okay,
co-op,
so you can
it was
really
fun at
feel
first,
that
but it got
bit of
old
weight
really quick.
on her.
Okay,
Are
we
people who
have
like
to zoom
Fantasia Square in the room
to
with
see
us?
the
I would say
details,
so.
But you already caught it.
I don't see nothing
Yeah, I
bad
really
about it.
있을 것 같은데
So I think everybody's eyes would be on
리베르타는
that.
약간 평소보다
If you
조금
look at
얌전한 것
Liberta,
같고
it seems that she's a bit
이런
calmer than usual.
너무 귀여운 것 같고
And Leatrice, her expressions and
리아트리스가
emotions,
너무
they are
동작이나
just
표정
way
같은
too
것들이
cute. Look at it.
귀여운 것
And I'm
같아서
trying
저는
to.
리베르타를 첫
Sure.
아바타로 했었거든요.
Oh, well,
바로
actually, Liberta was my
시켜보도록
first avatar, which is why I'm going to be trying this out immediately.
The actress
That's
with the bunny ears, man.
Go ahead.
그리고 카메라 모드로 이제 진입을
And
하게
in
되면
camera mode,
내 아바타
turn on
캐릭터하고
interaction
상호작용을
mode. In
하실
the
수
top
있습니다.
right corner, you will be
손을
able to
이렇게
interact with your
장면이고요.
avatar character. You can
More fishing?
raise or
They
lift
might.
one of their
I
hands.
feel like
You can
eventually they're
tap
gonna
their
add another
hand.
new mini game or something with it.
And
다음
next,
그리고
Wow.
다리를 잡고
you can
반대로
also
들어 올리실 수
grab
있습니다.
one of their leg and lift them the other
Wow,
way.
can we actually see her panties?
Oh my god.
Okay, don't don't mention that word.
약간 동물들이 이렇게 들어올리듯이
But you know,
하거나
like
그런
how
것도
we
있었을 텐데
kind of lift up animals.
People are
maybe
gonna
we
be
can
spending
lift
on
these
those fucking
characters up
deco
and then
coin
we can
passes now,
see
watch.
them upside down.
그래서
Yeah,
상호작용이
just
있어서
pulling
브라운더스
their
특수의
neck would not be
정체성을
enough.
SD
And we know
캐릭터에서
that
재밌는
interaction
거
has
보여드리려고
always been a big
준비했습니다.
part of Browndust 2's
모델링을 두 번 해야
identity, so
돼서
we wanted to bring the
선생님한테
same
한번
fun into the SD characters as well.
네, 다음 보여주시죠.
Okay, next up.
Hilarious.
네, 다음으로는
Yes,
다른
for next,
다른
we
유저,
are
다른
adding a
분께서
new
모션을 하고
feature.
있을 때
You
같이
can now
따라하는
copy
기능이
another
업데이트가
player's
됩니다.
motion in real
해당
time.
플레이어의 아바타에
You can just
다가가서
walk up
모션
to
링크
their
버튼을 누르면
avatar
해당
and hit the
캐릭터
motion
모션을
link
그대로 따라할 수가
button.
있습니다.
You will be able to
You can view
sync
the
up with
profile.
the
페이스북 같은 거. 네, 할수
Okay,
있어요.
Oh, you
so
could
I think
sync
that
up.
they can
Oh,
dance
okay.
together,
그냥
like
광장모라고도
flash
할수
mob,
있게.
right?
They do this in
Yeah, you
TFT.
can call it just square
Well,
dance.
a lot of games, but
이렇게
The
출력이
music will
되니까
start
다 같이
playing
이제
right from the
광장하는 모습을
point
보실
where
수
you
있습니다.
join the dance.
That's pretty cool. So you can legit sync up a dance in a group.
And we're also adding a real-time
Yo, what's up, Caleb?
auto translation feature.
각
Messages
국가별
in different
what's new in
languages
BD2?
will
New
automatically
costumes,
show up in your
season
selected
events,
languages.
story.
And this applies to both the square and
The
the
usual.
chat. We can also tap the translation icon to view the original message.
네, 그리고 이제 채팅을 보기 싫은 분들도
People will
And
line up
there
and
could be some
emote at the
people who
same
do not
time,
want to
pretty
see the
much.
chat, so you can also hide your chat
스포라든지
if
이런
you
것들을
want a
방지하기
cleaner
위해서
view
채팅 보기
to
싫으신
prevent
분들은
any
채팅
spoilers,
감독이
so you
설정
can
누르시면
also hide your chat.
네, 다음은
Okay, next
New
up
fishing
is
spot. Oh, there you go for the
fishing.
fishers.
So I guess
빠르게
that there are
많이
a lot of
준비해 주신 것 같습니다.
updates related to fishing.
네 번째, 다섯 번째
Yes, so we are
낚시 지역인
adding
심연의
two
아기와
new fishing
아틀란티스.
areas, Abyssal
두 개 지역이
Anglerfish
추가가
and
되고요.
Atlantis.
각
Each
지역마다
area
14종,
introduces
15종,
up to
19종,
14 to 15 new fish
추가가 됩니다.
species.
Okay.
다음은 선박
New
스킨이
boat?
추가가
We
되고요.
are adding
선박
boat
레벨을
skins.
5레벨까지
Once you
달성을 하면 선박
Our
스킨
boat
탭이 오픈이
hits
되고
level 5, the boat
오른쪽
skin
화면은
tappable
해적선
unlock,
스킨으로
allowing you
배
to
스킨을
purchase
구매하실
boat
수 있습니다.
skins.
네, 다음은 낚시 함께하기
And we are also
기능입니다.
introducing a new
구독가에서
feature,
낚시방을
go
만들어서
fishing
이제
together.
내
At the
배에
dock,
다른
you can
플레이어를
create a
태우거나
fishing room
이미
and invite
생성한
Okay,
other
that's
players
pretty
onto
cool.
your
Up to
ship.
5?
Or you can also join someone else's room and fish together on their boat.
네,
So this is what it looks like once you're in a fishing room.
Low-key, I could see myself yapping on stream.
So you can talk
Just
while
invite you guys to
And as
fish.
you upgrade your boat, you'll be able to carry more players. And the more players on board, the stronger your boat's bonus effects, giving you a nice edge while fishing.
The $60,000 boat skin.
And using fishing bait grants temporary bonuses to fishing.
Where winds meet,
Let's
where it's
say
only
in
the beginning.
multiplayer mode, even if just one person on the boat uses bait, the effect applies to everyone on board. So
We
Go
looking
Fishing
for the One
Together will be
Piece.
updated on January 29 because we have some adjustments to make, so please keep that in mind. And one quick tip here, this is not something new, but from the management button on the home screen, you can use the shortcut to go directly to the docks without entering Fantasia
Okay.
Square. And this lets you enjoy fishing without loading the square and return to your previous pack without reloading it either. We felt this wasn't communicated clearly enough before, so we wanted to make sure you two hear it today.
Oh, that was already in there.
So it
Okay,
seems
yeah, I
like
definitely
Fantasia
didn't know.
Square is getting better little by little. I don't really know how much it's going to be expanded, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're very excited too because since Fantasia Square is such a
Pirate
different kind
battle?
of content, we were quite worried about how players would receive it, but thankfully a lot of you saw the potential in it, so we are preparing even more fun lifestyle content going forward. So we feel much thankful. And please stay
Cool.
tuned because we are getting ready for more exciting ones. And just as much as field content, we will also make sure to keep delivering solid, well-designed combat content.
네. 앞으로
Alright.
발전해 나갈 판타지아 스퀘어
Yeah.
많은 기대
Like Magic teams
guys,
needing
please
buffs.
Stay tuned for the Fantasia Square and its updates. And next up is about QOL improvements. Let's jump right in.
Yeah, as mentioned in the last stream, we are changing the reset schedule for field content. Finds, exploration items, twin glutties, and symbol monsters will now reset weekly on Mondays at 9 a.m. instead of daily at 9 a.m. Since it's moving from daily
Okay,
to
so
weekly,
it's a
the
weekly.
rewards per item will be increased about 7 times, so your total weekly rewards will stay the same. And also among related daily missions and past missions, finds and glutty related missions will be replaced with other types of missions. And
Hopefully simple
indoor
ones.
finds and safe zones will be removed, but don't worry, the rewards for these removed finds will be compensated through outdoor finds in safe zones.
Put that in
For
the
maps
survey.
with 3 or more combat areas like Story Pack 6, finds, including exploration items, will now only appear in combat areas 1 and 2. And even after these changes, the total rewards per pack will stay the same as before. So just for your information.
업적도 그거에 맞춰서 처리되는 걸까요?
Then what about the accomplishments?
습득물 업적.
The find accomplishments?
Absorption. We checked exploration item, so you could also just check it out. But I will check what happens with the
Accomplishments?
accomplishments. Yeah.
사자우 넣어 주시나요가 있는데 사자우는 약간 잘린 것 같습니다.
Absorption
Okay,
slash a
so
symbol
people are
count.
asking
Oh yeah,
about
that's
the
right.
lion roar, but
They
I think
combine the
that we
button.
have to remove them. So when it comes to like overpower and while we were reviewing them internally, I've mentioned about the lion roar and overpower. I said that these two are going to be updated after we update these two features. You know, like we're going to be adding the name Lion Roar if we do actually add them.
Yes, and for absorption and assemble talent skills, they will be grouped into a single button for improvement, and you can also change the order in which characters use their talent skills on our
네,
UI.
제압도 주간 초기화 맞습니다.
Yeah, we're also going to be
What's this here?
rerunning them or initializing them.
Oh, is this the damage?
Yes. So practice battles for Fiend Hunter will now be available up to level 20 as we have said before, and you will be able to view your highest damage records. And the same applies to Guild Raid, including
I think
skill
they're
by
making
skill
level
damage
10
stats for
easier with
Lancelot,
Fiend Hunt,
as well as overall highest damage.
but they raised the levels. Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
So I'm not saying you should do up to level 20, but you can practice up to level 20. I'm not saying you should do level 20. And we are adding bulk equip and unequip options. For bulk unequip, you can choose between active formations and standby companions, and also decide whether to unequip exclusive gear. So auto equip now has two modes. First, as we have done so far, we can equip all slots, or you can also equip only empty slots. So that's an option added.
Okay.
And
Do
you
I
will now
have
be able
anyone
to
left
see
in the pub? I
three
don't think I do.
companions currently in the tavern directly from the minimap. No need to enter first. And we are also adding a new feature called recruitment status inside the tavern. You are seeing the screen of tavern.
So you can see
And it
who's up
shows
there.
your overall recruitment progress, which companions belong to which packs, and a shortcut to jump straight to that pack. And plus, you will now be able to rewatch recruitment dialogues for companions you've already recruited.
Yeah, I think Sasuke will still be on.
Oh, they added the view dialogue feature.
And the
Finally.
dialogue replay feature is now being added to visual novel style scenes as well. Special story cutscenes can also be rewatched via a replay button, and this is something that should have been there from the start, and we apologize for adding it this late.
Nice. Ooh, improved crit damage
And
trigger.
next, critical hit checks were done separately for each target hit previously. But going forward, critical damage will be checked once per attack instead. And then these were already mentioned before. And
Once per
we were
attack.
looking into some of the quick updates, so this one has been added newly for this time.
Damn, they highlighted that
And
very
custom
quickly.
usage settings for Fiend Hunter and Guild Raid will now be saved separately. We're also adding normal attack and knockback options to custom usage order settings. You're seeing it on the right side of the screen, and this would allow for more precise.
So
and
it seems
combat-
like we won't be doing too much crit fishing.
네.
Yes.
다음은
And next, we'd like to
현재 이제
share
반영되진
some
않았지만
topics
이제
the
개발팀에서
dev team
추가로
reviewed further,
검토하고 이제
although this
고민하고
has
있는
not been
내용들에
reflected
대한
in the
안내입니다.
current update. Yeah, please go ahead, Shuni.
Yes, so after going through your feedback from all regions during the 2.5th anniversary, we've gathered some key points we want to talk about.
Nini can't crit fish anymore? Right.
Yes, first
Oh,
of
they're
all,
actually gonna do
prestige
it.
skin renewals.
강렬한 이미지가 또
Wow, it's so powerful and wild.
I didn't mean to emphasize this image. I was going to talk about something serious, but it's just disrupting
Yeah, but the
me.
crit fishing thing needed to be fixed.
Yes, so we've seen a lot of feedback about the Zenith Prestige skin, especially around satisfaction levels. If players aren't happy with it, then we feel it's our job to make it better. So instead of using numbers like how much time or work went into it,
Shit.
we are focusing
I'm
on
down
how
for
it
upgrades.
feels. So instead of the quantitative resources, I felt it was difficult to make renewal-related decisions based on that. So instead of numbers, we are going to focus on the expected impact and expectations. It could be subjective, but we want to
That's fair.
evaluate based on these expectations and impacts. So our goal is to bring it up to the same level of satisfaction as the first Prestige skin Yushia.
They're gonna be
We will not just make it longer or throw
doing
in
some
more
updates on the
effects, but
Prestige
we are
skin
aiming for a
Zenith.
stronger climax, a lasting emotional impression, and more expected and meaningful character interaction, so that could really meet up to the players' expectations. And this update applies not only to Zenith, but also to Teresia's Prestige skin. And
Wow.
the renewal is planned for the first half of 2026, not a full year later during a rerun. And that said, a limited rerun will happen.
Okay, so they're gonna
together with
rerun
the
them.
update. Yes, we're gonna do what has been already
Prestige
planned,
skin,
and
the
then-
Therese one was pretty
and
lackluster.
specific updates will be announced soon.
Cool.
And with the renewal update timing, we will also do rerun for a short period of time.
실언을 했던 당사자로서
Yeah, and I'd also
사과를
like
말씀을
to add a
드리고
few
싶습니다.
words.
앞으로도
For
저희
Prestige
스킨의
skins,
Has Nika ever
we'll do
reran
everything
a
we can on
gacha
the
skin? I don't think
business
so.
side to support the
열심히
dev team so
개발팀을
that
도와서
buyers feel
같이 잘
no
준비하도록
regrets.
하겠습니다. 네. 그리고 지금 화면에
And
보이시는
plus,
저
as you can
게이지는
see on the
흥분도는
screen,
아니고요.
the gauge is not an
흥분도가
excitement
100%를
level or
넘어갈 수는 없을
excitement gauge
테니까
because it cannot
확대
go over
축소하는
100%.
퍼센트
Insane.
This is the percent for dialing it down.
Have they
It's
rerun
because
through all of them, Billy, or is it just
Everyone's
a
talking
few?
about excitement level.
Right, exactly.
Only the collab ones? Oh.
Yeah, so it's
Just
like
the collab.
enlarging.
단어가 중요해요. 흥분도라고 첫 단어로 말해버리니까.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
my
the cow
first
one,
word
Honey
was
Limbs.
excitement level. We wanted to be gauge system, but in this live stream, I'm talking about excitement. So everyone else is talking about
Yeah,
excitement.
exactly.
100 넘어갈 수도 있지.
It can go over 100.
3,000
뭐 넘어갈 수 있지.
It could go over
근데 한참
100.
모자란 것 같아서 지금 저게.
But I think it's falling short.
Yeah, really.
감각 4,000배, 5,000배 뭐 이런 거.
Yes, you can go way more higher.
Yeah, like 3,000 or 5,000 times more.
흥분도.
Yeah, excitement level. Everyone's
네, 다음
obsessed.
보여주세요.
Next, please.
네. 그리고 이제 프레스티지 스킨에
Yes, so we are also adding 3D avatar outfits for better satisfaction of prestige skin, and these
Oh,
will
really?
be added in the first half of 2026 as we are doing it for renewal. And anyone with existing
They're really
prestige
trying to add quality
skins,
here.
they will be able to get the outfit for free.
Well, it's gonna be even better, Rogue.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
이제 스토리
Next up
방향성
is
변화에
about the
대한
new story.
All right, story. Here we go,
We
boys.
have received a lot of opinions and feedbacks, and now let us hear what the dev team thinks. Julie.
Yes, during the 2.5th anniversary stream, I talked about story directions already, but we got a lot of feedback from players in different regions, even the ones that we haven't really heard from. So I think it was the right time for us to talk about this. So Browndust originally
We
started
crack
as
in
a
Vela.
traditional JRPG, but over time, we added more content focusing on appealing female characters and player interactions.
Right.
So this brought together players with all kinds of different tastes. And that is because maybe why these different types of feedbacks are coming in. And I actually looked into these main concerns. So this is a quick summary of the main concerns many of you have shared. Even though most players like the current story direction, the actual story seems to be going in a different direction. Or there has been some frustration about long-standing relations like Latel and Eustia or Gray and Sarah feeling weakened or pushed aside. And the story keeps shifting direction before players can fully get into it, which has led to a drop in trust. There was a concern about that. And some even feel the whole master as a chef concept doesn't really fit into the main storyline. And lastly, many agree that the real issue isn't about first-person versus third-person storytelling. Yes, so many have pointed out, just switching from third-person to first-person doesn't automatically make the story better.
True.
No question that the priority should be strengthening our core storytelling.
We'll make it
But
connect
we
with
believe
characters.
that
I agree with
changing the
that.
perspective can be a useful tool, especially for building a deeper connection between players and characters.
Yep.
Because games are different from anime or comics. You actually interact with the characters. So this wasn't just about visuals. It was about helping you connect and immerse more deeply. So that decision was actually to build this groundwork for better communication and interaction. And some players even have said that constant changes to the story make it hard to stay emotionally invested, or there was also a concern
Well, it's
about
just the
revising already released story content
15
based
to
on
19
different
were,
preferences.
well, I'll talk about it later.
Um,
The story has just been, like, the last
didn't
5
deliver a
chapters have
story
just
that
been
felt
bad.
strong enough from the start, so we agree that this is on us, and for that we truly apologize.
Yep.
And moving forward, we will review story updates much more carefully, and once they're released, they won't be changed later. And we still use survey feedback, but setting the long-term direction for Browndust 2 has taken deeper thought. We needed some time to really look into this matter, and we want to stay true to the feel of a classic JRPG, but we also understand that newer players who joined during the full burst RPG era, they might feel a disconnect with the heavier early story. So right now, we are aiming for a balance, keeping that classic fantasy vibe while adding more character-focused storytelling to highlight what makes each one special.
All right. 20, 21, 22, 23.
And starting from Story Pack 20, the Master will appear as a first-person protagonist in the main story.
All right, so Master will be in the main story.
The first story with the Master will focus on the Master, Bela, and the Glupy Diner, and build stronger links between parallel worlds. Story packs up to 20 will continue with Yusuke's party in the night world.
Okay.
And Story Pack 21 will mark the start of Part 2, where the story fully shifts to the Master's first-person view. We felt that this was a bigger change than the move to the night world, so we decided to divide the story into Part 1 and Part 2. So Part 1 ends at Pack 20, and Part 2 begins with Pack 21 in the first-person point of view.
Okay.
We will take all of your concerns to heart, and a lot of you are already sharing the feedback that we need a solid storyline. We definitely agree with that. So we will do our best to deliver the perfect best storyline for you.
네.
Guild raid bugs. Oh
Yes.
boy.
조사의 내용들
So,
잘 저희가
We
반영을
totally
해가지고
understand
Yo, guild raid
all of your
bugs.
결과를 낼 수
concerns,
있도록 노력을
and we
다하겠습니다.
have looked into the survey
다음은
results, so we will
길드레이드
definitely
버그
reflect
발생
them
시에
into the
액션에
later
대한
updates. And
어떤
next is
계획,
about reactions to
길드레이드
Guild
버그
Raid and
발생했을
Fiend
때
Hunter
어떻게
bugs.
대처하겠다
How we
이런
should be
내용인데요.
responding to these kind of bugs
말씀드리겠습니다.
would be the next
버그가
topic.
처음부터 발견되지 않는 게 가장
Yes, I mean, ideally bugs shouldn't happen, but if they do, here is how we will respond to it.
길드레이드에 대한 그 버그 상황을 검토하면서
So while reviewing Guild
같이
Raid's
좀 재점검을
bugs, we also
해봤는데요.
took a fresh look
우선
at Fiend
버그가
Hunter.
발생하더라도
If a bug shows up, the season will still continue. So your progress will not go to waste. We will also send out global compensation to make up for any confusion as an additional measure. And after the season ends, we will take follow-up
Where's my
actions.
chat?
on
Oh, there you guys are.
users.
Okay, cool.
Anyone found to have intentionally abused bugs will be removed from the rankings, and they may face additional penalties.
I didn't read at all after
But
pack
if
1.
it's hard to clearly define abuse,
A good
and
amount,
there is
I
a
would say at
chance
least
of
40% of the
punishing
player
innocent
base
players,
hasn't read the story, I
if
think.
we feel it that way, the End Hunter will be rerun separately. I mean, as for guild raids, we will not rerun
Jet,
them
did are they
burning
gonna
out
upgrade the
guild
prestige
members.
skin? Yeah, they're gonna add some extra stuff. They
They
wanna make the quality better.
We should have provided.
said they wanna focus on like
competitive
quality, not
space,
quantity, and
but
like
we are truly
impact.
sorry for the issues and confusion
So
created.
yeah,
by
they will be
this.
upgrading Zenith and Therese.
네. 다음은
Yes.
대련 확정 획득에
Next
대한
is
어떤
about
다양한 의견들.
refinements and
이제
new
신규 성장에
growths. We
대해서
have been getting a
궁금해하시는
lot of
분들이
feedbacks
계셔서
and questions
그
related
부분에
to
Ooh,
it,
this is
so
a big one.
we'll be able to address them.
네. 장비 재련 점수가 굉장히 낮은
So right now,
확률로
the chance
설정돼
of getting
있어서
a high
오래
refinement
플레이를
score
하더라도
is
돈에
extremely
따라서
low.
결정되는
So even if with
시스템이잖아요.
lots of
그래서
playtime, it mostly
잠재력을
comes down to
포함해서
luck.
모든 성장이
So
이제
for
완료된
players who
분들이
have
조금씩 나오고
finished all
있는데
growth,
그러다
this means
보면
rankings
결국
often
돈에
rely
따라서
on
상위권 순위가
RNG,
결정되는
which we know
구조가
can be
되게
quite
됩니다.
frustrating.
이런 부분은 당연히 불만이 발생할 수밖에
So
없다고
we
생각을 하고
totally
있고요.
understand that there could be
기존
complaints
소프트랑
coming
유사한
from
성장
this.
시스템이나
We
뭐
looked into
마일리지
options like
또는
a
이제 뭐
ceiling
재련,
system,
사회적인
mileage
합성 뭐 이런
rewards,
것들
and
포함해서
high-tier
다양한
gear
개선
fusion.
방안을 좀 빠르게 넣을 수
And
있는 게
no matter
없을까라고 검토를
which
했었는데
one we
어떤
picked,
방식으로
There's always
some
gonna be a
players would still
downside.
feel
일부에게는
left out.
Yeah.
발생할 수밖에
So
없는
there could
구조라고
be
판단을
complaints
했습니다.
coming in
그래서
Nice, we
for any
deserve more for
options
$60.
available.
Yeah,
So for
I'm
now,
definitely
we
cool
have
with it.
decided to hold off on changes to refinement. We will introduce a new growth system, and with the new growth system, we could enhance or mitigate the refined system, or with the new
So they're
system,
thinking
we
about a
could
new
upgrade
growth
the
system.
specs and whatnot. So we will review it all together.
Interesting.
It's not gonna be an immediate mileage.
Okay.
다음은
Yes, next is about
메모리
memory
이슈 개선에
issue
대한 어떤
improvements.
최적화에 대한
It's,
내용이고요.
it's about optimization. So what do you have for us, Chuni?
메모리 이슈는 그
Yes,
하드웨어적인
memory issues
문제,
are not just about
만이다라고
hardware.
이렇게 말씀드리는 건
We can't
아니고요.
say that
게임
it's
최적화도
hardware
당연히 계속
alone. We're also
진행을
working
하고
on
있습니다.
in-game
우선적으로
optimization.
체감이 빠른 개선 방안으로
So for
하드한
the very
방향인데
immediate
사운드 리소스를 아예
option, we are
로드하지 않는
adding an
방식의
option to
옵션을 먼저
completely
적용을
skip
하려고
loading
합니다.
sound
추후에는
resources,
사운드를 저품질로
and
제공하는
this should
옵션도
give you a
제공을 할 거고요.
noticeable boost. In the
일단
initial
좀
phase, we
사양이
could
낮은
provide
디바이스에서
low
원활하게
quality
게임이 일단
sound
돌아가는 가도록
resources,
하려면
and that's
사운드
gonna
옵션
get
그
the
사운드를
game running.
로딩하지 않더라도
And
실행은 가능하도록 그렇게 하려고 한
we plan to
조치니까
add a low quality
참고해 주시고요.
audio option to help the game run smoother on devices with less memory. And for the PC client
think
related
my problem with the
options,
game is
right
that it
now,
does
depending
crash
on
quite
your
a bit.
GPU and monitor, the frame rate may be uncapped. We are adding settings to limit the refresh rate to 120, 60, or 30 FPS. We are very, very sorry for the trouble so far, especially in line with the 2.5th anniversary. We will keep improving things to make sure that the experience is smooth and stable.
고민에 대해서 드린 말씀에
Yeah,
대해서 이제
so for all
채팅창에서
of the updates,
과열되는
it
느낌이
seems
있는데
that there are a lot of
Q&A
feedback
때
coming
좀
in
잘
through the
저희가
chat,
또 말씀을
and
드리도록 할
we
테니까요.
will definitely
네,
address all of the
일단
questions that
조금은
you have through the
진정하시고
live Q&A. So I hope you
진정하시고,
stay calm
네,
until the very end.
저희가 이제 준비한
And
내용들 같이
For
한번
all of the
봐주시고
updates,
Q&A 시간에
we'll just go
또
over
열정적으로
them one by
의견들을
one, and
올려주시면
then if
저희가
you
거기에 맞춰서
Get an
write down
option
the
to
questions
disable
that you have,
touchdowns. You
concerns
can
that
already
you
do
have
that in
in
the
chat,
settings.
then we will be
조금만
answering them during the
릴렉스
live
하시고
Q&A.
You
So
can do that in the
let's
settings
편하게
already, I
stay
believe.
calm
봐주시면
and relax,
좋겠습니다.
and
네.
guys, let's just chill.
이거 발표하느라 하나도 사실 못 봤는데
Oh my
So I
god.
was not really read the
Costume
chat.
release
So
schedule
was
from
it about
January to
story?
May.
Yeah, well, it is related to story, it's related to other things, and we're definitely going to be addressing them one by one during the live Q&A
네,
session, so
다음은
stay
이제
tuned, guys.
물리 캐릭터, 물리
Next up,
캐릭터와
it's
이제
about
마법
improving the
캐릭터.
imbalance between
Please.
physical and magic
언밸런스하다.
type
그런
costumes. We've
불균형의
gotten
Magic
a lot
getting a
of
buff.
feedback about the imbalance
의견들을
between
많이
these
주셨었는데요.
costumes.
그것들에
So
대해서도
let's take a look at it.
개발팀
So
생각을
what
말씀드리도록
do you
하겠습니다.
think, Chuni?
26년 상반기에는 쭉 마법
So in the
유형의
first half of
코스튬
2026, we will be
이렇게
focusing
말씀을
more on
드렸었는데
magic
마법
type
유형
costumes. So
Nice.
magic type costumes, we have 8 ones,
정도
and
비율로
we have
업데이트를 할
the physical
계획입니다.
ones,
이후에 이제
three
26년
physical
하반기에는
types.
또 이제 균형을
So
좀
in
신경을
the
써서
later
업데이트를
half
하려고
of
합니다.
2026, we will pay closer attention to balancing physical and magical
굉장히
types.
반가운 소식인 것
Yeah,
같아요.
so I think this is
재련석
really
활용청
welcoming.
관련된
The
내용입니다.
next
먼저
update
설명을
is
좀
about how we're going to be using the refining
전부터
stones.
이제 얘기가
Oh,
나왔던
conversion.
Yes, we talked a lot
Holy
about
shit,
this.
how many refining stones do I
We
have?
just started to review this, so big
재련석은
apologies there.
10대 1의
So
비율로
refining
재련석
stones
Holy
can
shit.
be converted into refining crystals at a 10:1 ratio, and you will be able to do this through Sarah's alchemy talent.
되게
Yeah. I think a
뭔가
lot of you
제가
had
개발한 건
questions
아니지만
related to
네,
the
뿌듯하네요.
refining stones. Well, I didn't
좋아해
really
주셔서
develop
감사합니다.
this,
Nini,
but
thank you for the
you
5.
know,
Will there
it's really
finally be a
rewarding to
third
see that
fire
a lot of you
magic?
guys are
I
working
think
this.
so.
다음은
This year we
PVP
should be
Next
getting
is
it.
about
완화에 대한
PvP
내용인데요.
fatigue. how we're going to be alleviating
Oh
the
my god,
fatigue.
it's insane.
Yes, so with Golden Colosseum added, PvP content has doubled the leading to fatigue concerns. And to
Holy
help with
shit,
that,
dude.
Mirror Wars will now support blood cocktail multipliers from 10x all the way up to 40x.
So you only need to play once.
Yes, so
Oh,
once is
40x multiplier, okay.
Okay, so just once and then that's
그
it.
외에도
Yes.
이제
a big one punch.
Needed 2 years to do that,
Yeah,
bro.
and
I don't know
PvP
how much
related
refining stones I
fatigue
have.
will be improved further, and we are coming up with a lot of different actions. So we will give you updates in our next stream.
Ooh.
Now, next
February.
is about the new characters for February.
네. 이번에도
Who is
As
that?
always, we've got a silhouette.
Are they
teaser
doing
for
Dong
the
Ten
first
dress?
character update.
가슴과
Do you really have to emphasize the breast part?
That is definitely. Hang on.
Yes, I'm the one who what reveals like
I
I'm
can't
the one who
tell who
decides
they
Well,
could
what
be.
actually the
parts to
thigh
show.
part or the ankle part.
Is
Why
that
does it have
Nebris?
to be always be the breast?
No.
I go all in details. Okay, I put
One of
a
them-
careful selection for this.
이제
So
실루엣만 봐도 다들 이제 아실 것 같은데 굉장히 맛있게
Is that Olivier on the right,
Guys,
chat?
please enjoy. Honestly,
It's
you can
gotta be
probably
Olivier.
tell from the silhouette, it really feels like Browndust too, right? It has a rich, bold, unapologetic.
It fits
This one
Olivier
I
so
threw
much.
caution out the window and just went all in. Personally, I just put everything that really came up to my mind. So it was very much like, yeah, this is a good kind of vibe. And, you know, I really have this kind of unapologetic view towards the silhouettes and all the
다들
characters.
아시겠지만 이제 전 세계적으로
as you know that around the world,
이 스타일인 것
this
같은데
became a go-to style, the so-called D style.
D style.
I mean, I'm so excited because origami went all out, but at the same time, I am worried.
다음 넘겨주세요.
So next slide, please.
Plans for the
네.
first half.
다음은 또 반가운 소식이네요.
All right, finally, let's take a look at the roadmap for the first half of 2026.
It might be. It might not be Olivier,
ahead.
but it kind of looks like it.
네. 26년
All right, now let me walk you through our major update
말씀드리겠습니다.
plans for the first half of 2026.
저희 안 나와야 되지 않나요? 나중에
What about the
찍으시나요?
images?
네.
Are we still okay with the images? All right.
개
Now, first we're planning to release 5 new packs in total. Starting with character pack 8, Yoma Busters, this January. We'll be releasing a new pack every month except for February.
Damn, May
In
is
March,
is
we'll celebrate the
2-1.
game's
Holy shit.
1,000-day milestone with the first story pack of 2026, which is story pack 20. And April will bring another character pack. And in May, we'll kick off part 2 of the main story.
5월에 업데이트되는 스토리팩 2부가
The part 2 of the main story, which will be released in May, is currently being reviewed, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up.
납세를 먼저 한번 하고요. 근데 일단 한번 최대한 목표에 맞춰서
So we're definitely going to be meeting our deadline as much as possible.
네, 다음 시즌 이벤트는
And next
3월
for
메인
seasonal
스토리를
events,
제외하고
all of them
모두
except for the
평행
March
세계
main
스토리를
story will
다룰
focus
예정입니다.
on parallel world stories.
네, 4월에는
And in
기존
April,
콜라보레이션
we're
이벤트에
also
복합이
planning a
예정되어
rerun of a
있습니다.
previous collaboration
IP 가 굉장히
event.
궁금하시죠?
I know that you guys are all excited to know what the IP is, but please hang tight a little longer for the
A
IP
collab
announcement.
rerun?
픽업 코스튬은
I'm not going to tell
1월에
you.
세 종이고
Now, as for the new pickup costumes, we have 3 costumes in January.
There's
3
no way they're
costumes
doing a
per month
Simran Kagura
afterward,
rerun.
3 costumes again for the 3rd anniversary in June. And as mentioned earlier, most of these will be magic type costumes.
네, 2년 손님은
And as
이번
for
1월
Faded
벤타나를
Guest, starting with
시작으로
Ventana this
3월,
January, we'll
9월,
be adding
10월
1 guest
이렇게
each
한
in
명씩
March,
총,
May, and June
상반기에 네
for a
명이
total of
추가될
4
예정입니다.
new Faded guests.
네, 다음 신규 프레스티지
Now,
스킨은
the next
6월
prestige skin
30일
is planned for the
시점에
3rd
추가가 될
anniversary
예정이고요.
in June,
기존
along with
프레스티지 스킨의
reruns of
복각도
existing
같이
prestige
진행을
skins.
하려고 합니다. 그리고 위에서
And
말씀드린
as mentioned
제니스와
earlier, the
페레드의 스킨의
renewals for the
리뉴얼은
Zenith and
제니스는
Teresay
3월,
skins are
페레드는
scheduled for
6월로
March
예상을 하고
and
있습니다.
June, respectively.
상호작용이 없는
Special
스페셜
skins without
스킨은
interaction
3월에
features
추가가
are
될
also
예정인데요.
planned to be
위에서
added in March.
말씀드렸던
And the
베르투보다
previously mentioned
리베르타가
Hedonist Liberta will be
상호작용은
released as the
없는
first
순환
special
바뀌는 첫
skin
번째
and the
스페셜
special
스킨이
skin
될
for
예정이고,
Darien, who ranked
이번
number 1 in the
2.5주년
2.5th
1위인
anniversary
다리안의
popularity
스페셜
vote,
스킨은
will be
6월에
distributed for free
될
in
예정입니다.
June.
So I'm confused. Is Liberta not getting a interaction
And
then?
as for new content, you can see the keywords here, right? In February for Valentine's season, we're preparing a mini seasonal event with a brand new format. And in March, we'll introduce new daily life stories focusing on the characters' small, everyday moments along with
Slice of life
puzzle-style
stories.
combat content.
Okay.
And our major
Puzzle-like
updates,
combat
which
content?
have a larger scale, are planned for May to June, including new main combat content, a new growth system, and a new field content. So
Oh,
this
shit.
is going to be announced in May and June. Alongside these, we'll continue rolling out various quality of life improvements. These are going to be announced every month, and we'll share more details as plans become finalized in our next broadcast.
네.
Okay.
다음은 얼마 전에 진행됐던
Okay,
저희
next
설문조사
we'd
내용
like
중에
to share some of the highlights from our
가지고 저희
recent
팬분들과
survey. We
함께
want
It
to
has to be Simmer
take a look
Conquer?
at
That's
that
what I'm
with
thinking.
your
결과를
friends.
기반으로
Please
방송을
note that
준비할
these
수밖에
are
없는 그런
interim
시간적인 제약이
results
있었다는
because
점을
of the
미리 양해
timing
말씀을 드립니다.
restrictions.
네. 첫 번째 질문은
Okay, the first
2005주년
question
겨울
was about the
이벤트
story
팩과
enjoyment
시즌
of the
이벤트 스토리
2.5th
재미에 대한
anniversary winter
질문이었는데요.
event pack and seasonal events.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so for event pack Meltdown Bunnies, positive responses saying fun or somewhat fun totaled 76%, with 5% negative and 18% not having viewed the story. And for the seasonal event Ready Set Hop, positive responses were 67%, negative 6%, and 26% hadn't viewed the story. Overall, Meltdown Bunnies show slightly higher engagement and positive reception.
Awesome.
네.
Yes.
조금은 아쉬운 수치인
And
것 같긴 한데
little bit,
다음
I would
질문은
say,
앞에
frankly,
항목과
disappointing,
연계되는
but
질문이었는데요.
the next
어떤
question is
이유로
a
좀
follow-up
재미있었는지
question of the
또는
previous one.
재미없었는지를
It asked you
주관식으로
why you found the
여쭤봤었습니다.
story interesting or not interesting.
저희가 방송에서
Yes, so during our live stream,
Yeah, I think story was overall fine.
we have been saying time and time again about why our fans haven't enjoyed the story. And I think that the reasons were pretty much the same. So through our notice, we will be writing down the detailed reasons, but we're not going to be going over this during our stream because it's mainly about why they didn't enjoy it, why they didn't find it interesting. And for Meltdown Bunnies, the player cited that the cute yet charismatic bunny girl portrayal was good, or it was light and humorous, or the full voice acting and background music was great. Some feedback noted that while it was easy to read, the story felt a little bit simple or lacking depth.
네, 위 질문과 동일하게
Yes, so
저희
following
이제
the same
시즌 이벤트
format
레디
as your
셋
previous
후에
question,
대한
this was one open-ended question asking about players'
Oh,
enjoyment of the
Ready, Set,
seasonal
Hop, no
event, Ready, Set,
voiceovers.
Hop.
Fair enough.
Now, for Ready Set Hop, feedback was largely similar with Meltdown Bunnies. Players said that
I don't know if
they
it'll be
enjoyed the
Goblin Slayer. I feel like it would be
concept
Goblin
and the
Slayer
easy-to-follow
only if they do like
storytelling.
buffs to the
However, some
characters.
mentioned the lack of novelty and the absence of voice acting as factors
네,
that
두
reduced
개의
immersion.
피드백이 좀 이제 가볍다, 경쾌하다 뭐
So
이런 것들이
two
있었는데
feedbacks
다음
were
스토리는 좀
saying that
이렇게
it's too light,
뭔가 메시지가 있는
but maybe the
뭔가
next
주제의식이 있는
storyline we
그런
will have
스토리로
more
저희가 준비할 수 있으면
purpose-oriented
굉장히
or
좋을 것
maybe
같고요.
heavier ones.
다음은 글루톡 스토리에
Okay,
대한
so next one
질문입니다.
is a question about Glue Talk story.
All right, for Bunny Eclipse, positive responses were 64%.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
Say
liked
that
it.
it was fun or a little fun, negative 10% and 25% that they hadn't viewed the story. For Innocent Bunny, positives were also 64%, but negatives dropped to 4%, with 35% saying they hadn't viewed the story. Since Innocent Bunny required unlocking the fated guest story after release day, the not viewed rate was slightly higher.
Yeah, I mean, that
And
makes
considering
sense.
the lower negative rate, we believe many players enjoyed Tear Story more overall. So I believe that when we compare this to Eclipse, the negative view was a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And we were carefully reviewing all community feedback on the Eclipse story.
I think it was because it had something to it had to do with the
The key points in it included a lack
the
of
story
any
event from
build-up,
like
writing
years
that
ago.
leaned toward a female-oriented tone, and the master feeling different from before. And other than that, there were many different opinions, but these were the main ones. And this story was an attempt to explore a slightly different direction from past romance stories, and we we believe some
이전에
unfamiliar
만족도를 많이
elements
낮추는
affected
요인으로
overall
작용했다, 이렇게
satisfaction.
판단을 하고 있습니다. 특히 이제
Glue
And
Talk 9
since
out
the
of 10.
master will play an important role in the main story moving forward,
일관된
we'll be
성격과
extra
선을 유지할 수
careful to
있도록
maintain
더 많이
consistency
신경을
in
써서
personality
보완하도록
and
하겠습니다.
tone as well.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like the Eclipse one
Yes.
that much,
Although
but the
I
interaction
thought
was great.
웃으면 안 되는데.
in comments I should not laugh,
웃으면 안 해요.
but it makes me smile and laugh.
네, 점점점 부분도 다
Dot,
확인을
dot,
하고
dot.
있고
We are checking all
나중에
of
또
these
말씀드리겠지만
comments.
직접 얘기를 듣고
I'll tell you later, but
토론을 할 수 있는 기회가 있을
we
겁니다.
wish
그건
to
나중에
have another
말씀드리겠습니다.
time to sit down and have a talk on this.
네. 다음은 특별 상호작용의 만족도에 대한 질문.
Okay, so next question is about how satisfied you are with
Too much
special
plot hole.
interactions.
Yeah.
So we compared satisfaction levels for special interactions across funny clips,
Damn,
funny
Zenith didn't get
cheer,
that high of
funny
a
speech,
satisfaction
The
versus the others.
results showed that Eclipse showed 91% positive, Tier 87% positive, and Zenith 80% positive.
Still
Now,
good though.
given that Prestige skins are paid content, we regret not delivering a higher level of satisfaction to our fans. Sorry for that. And as mentioned earlier, Zenith is being renewed and will continue working to raise the bar for
Zenith,
Prestige skins.
I think Zenith
So I hope that you
had
guys
its
will be
moments. I
more
think
satisfied in the
overall,
future with all of
Eclipse is
our
better,
future
honestly.
Prestige skins.
I think Zenith could have had a
I
little
see
bit
so
more.
many dot, dot, dot.
Why are we seeing so
They're
many
reading
dot
the
dot dots
chat.
in the chat?
Jongho dot dot dot. Sorry. Dot,
Sorry,
dot,
very
dot.
sorry.
판타지아
I
스퀘어.
think this is on our storyteller.
아, 그래요?
Okay.
아, 죄송합니다. 솔직히
No,
저 중간부터
No dozing off. Origami.
Actually, I was
판타지아
dozing
스퀘어의
off.
만족도에
I
대한
was thinking
질문.
about what I should be having for dinner.
$60 beaten
So
by
next
free
question
skin,
is
and that's
how
fine.
satisfied
Like
you
I
are with
think
Fantasia
as
Square.
long as you can, as long as the goon is up, it really shouldn't
Yeah,
matter,
Fantasia
right?
Square was one of the main 2.5th anniversary.
But like they
features,
said, they are
while
fixing
overall
the
satisfaction
Therese and
ratings were
Zenith
generally
skin, so
satisfied, the number of very satisfied responses was lower than expected, and over 17% reported dissatisfaction.
Story got power
likely
clipped
due
by
to
Eclipse
technical
Story.
issues like
Insane.
unstable connections and optimization problems. So, deep apologies, guys.
네. 좀 더 이제 판타지아 스퀘어에 다양한 것들이
So,
업데이트 되면은
We will
처음에
have
Avatars,
a variety of updates
fishing.
for
A lot of
Fantasia
people like
Square,
fishing,
so we
bro.
will have crowds, more
교류할 수
crowds,
있는
more
그런
conversations,
Moving around the
more
square.
interactions.
스퀘어가 되지 않을까 생각이
So we
되고요.
will see a fresher
그래서 이제 이번에
Fantasia
설문이
Square.
여러 가지 요소들 중에서
Reduces
어떤
FOMO?
게
The next
가장
question,
만족도가
what
Yeah,
did you
I mean,
like
they
the
said that
most
they
about
wouldn't
the
try and make
updates on
the
Fantasia
gacha
Square?
skins better. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah,
Like you
I
don't
think I
have to
now
buy the
know why
skins,
you
but
laughed. I've been
yeah, like you said,
looking into
reduces the
chats, and
FOMO.
it seems that people are saying dot 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 after tuning in.
But I am glad that if
I mean, I
enough
shouldn't
people
laugh.
don't like
I mean, it's gone now, but
the
they will
interactions,
go once
they're
again
willing to
with
fix
that.
it.
Sorry to mention it. Well, I'm not laughing because it's really enjoyable or funny. I'm just laughing. Anyhow, let's go straight into the questions and answers. Now, among Fantasia Square's features, fishing ranked highest in satisfaction, followed by avatars and simply exploring the square. Social interaction scored lower, likely due to stability issues and the lack of real-time translation, which we hope will improve significantly with the January update. So you'll be able to interact more deeply and actively with
네.
users from
앞으로
all around the
판타지아
world.
스퀘어에 이제 또 이제 추가되었으면 하는
Then, what feature would you
More
like to see
avatar and
added to
outfits.
Fantasia
The
Square?
second one is farm content. Oh
I mean,
shit.
Different avatars is number one.
Ranch,
And
mine.
it seems that a lot of people
Housing.
have said that
Honestly,
the
farm.
characters and
If we could do like
avatars, these
multiplayer
were the
farm
most
content with
satisfying
like the
features,
guild, that'd be
followed
fire.
by farming,
이번
ranching,
2025주년
mining, and
업데이트된
housing.
콘텐츠나 시스템,
And
편의성
next
개선
question is
업데이트
about what
중에서
did you like
또 이제
most
가장
among the recent
만족스러웠던 것이
content
무엇인지에
system
대한
and QOL
설문이었습니다.
improvements.
Yes, the most satisfying update for many players was the Fated Guest follow-up talks. While some worried that 3 episodes might feel short, it seems that lighter
Yeah, the
romance
follow-up-
stories
the
still
follow-up
deliver a
chats weren't that
fresh
bad.
experience. And next highest satisfaction was the bulk use boxes feature, followed by refining materials and gold being added.
Farm
to
content with
that.
this art style would be peak. It honestly would.
And other than
I actually
that,
would play
there
that.
are many different answers from our fans. So I would like to thank all of you who have participated in the survey, and the full results will be shared in a separate notice.
다음은 이제 설문조사
Yes,
끝났고 다음은
the
이제
survey
2.5주년
is
성과
done.
간단하게
And
서로
our
같이 공유하는
2.5th
시간인데요.
anniversary
아직 다 끝나진
updates.
않았지만
It's still on the way,
12월
but we would like
기준으로
to briefly
간략히
go over
돌아보도록
the
하겠습니다.
results of our recent anniversary as of December.
Yo, no way.
Let's give a big round of applause.
No
to everyone.
way. Did they get over 1 million active
그런 것들이 많은데도
users?
불구하고
I mean, we were
다시 한번
lacking in
저희
some
한번
points,
그
but
월에 한번
once again, thank you
Wow.
so much for joining our
That's
game
insane.
at least once a month. So our monthly active users, that means players who log in at least once a month, have finally surpassed our launch numbers.
Yo, that's actually crazy to surpass
Yes,
your
we
launch
have
numbers,
some
bro.
areas to improve further, but thank you so much, your fans.
Yo, all that JP
love
advertising
and
worked
support
out.
for all of us,
좋은 이런
and
것들을
That's
유지할 수 있도록
crazy.
we
최대한
want to
노력을
stay
다하겠습니다. 네.
active as much as
굉장히
possible
뭐
and show you guys the
아름답고
best
매력적인
Good for
features.
them.
We want to also
그런
show
것들에
you
굉장히
more
많이 관심을
attractive and
가져주신 것
beautiful
같은데요.
bunny
정말
girls.
감사드립니다.
And thank you so much.
Let me check trusted gacha revenue.
네, 그리고 2.5주년 업데이트 후에
And after the 2.5th
Oh, wow, did they
anniversary
actually hit number one?
update, we hit number one on Google Play in Hong Kong, and we also got so much love from players in other parts of the world too. And thank you so much. We
Yeah,
will
more than
keep
launch is
giving that
actually an
love back to
accomplishment.
you, through in-game
That's
updates and offline
almost
events
impossible
and
to
even
do.
fun collaborations you want to enjoy. We want to bring some of your favorite ones, favorite content for you, and we will do our best. Okay?
네, 굿즈인데요.
Yeah.
이미
Next up
공개된
is
내용들도
March.
있어서
Hope it
We've
wouldn't
already
make backlash
announced
drama.
some of it,
말씀을 드리도록
so we will be
하겠습니다.
quick on this.
네, 첫 번째는 이제
Okay, so first
1월
one,
5일 날 이미 판매가 되고
starting from
있는
Gen 5, 5th, Browndust 2 PC case mated collaboration with Micronix has already officially launched worldwide.
마이크로닉스사와
Micronix is already famous, so we have
Yeah,
a
they're doing a
PC
pretty good
case
job
developed in
improving
line with,
Miku.
Micronix, and you can also purchase them at your location, so please check it out. We are also selling full PCs, but it's getting more expensive, so we are now focusing on PC case, which is more affordable options. We already,
Holy figures.
네, 다음은
yeah.
피규어와 관련된
So next we've got
소식들입니다.
some exciting
지난해
figure
말까지
news.
저희가
So after
굉장히
teaming
많은
up with
협력사와
several partners last
피규어
year,
기획을
we are super
소개해드렸었는데요.
hyped
드디어
to announce
저희도
finally we are finally
피규어의 명가
collaborating with Good Smile
실현됩니다.
Company.
Yeah, good smile.
네, 스케일 피규어로는
Yeah, for
느슨한
blend
라이프가드
scale
네브리스와
figures
프로즌 퀸
include
디렌이나가
Lazy
제작될
Lifeguard,
예정이고요.
Nebris,
강철의
Frozen
공주
Queen, and
디렌이나는
Wilhelmia,
랜드로이드
Review
and
hands
Steel
on
Lord
Jet.
Wilhelmia is officially getting a Nendoroid. Finally.
Finally.
유명 IP들로 추천 종류 이상
Yes, so Wilhelmina
Do
will
like
be
figure
joining
review?
the famous Nendoroid. So since Nendoroid parts can be mixed and matched, so we are imagining already some unofficial crossovers just for fun. So unofficial collaboration.
농담 섞인 기대도 해보게 됩니다.
Might be
모두
possible.
다
It's just a
여러분들께서
joke, guys,
저희가
but
이제
maybe it's possible because
준비한
it can be
것들을
mixed and
굉장히 많이
matched.
사랑해 주시고 열렬히 반응해
So I know
주셔서
that a lot of fans
이런
are
여러
enjoying these
업체들에서
figures, so
저희와 또
these
관심을
vendors are
가져주시고
also eyeing on
저희
us as
연락을
well. So
다시
they
한번
have
저희
contacted
팬분들께
us first,
감사하다는 말씀을
and that's why
드리고
also
싶고요.
all the shout outs to all of our fans.
네, 다음은 네, 하비
Damn.
사쿠라에서 이제 진행
Quick.
And there's more.
수익반이
Hobby
다리안의
Sakura
스케일
is
피규어가
working
또
on
기획
a
준비
scale
중입니다.
figure of Bittersweet
2.5주년
Bunny
단위들이
Darien. After the
공개되자마자
2.5th anniversary
많은 또
bunny
파트너사들에서
reveals, we
굉장히
got a
많은
flood
러브콜이
of collab
들어왔었는데요.
requests, not just from the
팬분들께서
fans, but
사랑해
from
주신
industry
만큼
partners
저희
too.
업계 관계자분들께서
So
Oh, wow,
it was
nice.
really moving
팬분들의
to see that
어떤
kind
열정을
of
보시고
support,
반응을
and
해주신
all
것
these
같아가지고
partners have
정말
seen
감사드립니다.
the fans' excitement for this. So thank you so much to fans.
네, 다음은 이제 웹샵에 대한 변경 사항인데요.
And there
1월
is an
15일
update
업데이트된
coming to the
내용을
web shop
말씀을
with
드리겠습니다.
the January 15 patch as well.
네, 저희가 이제 지난 12월 16일에
So back on December
업데이트를 통해서
16, we added a
저희 이제
feature
팬
to let you
여러분들의
change your
결제
payment
편의성을
currency
높이고자
just to make things
결제
more
통화 변경
convenient.
기능을
At first, we
추가했었는데요.
limited it to one-time use to prevent misuse,
방지하고자
and
횟수를
that's why we actually
할수 있었는데
allowed it for just
이후에
once.
많은 분들께서
But a lot of
결제 통화
players
변경을
actually asked
해서
for
웹샵을
more
이용해 주셨는데요.
changes due to
또는
mistakes or
거주 지역의
moving
변화
to a
등으로
new region.
결제 통화 변경
So they
횟수를 좀
wanted to see
늘려달라
an
이런
increase
요청들이 많이
in
계셨습니다.
the number of
그래서
changes
저희가
for
내부적으로
payment.
검토한 끝에
So after going through an internal review, we are expanding the limit to 3 times, trying to balance security and convenience. So that was decided. So this change goes live.
Has anyone
with
changed
January
the
15 in
region
minutes.
stuff in Mug
So
Shop?
hope you
I haven't done that
enjoy
yet.
and have a
I'm sure you may
smoother
get a discount if you change it to like
experience with the
JP.
webshop. Okay, what's on next?
추가됩니다.
Next up is the self-age verification
네, 모든
feature.
분들께서
So to
모든
keep
분들께
everyone
안전한 서비스 환경을 제공하고자
safer,
셀프 연령
we
확인
want to
기능을
provide
도입하게
safer
되었는데요.
services to
새롭게
everyone
도입되는
here. So
연령
we are
확인
adding a
절차는
system
유저
where you
여러분의
enter
어떤
your
개인정보를
age
수집하거나
yourself.
외부
So
기관을
no
통해서
personal
2차 검증하지
information
않는
is collected,
Oh, you just put
and
your
there is
age.
also no
어,
third-party
그
verification.
스팅 스팀
I guess they're covering their ass with
스팀
this.
해보신
Fair enough.
스팀에서 이제 좀 성인
So if you
게임을
have ever
이용해
used
보려고
Steam
하신
and if you
분들께서는
have ever
아시겠지만
tried
그 그냥
R-rated
내가
games in
생일
Steam, I think that
생년월일
you would all
입력하고
know
하면은
if
그냥
you
바로
put in
들어가잖아요. 어떤
your
그 인증 없이
birth
네, 그것과
date,
동일한 거고요.
you need to
다른
go through a
어떤
special
인증을
verification
요청하진
system, right?
않습니다.
But
저희가
for
정보를
our system and our platform, we don't
저희
really
서버
have a
요청하거나
third-party
그런 건 아닙니다.
verification
네, 그래서
system, so we
본
wouldn't
기능은
be
업데이트
adding
후에
any personal
최초
information.
접속하실 때
So when you
실행이 되고
access first, this is
매년 1월
going to
1일에
be showing up when
초기화되어
you log
연일에
in, and this
연령
will be
인증을 하게
resetting
되니까
every
그 점만
January
참고
1st.
부탁드립니다.
Okay, that's
네.
fine.
글로벌 어떤 전체적인
Yes,
서비스
it's
품질
for
관리를
the
위해서
better
Kids
service
out.
worldwide. So thanks for your
여러분들의
understanding.
Jet
as
won't
we
be able to
keep
play
these
now.
things
I'm so
around
close
the
to
world.
muting
We
you
want
for
to
24
provide
hours.
more exciting, fun, and safer services.
Keep it moving, buddy.
아, 다음 내용이
And
굉장히 좀
the next
다양하고
topic is a
좀
bit
아쉬울 수 있는
more
This guy, man.
important,
내용인데
and that is
굉장히
why we
민감한
have
내용이기
saved it for the
때문에
last.
마지막으로
It could be
하겠습니다.
a little more sensitive issue too. So,
네, 네, 다양한 국가와
Uh-oh.
to keep
플랫폼에서
service quality
어떤 서비스 품질
consistent
관리와
consistent
What happened?
across
분들께서
countries and
불편함
platforms,
없이
and to make sure
게임을 즐길 수 있는
everyone can
환경을
enjoy the
조성하고
game
각 캐릭터가
comfortably.
가진 본연의 매력을 좀
We
보다
also want to
건강하게
highlight
전달하기
each
위해서
character's charm in a way
일부
that feels
연출을
healthier
수정하고자
and
합니다.
more balanced.
They got
We actually
censored.
decided to make some of the
1월 15일
adjustments
업데이트
to
시에
certain
이제
presentations,
말씀드릴
and
코스튬
with the January 15th
들의
update,
외형은
the
유지가
look
되는데
of the following
스킬 컷신의
costumes will
연출이나
stay the
상호작용,
same, but their skill
미니게임들이 이제
cutscenes,
일시적으로 이용할 수 없게
interactions
되고요.
with faded guests,
주
and
캐릭터의
minigames will
개성을
be
유지하면서도
temporarily
보다
unavailable.
안전보다 개선된
And
형태의
these will
외형과 새로운
come back
연출로
over time
진짜
with updated
업데이트될
visuals and
예정입니다.
new presentations,
대상은
all
이제
while keeping
다음과
each
같은데요.
character's unique vibe.
네.
So here is what's getting
양호부 테레제의 스킬
changes.
컷신,
Medical club
양호부 테레제의
to
인연
reset,
손님
skill cutscene
상호작용,
and faded
네.
guest interactions,
그리고 새하얀 축복 레피테아의
pure
스킬 컷신,
white blessing Refitia skill
자연의
cutscene,
발톱 루의 스킬 컷신,
nature's claw Rue
하얀
skill
고양이
cutscene,
루의 스킬 컷신,
white cat Rue skill
신입사원
cutscene,
세일의
What?
new hire
스킬 컷신,
sayer
악마
skill cutscene,
세이르의 스킬 컷신,
demon's
미니게임
daughter sayer
슬랩
skill
팝이
cutscene,
1월
and
15일
mini game
업데이트
slap
이후에
slap pop.
숨김
So
처리됩니다.
starting with the
There's
January
no
15th
way
update,
slap
these
slap
content
pop?
will be
코스튬
temporarily
자체는 저희가
hidden.
이제 추후 개선 시점까지
Temporarily
You
hidden.
can
이용하실 수
still
있고요.
use the costumes,
컷신과
but related
상호작용
content
등과 이제
like
숨김 처리가
cutscenes
되고요.
and
네.
interactions
코스튬의
will be
외형을
temporarily
포함한 어떤
unavailable.
컷신들은 이제 상반기 중에
And
신규
updated
디자인으로
versions will,
업데이트될
with
예정입니다.
redesigned visuals, are coming in
일부
the first
연출과
half of this
미니게임이 일시적으로 제한되는 점에 대해서
We sincerely
여러분의
appreciate
너그러운
your
양해
understanding for the hiding of
상세
some of
내용은
these
저희가
content.
이제 방송 끝나고 올려드릴
And
개발자 노트를
details
통해서
will
안내해
be
드릴
shared
예정이니까
very soon with the
그쪽을 확인해
developer
주시면 될 것
note.
같고요.
So please
관련해서
check out the
어떤
developer
해당
note.
코스튬의 스킬 컷신과
And
I
for
mean-
those who got
코스튬을
these
획득하고자
costumes
Hang
just
on.
for the scenes,
포켓권 등을
cutscenes, or
포켓권의 재화를 소모하신
interactions,
분들께는
we
희망에
will
따라서
offer a
포켓권 환불 프로세스를
gacha ticket
마련해서
refund along
포켓권을
with
돌려드릴
costume
텐데요.
retrieval.
아무래도 이 경우에는
Yo.
공정성을 위해서 코스튬은
But for fairness,
일시적으로 회수가
costume
됩니다.
will be temporarily retrieved.
포켓권을
So the draw
나는
ticket, let's say,
다른 이유보다 스킬 컷신이나 상호작용 때문에
just
뽑았다.
because of the
그래서 이게
cutscene
바뀌면 나는
and
의미가 없어.
interactions, I drew
환불해줘
these tickets, so
하시는 분들께는
this would be
포켓권을
meaningless without them.
환불해드리고
That we will
코스튬도
refund
마찬가지로
these
회수하고자
draw tickets,
합니다.
and the
포켓권
costumes
환불에
will be
대한 상세
retrieved.
공지는
And
They're
details related to
offering
draw ticket refund will be
refunds?
announced very soon.
채팅창에
Yo,
Yeah,
that
so we
means
can
they're.
see some
Oh my.
people writing on chats whether if Teresa's story will change.
수행해서
Yeah, so the story or the character is going to change a little bit from student to teacher, but the entire direction of the story will not change. It's just because of the storyline itself, so there is going to be a little bit
From
of
s-
arrangements or tweaks here and there.
Okay, I'm so confused, bro.
부분인데
Yo.
Yes,
특정
it's quite a
연출이-
bummer
연출
here,
설정이 좀
but
이렇게
So the
some
reason
of
they're
the
changing Therese
adjustments
is
when it
because
comes
she's a
to
schoolgirl.
costumes,
더욱
and
높은 퀄리티의
these
연출과
contents
But
have to
we
be
still don't know
adjusted, but
how
we do
they're-
not want to harm the charm of these characters,
I'm confused.
and
사랑받는
we will
브라운더스트
make sure
투가 되기
these
위해서
changes don't take away
최선을
from the
다하겠습니다.
love you have for these characters, and we are working on even better content ahead. Thanks for your continued support.
Yes, so to add on, like including Liberta and everything that we have mentioned today,
월클병이 걸려서 그런 거 아니고요. 그냥
it's not
저희도
because we're
오랫동안
now going
건강하게
world
서비스하고
class.
싶은
We're
마음이
not trying to
굉장히
be
큰데
sassy,
그렇지만 저희는
but it's because of some
똑같습니다.
internal
예전이랑
issues.
똑같은 마음이고
We
재밌는 거,
are
참신한 거 많이
totally the
보여드리고
same.
싶은데
We have the same
어쨌든
direction,
오랫동안 건강하게
and
서비스하기
we
위한
have
그런
the same amount of
정책이라는
effort that
부분만
we're
좀
putting
이해를
in.
해주시면
However, the
좋겠습니다.
direction is going to stay the same, but there will be just a little bit of tweaks here and there with the cutscenes and interactions.
요것으로 이제
I
제가
mean,
Okay,
what's a
so-
little bit of tweaks,
방송
bro?
내용들은
Is the
다
end
말씀을
of
드렸고요.
what we have got for you
뭐
today.
여러 가지로 네, 앞에서
And
이제
for
뭐
many
있었던 뭐
things, we
스토리라든지
talked about the
이런 것들에
storylines.
굉장히
There's a lot of school characters
and
though, even
others,
3
so
stars like
I'm
Emma.
sure you have a lot of
마지막에
questions.
Well,
for
they-
these.
They legit just named off Therese, Roe, and like who else? Like I think it was like Therese, Roe, and Sarah, right?
Anyhow, we're going to jump into the Q&A session to hear your questions.
Like am I crazy?
Leave
But that's
your
who they named off.
questions on the chat, and we will reply.
It literally looks like they're trying to change Therese from a schoolgirl to a teacher, and then I'm guessing they're gonna do something with Sarah.
And also its price as well.
아, 스페셜 스킨으로
Oh, you're
네,
talking about
가격
special
정책이요?
skins, right? And the
아직,
price
네,
policy.
구체적으로 딱 어떻게
Well, we don't really
하겠다라고
have a
결정된 부분은
detailed
아닌데,
policy yet.
당연히 이제
Of course,
프레시 스킨보다는 저렴한 가격일
it's going to
거고,
be
어,
less
뭐
than
다음
the prestige
방송이나
skins.
그때쯤에
Well, I
In
don't
the
know if they're gonna
next
make
broadcast, I think that
the
we'll be able
the
to give you
cutscenes
a
better,
final
though.
answer after internal review.
It sounds like they're
Because
censoring
most
it.
of the decisions have been made quite recently. So for special skins, the goal was June, and Darien is probably going to be the first character with a special skin. However, for prestige skins and because of Liberta, I think that the schedule has been pushed before. So yeah, there are going to be definitely some changes, but we'll let you know.
Okay. I really need to know, and I guess we'll have to read the dev notes.
네, 스페셜 스킨이어도
Yeah,
상황
even though there are
상관없이
special
굳이
skins,
수신
they don't
바뀌고
have
그런 부분은
interactions, but the
똑같습니다.
cutscenes, they're going to be staying the same.
상시 판매로 할 건지에 대한
I'm not really
부분은
sure
아직 그
whether if this
부분도
is going to be a
검토를 해서,
regular.
말씀드려야 될것 같습니다.
I wonder if
I
this is
think that we'll
connected
be
to
able to
why they
answer
move
this in the
character
next
ages. I
podcast.
wonder if it's connected to Steam because they mentioned Therese, Sarah, and Roe. I don't know if they mentioned Rafitia. You guys can let me know in the comment, but it sounds like they're trying to change the
Yeah, we have
setting
some
of the characters.
questions from
Like-
the global.
전에도 나왔었던
Like for them to
chat.
change
I think,
Therese from a
yeah, for
schoolgirl to a
cutscene
teacher.
slots,
다시 확인하겠습니다.
you wanted to increase it to 30 to 50. Yeah, I think
Like,
that we need to review this internally. We'll get back to you on
사실
that.
좀 튕기는 문제 때문에
It,
I
it,
think
it sounds like
that
they're
there
trying to
are a
change
lot
their
of
their back,
disconnection
essentially their
related
setting or
issues, getting
backstory.
a lot
But I
of
don't know, bro.
complaints. Yeah, this is actually our priority, and we have been talking
오늘
with the
말씀드렸던
internal
일단
teams.
가장
Today, I think
Is it
that
really a
what's
censor? I have no
clear
idea,
is
bro.
사운드
It-
리소스라도
the
어쨌든
sound
I have no
resource.
clue.
한번 업데이트를
So maybe you
해보는
can
거를
try
다음번
updating
업데이트
without the
때
sound
반영하려고
resource, and
하니까
we'll be reflecting this.
They want the
into
Steam
our
release so
next
bad. I
entry.
don't
So
know.
I think this is not the ultimate.
That I mean that could be it, but it also could be.
Where updates
I don't know.
during December, I think that this has used a lot of resources, which actually leads to the issue of disconnection.
낚시 최대 레벨이나 이런 부분은
Well, what about fishing and its
원래
maximum level?
예상했었던
Okay, they're talking about
Well,
fishing.
at first, what we
많이 이제
thought
즐겨주시기도 하고
Hang on.
was
Let's see
that
if we
there
can.
wouldn't be this much.
Interactions with Faded Guest
쭉
and
캐릭터의
minigames will be
개성을 유지하면서도
temporarily
보다
unavailable.
안전보다
Faded guests
개성적인
and
the
mini
things
games
will
will be
come
temporarily
back over
unavailable.
time with updated
업데이트될
visuals and
예정입니다.
new presentations,
대상은
all
이제
while keeping
다음과
each
같은데요.
character's unique vibe.
네.
So here
양호부
is what's getting
페레제의 스킬
changes.
컷신,
Hang on, guys.
Medical Club
양호부
Therese,
페레제의 인연 손님
Okay.
skill
상호작용,
cutscene and Faded
네.
Guest interactions.
그리고 새하얀 축복 레피테아의
Pure
스킬
White
컷신,
Blessing Refitia skill
자연의
cutscene.
발톱 루의
Okay.
스킬 컷신,
Nature's Claw Rue
하얀
skill
고양이
cutscene.
루의
Okay.
스킬 컷신,
Oh.
White Cat Rue skill
신입사원
cutscene.
세이르의 스킬 컷신,
New Hire
그다음에
Sayer
악마
skill cutscene.
세이르의 스킬 컷신,
Demon's
미니
Daughter
게임
Sayer
슬랩
skill
팝이
cutscene.
1월
And then
15일
mini game
업데이트 이후에
Slap Pop.
숨김
So
처리됩니다.
starting with the January 15th.
Satisfaction on the fishing for us to
God.
go into. Very
네,
sorry,
뭐
guys.
확실한 건 어떤
But what's for
특정
sure
지역을
is that it's not a
위해서
specific
뭐
region that has complained.
시장에 신규 진출하기
And
위해서
it's not
그런 것
about
때문에
us
하는
trying
거는
to
아닙니다.
enter a new market and trying to meet their needs.
그리고 이제 저희가 말씀드린 캐릭터들을
And the characters that we have been
보면-
mentioning, if you
보시면
look at the
어떤
characters,
네,
you'll know
일관성이 있다는 거를
Okay.
it does have a bit of a
아실 수 있을 것
consistency.
같아요. 네,
Okay,
그래서
so they just hinted
So
at
단순 수위 뭐
Oh,
it's not
이런
just the level of
아니고,
nudity
네,
that
그런
matters,
것보다는 이제 좀
but
더, 네,
it's more
여러 지역에서
about
네, 서비스
the setting of the character.
us trying to service to many markets as possible. And what I would like to add is
다른 커뮤니티나
Um,
이런 데
if
봤을 때
you look at the
얘네는
comments
이렇게
from other
하는데 왜
communities,
이런
or if you look at
것들도
other
많이
game
봤는데
communities,
그래서
you might
그건
say that,
중요하지
oh, we
않고
have been
일단
seeing
컷이면
more
컷인 거라고
level of
말씀을 드릴 수
nudity.
있다는
But that
거예요.
really doesn't matter because that's not our game. So
그거는
we're
네,
trying to stick
비교-
to
비교는
our
안
game,
되나,
and
비교는
that's
안
not
되나.
really
방금
important to us
웃었던
because
거는
comparing with
죄송한데
other games,
방금
that
얘기
really
전까지
doesn't count.
이제 종호님께서
And what Chomo said
이거
to
맞냐라고
origami
이제 아까
is
그
this
얘기를
right?
하던 게 갑자기 생각이
And
나서
that
좀
really
웃었습니다.
actually
네,
kind of
그만큼
came
또
up to my
수위가
mind.
또 센 무언가의
Of
다른
course,
작업들을
yeah, there are
안정적으로
other
서비스할 수 있는
characters
선
and
내에서
visuals
무언가
that
또
have
하고
a certain
있어서
level of nudity,
네,
and we're definitely working on that at
변하지
present.
않았습니다. 그
So
부분을
we're going to
다음
stay
결과물
consistent. We
때에도
didn't
더
change
참신한 것들
at
많이
all.
보여드릴게요.
We're trying to give you more spicy stuff and more unique visuals in the later updates.
웹 상점
So
Next was about
상품이
the web
실제
stores.
인게임에서 파는 것보다 적은 것
Hang on.
같은데
It seems that there are
웹
less that are
상점에서도
being
더
sold
많은
than
실제
in-game.
인게임에서 파는 것과
So they basically, this guy just hinted, I keep forgetting his name, but he just hinted that you can see that there's a consistency between the
Well, yeah, we are
Holy
working
shit.
on that. We're trying to add
I don't know if you guys heard that.
so that the in-game products can also be purchased in the web stores as well. And if there are products with special
One sec, chat.
limits, it cannot be sold in the web shops or web stores. But except for these, we're trying to sell as much as possible up to the
Okay,
level of
sorry about that. Yeah, it seems like they're trying to basically change the settings of some of the characters. So they mentioned Therese, Ro, Sayer, but then they also mentioned Slap Slap Pop, which kind of threw me off. So I don't know what's going on with that, but they also said they're going to be adjusting the faded guess for Therese. So it sounds like, I don't know. But it sounds like they're trying to get rid of the lolly aspect. I think that's what it sounds like. I don't know. But I still don't know.
Focus more on the concept, but for the special gimmicks, I think that this has been a really good attraction to our fans. Maybe if we can add
Oh, is
more
Therese in
buttons
Slap Slap
like
Pop?
autoplay, then I think that it could add more to the game. So this is definitely a good idea. Maybe we can add.
No, it's her medical club skin. It's because she's a schoolgirl. So the consistency here is Medical Club Therese is the only one getting changed. Sayer and Rafitia come off as really young. And they're also changing Ro. So the consistency here is that it's somewhat of a schoolgirl slash lolly changes. But I still don't know what to think.
What does the chef do? What's the role of the chef? I think that a lot of you are questioning about this, but the master is not going to be just playing a role as a chef.
요리를 하는
I don't know.
그룹 다이너의 컨셉인 거는 맞는데
Yeah, it is a
이제
concept of
자연스럽게
Glupy
등장시키기
Diner,
위해서
but it's just
글루피
our way
다이너라는
of
곳이
trying to
식당이라는
introduce
컨셉
the
때문에
master in a more
요리로 이제
natural way.
출발했었던
Because it's a
부분인데 글루피
diner, the
다이너에 대한
master
기반
did,
컨셉도
of course,
약간은 조금 더 이제 살을 더
kind of
붙일
look like a
것이고
chef
마스터가
and
일단
cooked.
최대한
But the master,
자연스럽게 메인 스토리에 등장했을 때
I really want to put the master into the
메인
game and
스토리에서
into the main
활약할 수
story
있는
as
뭐
natural as
성격이나
possible.
능력치
So
이런
the
것들까지도
characters or
감안해서
personalities or the
베일라와의
talent
여러
skills are
관계라든지 이런
definitely going to
것들까지도
be
감안을 해서
more
검토를 하고 있습니다.
naturally rolled
그냥
into
We'll
the
talk
game.
about it in a second here.
And the master is not just going to be a chef, guys, so don't worry.
아쉬워. 무슨 말씀이신가요?
요즘 워낙 핫하시니까.
아, 네, 그렇죠.
Yeah.
재밌었어요.
Teresa's in Slap Slap Pop. Just the fact that Teresa's in there might be
So I think that
controversial.
we can kind of address a lot of questions related
If
to
it
story.
doesn't-
So if you have any questions,
It don't matter if her swimsuit is older in age.
write them down. So there was
Yeah, but
one of
Therese
the
herself
questions
isn't
from our
controversial.
Japanese
So
chat
that's why I'm confused on what they may be changing in Slap
about
Slap Pop.
deleting the age. So in order to stay healthy and
Hang on.
making you guys play the game for a long time, I think that age really matters when it comes to efficiency and effectiveness and also safetyness as well. We wanted to kind of delete any kind of concerns. So for example, let's say that there is a character who looks like an adult, but the actual age is a minor. Then that could be an issue. So yeah.
All right, that's the confirmation, boys.
이어서 같은 질문을
Prime
I
example,
think this is
Ustia.
a follow-up question from
이후로는
the
어려 보이는
Japanese
캐릭터를 내지
channel.
않을 계획인가요?
So
라는
do you
질문이
have any
있었는데
plans
그러진 않을
to
거고요.
draw
그렇다고 해서 그걸
characters that do
완전히
not
안
look young?
내는 것도 또
Well,
아니라고
I don't
생각을
really
해서
have those
얘기는
kind of
내는데
plans
이제
yet. We're definitely going to be drawing
그라나데 같은
characters
그런
that
좀
look young, like
귀엽고 이쁜 것들도
Grenadier.
있으니까 그런
Of
쪽으로
course,
좀
there are
매력을
going to be
최대한
cute
살리려고 하지
characters
않을까
that are
합니다.
going to
네.
be rolling in the
그러니까
future,
뭔가
so don't worry about that, guys.
여러 가지 되게 영향을 미치는 것들이 많이
Yeah, I think that there
많이
are a
있고,
lot of factors
어,
that actually
저희가 이제
affect
수정하는
the
방향을
entire
보시면 뭐 어느 정도
arrangements or
좀 인지하실 수 있는데
updates. I
저희도
think that you'll be able to
디테일하게
realize it,
뭐
but
수정에
we're
대한
trying to go
세부적인
into the
것들이 정해지지
details.
않았기 때문에
We don't
여기서
really
말씀드리기
have
좀
any
어렵지만
specific
저희가
concepts
이제
in
수정
mind,
것들을
but
보시면은
if you look
네,
at all of the
그,
changes that we have
아,
made, I think that
예를
you'll
들어서
be able
좀
to
어린
understand.
캐릭터를 구현하더라도
For
이런
example, if we're
방향으로
going to be creating young
구현하겠구나라고 이제
characters, then
그
you'll know
이해하실 수
what
있을
we're
것
trying to
같습니다.
implement.
Okay.
프레스티지보다 더 비싼 스킨을 만들 생각은
Do you have any plans to
아직은
create
없습니다.
or make skins that are more prestige than
근데
prestige
더
skins?
비싸면 뭘 해야
Well,
no, not
They
that.
so it
Then
sounds
what
like
can we work on?
they're going to make young characters, but I don't know, because obviously Grenadier is coming, but I don't know if Grenadier is necessarily like I don't know, bro.
None of our fans are going to be able to afford it.
I'm so confused.
Then, there are questions about part 1 and part 2 story. Are you going to be discarding part 1 altogether? Well,
I
within
don't know right now.
part 1, I think that we have mentioned this time and time again. Before we have a concrete plan, we didn't really want to give you detailed explanations, but
I'm trying to
we
gather
have
my
asked
thoughts right now
a
while
third-party
also
vendor
listening.
about the stories, and we have consulted them. And until February, the entire direction is going to be fixed. So based on that direction, we're going to be working on part 1 and part 2. And without any outcomes, it's really hard to say that, oh, this is going to be the final direction. So we're currently in the review stage. So once everything is concrete, we will be able to let you know. Although it's not like a final version, even though it's an interim version, we'll definitely let you know.
한국어 채널에서
Yeah, in the
위스키 관련된
Korean
내용들이
channel,
계속
there were
올라와가지고
questions related to whiskey.
말씀을
So
다음
to
주에
give you a
공지가
heads
많이
up,
됩니다.
Hang on.
we are going to be giving you announcements next week.
네. 스토리 담당자를 왜 감싸냐라는
So
질문이 있는데
there are
스토리
questions
담당자뿐만이
about
아니라
why
그냥
are you
저희
trying to cover
다
the
같이 이제
storyteller?
개발팀 모든
Well, it's
분들이
not
다
us
같이
trying
뭔가
to
열심히 하고
cover
계신데
his or her
저는 그냥
fault.
앞에 나와서
So it's just
뭐,
me, the
제가
executive
이제
producer,
플랜을
who
Okay.
is on behalf of the entire team of Browndust
저는
too.
그냥 다
There are
같이
some
한 결과물이고
cases
Should have
where I
dropped
get
this
positive
bad news
feedback
last year.
and
Like,
negative
I-
feedbacks, but I believe that I'm in a
Like,
spot
it-
where I
it-
need to be responsible for everything related to Browndust too.
Like when they showed the Therese one, it like literally, guys, it's just her
Can't really say
in like a nurse slash teacher outfit, right? So
apologize to
they
Chi.
also hinted at
It's more
there's a
violent.
connection between all the characters, like this guy said. So
There is a chance to meet
I
our
don't
fans
know.
in person, and the person
When
who
they talk
asked
about
if
changing the
they
faded
would
guest for
be
Therese and then
participating
changing something in
in
Slap Slap
the
Pop and
movies
then
or
Sarah and
shows
Ro,
so that he or she can
it,
tell her
it, it
fans
sounds
more
like
about
they're
the
trying to get
prestige
rid
skins.
of certain maybe
Is there any
controversies with those
possibilities of
characters.
reruns
But
of prestige skins? This was
even
the
then, I
question
still
from
don't
Ethan
know
from the Global.
with the censorship.
Yeah, if you can
네,
look at the
맞습니다. 시기에
timeline,
맞춰서
then
복각
yeah, we
할
are definitely
거고요.
going to be
네.
rerunning the prestige skins
아마
based on the milestones that we
좀더
have.
얘기를 해봐야겠지만
I think that we
기본적으로는
need
2주년
to review it internally,
했던
but
것들은 이제 3주년
And then also
we
them
will
basically
definitely
admitting
rerun the
that
prestige skins
the
that we have
age thing,
aired
like
during
just
the
a couple
second
minutes ago,
anniversary and
like
our third anniversary, because
they're
as
doing
we
it
know,
for
the
certain reasons. Like
costumes
a
for
character may look like an
swimsuit
adult,
costumes, so
but
on
she's
the third
actually like
anniversary, we will
really
be
young,
using
and
the
like
more
that's perfect
swimsuit
example of that is
costumes.
Justia. So obviously they saw the people complaining about that. So I feel like this is all related.
Yes, and about censorship, I know that there are a lot
Here we
of
go.
concerns
Hang
and
on.
disappointments from our fans.
저희의 방향을
But to
쭉
give you a
살려도
clearer
더
view
살려도
of our
되는
direction, I'd
분야가
say
있고요.
yes, there are some
조금,
parts where
어,
we can go with our
이거는 조금
direction, and there are some parts
아니지
where we need
않아라고
to step
하는
back a
부분들이
little
있거든요.
bit.
그래서 이제 그 부분의
So for those
밸런스를
parts, we're
맞추는
trying to
거고요.
balance
네.
them out.
저희가 더 색종이님의 어떤 그런 아이디어들을
And
쫙 이렇게 뭐 창발시킬 수 있는 영역들은 많이 있습니다.
there are a
많이
lot
있고요.
of parts where we can add
그렇죠.
more
그렇죠.
of origami's
아직 그러니까
creativity.
저는
Yeah, that
그
is correct.
만약에 환경이 날 받아주지 않아도
Well, even though
무언가
that,
분명히 또
even though there are no
나올 겁니다, 저는.
circumstances that
분명히
allow me
나옵니다.
to show my creativity, I
최근에는 좀
still
저도
will
이제
do.
좀 약간
And
관계 몰아붙이는
recently,
감이 없지 않아 있어서
There
좀
were
세게
some
가긴 했어요.
characters, some kind of
그러니까 이제
costumes and
약간 그런
illustrations
거죠.
that I put
그
more
제가
of my
뭐 이걸
imagination and
직접적으로
effort into, but
이 단어를 키워드를
I'm not really sure
언급하는
if
게
I'm
좀
able to say
적절하지 않을
this
것
out
같아서
loud. It might
나눠봤지만
be inappropriate,
예를 들어서
but for example,
온천 벤타나는
Onsen Ventana
온천 벤타나의 스킬 컷신
and her
이런
skill
것들은
cutscenes,
괜찮습니다.
these are okay,
괜찮은데 이제
but
Right.
다른 것들은 왜 안
other
될까? 뭐 그러면
characters
이제 약간
might
좀
be
답이 되지 않을까
inappropriate.
싶고요. 또
Okay,
참신한
so
상상과
there-
Of course,
것들은
there are
저희가 충분히 지켜나갈 수
uniqueness
있습니다.
and
They're
more
being vague as
creative
fuck.
costumes and concepts that we can definitely roll out.
검열
So please
저희가
stay
이제
tuned.
It,
And
there,
for Ventana,
업데이트하지 않은 이유에 대해서는 말씀드려도 되지
I think that
않을까요?
maybe we can say why we were
그러니까
able
약간
to update.
뭐랄까
I'm not really sure how to put
모르겠습니다.
this out, but
네. 그러니까 약간 좀그
it's
이제,
because
그런 것 같아요. 여러 그 저희에게 이제 이렇게 같이 하시는 곳에서 아유
we have a lot
야한
of
거
vendors
좋아하는
that we
아저씨들 이렇게 그냥
work with.
웃으면서
And
넘어가주는
there are some
네,
cases
그런
where
게
they just
이제
laugh
네, 온천
about
벤타나.
the
정말
concepts,
참신하게
like
웃기는
Onsen Ventana or
아저씨들이네
Hot Spring
라고 이제
Ventana. They just
생각하는
laugh out loud
것들이
and
있고.
say, "Oh,
근데
yeah,
이거는 좀
this is
뭐라 해야 되지? 저희가
this
이제
is just
주로
Browndust
하는
too."
게 이제 아무래도 여성
But
캐릭터니까
you know, we're
여성을
very
이렇게
much
다루면 안
focused
되지
on
않아?
female
라고
characters.
하는
And some
것들이
vendors
있습니다.
say
네.
that,
여성을
"Oh,
이렇게
this
다루면 안
is
되지 않아? 이런 부분에 대해서는
Browndust 2
네.
team is not treating these female
그
characters appropriately."
좀
These are
조정을 하고
some of
있는데
the complaints
이제
that we're getting, which is why we're trying to
거기서도
balance
그
out between the
이제
characters
그
and
뭐라
the level of nudity.
온천 벤타나 같은 거는 다 되는 거죠. 그래서
Well,
그런
Hot
식으로 하는
Spring
건
Ventana
오케이.
or Onsen
아니,
Ventana,
아닙니다.
it's
거기
still
아닙니다.
okay.
그러니까 거기 아니에요. 그런 거 아닙니다. 그런 거 아니에요.
But
그런
guys,
거
don't
아니에요.
misunderstand.
그런 거 아니에요. 그런
That's not
거면은
it.
지금 댓글에서 올려주시는
You know,
그런
like everything
거면은
that's on the
다 안
chat.
돼야죠. 다 안 돼야죠. 그런 건 아니에요. 네, 그런 건 아니에요.
Yeah.
리베르타는
you
네, 약간
might say
조세호님이
that
아니야 이걸 하고 싶은데 네.
그냥
아니야 그런 건 아니야.
hang
yeah,
on,
that's
guys.
not the case. So
네.
그
it's
화면을
not because
보시면
of feminism.
리베르타의 그
It's just because
그
of
화면을 딱 보신
some
순간
like different opinions that we're
이건
getting.
좀
You know, like
이라고
in
하실
some
분들이
cases, you see the screen of
왜
Ventana and there are a
그렇구나라고
little bit
사실
of
저는
red,
거의 확신합니다.
and you might know why,
지난번에
and I think I know why. But
보여드렸었잖아요.
I think that we have shown you a silhouette of Ventana in your previous
그거는
stream.
한건 아니고 아무튼 아니 그건 아니에요.
And I
그쪽은
think that
아니에요.
you'll be able to understand if you
그
see
지난번에
Liberta one day.
보여드렸었던 그 감각을 약간 이렇게
And
하는
we're
그
trying
컨셉으로
to
Yeah.
keep our concept, especially
제가
Origami is
봤었던
trying to
감각
keep
땡땡
his
컨셉
concept,
중에서
especially
Right.
the
가장 리얼하게
sensory
구현을
part.
하셨어요.
And
안에
he was
있는
able
모든
to
것들이
implement
다
this in the most
물렁물렁
realistic way.
홀랑홀랑하게 구현을 했는데
You know, it's a
이게
bit like
시각적으로 주는 임팩트가 너무 크고
It's
이제
really
기존의
strong, it's
상호작용들은
wild and
그래도
spicy,
정상
and very
범준의
raw.
애정 행위였는데
And it didn't really go
감각
over
땡땡의
the top,
행위는
you know.
정상 범준의
But
애정에
the
해당하는
sensory
그런
part
상호작용이
might
좀 아니었었거든요.
not be the
그래서
type of
한번
interaction that you would
도전적으로
be
시도를
expecting
해봤는데
because
그것도
it's a
너무
little over the
리얼하게
top. However, it
미친
was
퀄리티로
really,
구현을 했더니
really realistic. And the
이게
quality was
임팩트가 너무
so
강한
good,
거예요.
which is why the
이러다가는 정말
impact was
큰일
massive.
나겠다라는
And we
좀
thought
그런 판단을
that
했습니다.
our
이게
game will
화면으로 보면
burst or
훨씬 더
blow.
셉니다.
그래서 아까
And if you see it on
질문이
screen,
올라왔었던
it's
걸
really
얘기 안
more
하려고
wild and
했는데 검열을
spicy.
약화시키는 게 문제가 아니라
Yeah,
컨셉에
so we're not trying
컨셉에 문제가
to
있어가지고
water it
하여튼
down.
그렇습니다.
It's
네,
because of
이
the
정도까지만
concept.
일단
So I think
얘기하겠습니다.
this is everything that we can
거의
say to you guys.
지금 뭐 이 정도 급인 거야? 라고 생각하시는 그 정도 급이고.
Yeah,
근데
so
이거를
you might ask,
I
what
am
was the exact level of
뭔가-
nudity? Well, that's exactly what it was.
좀 조절을 하려고
So that's
했더니
why we tried
조절을
to
하려고
level it
했더니
down.
그럼 저희 예상되는 반응이
And the
이게 뭐야?
expected
네, 이게 뭐야가
opinions
될
that
것
or
같아서
feedbacks that we
네.
might get from you
그래서
is
일단은
exactly
저희
this,
부득이하게
what we're seeing on the
네,
chat.
조정을
So,
보류를 하게 됐습니다.
Yeah, that's why we put it
네,
on
진짜
hold.
말씀 주신 것처럼
But as
그냥
mentioned,
수위를
Okay.
대폭 낮춰서라도
we are trying to
업데이트를
level
하자.
down the
심지어는 그냥
nudity and then
무료로라도
updates.
보여드릴까?
And
막 이런
we thought
생각까지도
that maybe
했는데
we can just give it out as
전반적으로
free
전부 다 이 컨셉
visuals.
자체가
But
이미
the concept
약간
itself,
정상 애정 행위가 아닌 컨셉으로
They're talking about the
접근을
Libertas
했다 보니까
gotcha scheme, by
그
the way.
어떤
was
것도 만족을
approached in a
못
way
드릴 것
that was
같다라는
not
생각에
on its
사실
normal level,
원본
which
그
is why
화면
if you look at
자체가
the
가장 임팩트가
original
셉니다.
screen, it's
아마
really
나중에 어떻게
impactful.
보여드릴 일이
Not really
생긴다면
sure how
보시면
we'll be
정말
able
깜짝
to
놀라실
show you
정도로
this in the
굉장히
future, but if
임팩트가
we
있는
do
화면이죠.
get a chance, then we'll definitely show you a sneak peek of it,
그래서
and
일단 뭐
you'll definitely
더 저희가 뭐
understand.
사리거나 이런 건 아니니까 그냥
Yeah,
그쪽
we're
부분은
not
걱정 안
trying
하셔도
to
되고
be
그냥
so
다른 방향으로 좀더
afraid
이제 우리는
of the
또
concepts
간다
and
이렇게
directions,
알고
but
계시면
just think
되겠습니다.
of it that we're trying to kind of
네.
circumvent
그렇게 좀
the direction that we're
됐습니다.
heading.
그래서 그 부분은 저희가 뭐
We're very
이게 10개라도
sorry.
여러분들
Hang on,
There's
let
really
me
nothing
let me check
for us to
who sent me
say.
a chat,
There's
Nini.
like
없을 것 같고요. 앞으로도 좀 참신하게
nothing else
그런
that we
분야에
can say,
온천
What's
벤트를
up, Nini?
증가할 수 있는
especially
그런 것들을
about
만들기
onsen
위해서
or
저희
hot spring
수정님을
bentena.
쥐어짜도록 하겠습니다.
But we'll try to come up with something that is more spicy.
일본
Okay.
쪽에서 주신 의견인데
We got some
Um,
questions from the Japanese channel about Master. And
If you
adding
remember,
Master
they
and
said
how
something
it's going
about
to be
Therese
affecting
Glupy
the
interaction
direction.
on being more tame because of her
Yes,
age
about
back when it first
changing the
released, but it
story
seems her
direction.
prestige skin
There were a lot of
was
thoughts that we put
allowed
in,
to be more explicit.
and
Yeah, which is why they're
we're asking whether if
She's
the
being
internal
changed
team
herself, the
agreed
medical club.
100%, and whether if this is the exact direction that we want to head. I know that there are a lot of
아까도
comments that are
말씀드렸던
coming
내용의
in related to
반복이기는
the story
한데요. 제가
related to
이제
Masters.
설문조사나
I
이런
think
거를
I've
통해서
mentioned
동향
this during
파악을
the
하고
survey.
또
So through the
커뮤니티도 보고
survey,
이렇게
we take a look at
정성적인지
kind of
I'm-
comments you guys are giving us.
I was trying to figure out what they were trying to say with like Ventana, because they used her as an example of something that's really like raunchy,
I think that,
but they said they're not changing Ventana, right? So I was confused at what they were trying to get at. It sounded like they want to go in that direction like onsen Ventana, but there's other things that they don't want to do, which leads me to believe that's like Medical Club Therese, Sarah.
heading
그
to
전에는
Refi.
actually
크게
I don't know.
foundation
자각
of
없이
consideration.
진행됐었던 업데이트도
Before there
있었는데
were some
지금은
updates where we
조금
didn't
더
really put much
모두
thought
다
into
나를
it,
향해
but
하는
now
업데이트였으면
these
좋을 것 같다라는
updates, you
생각에
actually wanted to
앞으로
head
나오는 캐릭터들은
or
최대한 그렇게 좀
target the
만들려고 하고
players,
있는데
right? So
이게
that's what we're trying to aim. If it's not a first-person view, then there could be some limitations, which is why.
Yeah, I'm so confused. It is 18 plus, but I'm so confused on
We wanted
what they're
the
trying to
story
portray
direction
here.
to be aligned with that
'Cause I
sentiment,
get what
which
they
is
were
why
saying
we
at the
made these
beginning.
changes in the first place. And I know that there are a lot of concerns about the original story. You might say that, oh, the story's going to be lacking charm. Of course, we understand.
I'm
But
so
we're going to be putting the exact same charm as much as possible. So, guys,
I'll talk in a
stay
minute.
tuned. Just bear with us.
Sorry if
and
I'm like
you'll
quiet.
see
I'm
what kind of
like
charm it brings.
trying to listen.
올해 상반기에 신규 캐릭터
Yeah, in the first
어느
half
정도
of this
출시할
year, there are
예정이냐라고
going to
질문
be some new
주셨는데
characters
아까
to be
이제
announced, and some of you
캐릭터
asked how
기준은
many. Well, it's
코스튬
not based
기준으로
on characters, but based on costumes.
마법
The
코스튬
magic type
8종
costumes are going to be announced.
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
they for the Liberta thing, it sounds like what they were saying is the implications and the prestige skin was so wild that they were like, there's no way we can go this far. So they're going to, because they said it was literally pretty much nudity, I guess. And so they want to censor that slightly, which is why they took it off and they're offering it for free. And I guess they're like, oh, if we show you, you guys will know what we're talking about. But then at the same time, they talk about the censorship of Therese Rowe and Refi. So it's like, shit is all over the place right now, bro.
I think that now we do have more opportunities
네.
for a new costume.
스페셜 스킨은 왜 돈 받고 파는 것인지
And
상호작용도 없는데
there are some questions about
No,
the
it
special
is
skins
about
where
the
even
lolly
no
stuff and the age
interactions.
stuff.
Why are you selling them and why are
It
you
is about that. They pretty much like confirmed it in a roundabout way.
It's going to be more affordable than prestige skins because it has no interactions, but we'll definitely find out the right price policy for the special
그
skins.
설정 바뀌고
And
나서 수위가
about,
더 높아지면은 그래 검토하고
Therese.
있습니다. 네.
School uniform Therese.
Well,
I
that's
know
the-
that the settings are going to be changed.
That's the thing. They said
So,
they're
we'll
not
think
going
about
to
the
tone
right
it down because they're still going in a direction, and they gave the example of Ventana.
답변 주신 거에서
But
And one of
애초에
the
마스터가
questions was
there's
related to
certain-
the answers
it
that
sounds
we
like there's
gave.
certain themes that they
won't
won't be headed
clear
into,
익숙하지
which I think is the
않아서
lolly
Just
slash
think
schoolgirl stuff.
that he or she is the master, which is
네, 이
why
부분에
there
대해서는
But then
is
Liberta,
less
apparently her
reaction
gotcha skin was so
to
raunchy that they had to
the
censor it, or else they felt like it was just going to be too
I do
much.
understand,
So
but I think that
I don't
it
know.
could be a tool where you could be more immersed to the game because you can add in your IDs.
Yeah, and when I say theme, they're literally changing Medical Club Therese to a teacher. So when I saw that, I was just like, okay, it's the setting of the character and the
Is there
costume.
gonna be any
But
얼굴이
again, we
얼마나
still have to
많은
see.
분이 계신지
Interactions.
한번 체크해보면은 네, 답이 나올 것 같습니다.
and then we need to
많은
look at
사람들이
some of the
있지 않을까요?
aspects of the demand, and
Bruh.
if there is a lot of demand, we can definitely have this activity together.
It's insane. I gotta read the patch notes.
슬래슬래 삭제 관련해서 왜 삭제했냐는
Yes,
질문이
the
좀
question
있는 것
was
같은데
about the removal
정확하게
of a
답변을
mini
드리기 좀
game
애매한데
slap
이제
slap pop.
어떤 부분일지
Yeah, but
조금
she's petite, but they said they're still gonna make like quote unquote young characters.
Yes, you can.
But she's an
have,
adult though. Like
reasonable
I just don't
guess,
know.
But it's not about exposure or nudity.
I don't know why they wouldn't show it, me personally.
네,
But-
여기 이제 채팅에 지금 올려주시는
Yes, we have
그런
the
키워드들?
questions
네.
and comments. And
Apparently, it
keywords
was
in the
just
chat
crazy.
box.
Like the implications were insane. That's what I don't
I
know.
know it's a bit frustrating, right, guys?
It's this is wild right now.
뭐 그런 것들.
Yeah, I don't know what they're
Because
talking
of
about. Like their
those
characters aren't being
that you
treated
have
correctly. I don't know
mentioned.
what that.
보시면은
Yes, you will see that
온천
some of the
벤타나는
content will be
살아있는데
hidden.
얘는 날아가네 이런
Yes,
것들은 이제
the
그쪽
onsen ventana
그쪽이
will
맞고요.
be okay, but the rest of them will be
네.
gone, and you're guessing it right.
저희가 제일 아쉽습니다. 네.
Yeah,
뭐
we're
당연한
really
얘기인
frustrated
거지만 저희가
too
그거를 기획하고 만들었는데
because we were
이제
the
와서
ones who
그거를
designed the characters
빼는
and
게
costumes and the
너무너무
games,
아쉽고.
and that's why we're even more frustrated that we have to hide these features and visuals. It's really sad.
AGF 후속 조치가 지금
AGF
되었냐?
follow up,
Hang on.
and you're guessing it
만든
right.
저희가 제일 아쉽습니다. 네.
Yeah,
뭐
we're
당연한
really
얘기인
frustrated
거지만 저희가
too
그거를 기획하고 만들었는데
because we were
이제
the
와서
ones
그거를
who designed the frustrating, right, guys?
You're watching Guitar Rock.
그런 것들 때문입니다. 그래서
Yes,
이제
because of
뭐
those
삭제
that you have
숨김
mentioned.
처리되는 걸 보시면은
Yes, you will see that
온천
some of the
벤타나는
content
살아있는데
will be
얘는
hidden.
날아가네 이런
Yes,
것들은 이제
the
그쪽
onsen ventana
그쪽이
will
맞고요.
be okay, but the rest of them,
다 받아서 이제
we have already received some of them, and I.
Alright, there we go. We're up to
사에서
date.
조금 개선했으면 좋을 부분이
Oh boy.
설문조사도 다음번에
We could have another survey session, or survey question that focuses on survey questionnaire improvements, and we could have open-ended questions. And
I'll
we
DM
could
you
also
later. I may know the
have,
reason why they're censoring stuff due to in-house
the
laws. Well,
just freestyle answers, but as we collect these results,
yeah, that's fine,
some
Caleb.
of them just could fall loose.
But like, they pretty much like the age thing. Like again, this guy right here, the business director, he pretty much like up and said like there are characters that look like adults but are actually like minors, right? Like they're 15, 16. So we predicted that was the reason that they changed the age. But then we still have the other characters that are targeted specifically that I guess they don't want to go with that theme since the direction they're trying to go to is adult. But I don't know, man. I have to see what they're doing, but I could.
issue, but
I mean, people are going to be
why
upset for
are
sure.
you, sticking with the first person
그리고 마스터를 또
master,
하나의 주인공으로 세울
and
생각이냐라고 이제
are you
말씀을
thinking
주셨는데
about having Master as another protagonist? So these were
마스터를
questions
또
on the
다른
chat.
주인공이 아니라
So,
유일한 주인공으로
Master
만들려고
will be the
하는
only
생각이고요.
protagonist in the storyline. That's
Someone needs to get the
our
OG
plan.
footage. Yeah, I need to see this like Liberta shit, bro, because they're saying it's so wild that they had to
So
censor it.
regarding this, we have
The self-verification stuff is to protect
announced,
themselves, I
we
guess,
have
because
made,
people that are too young will fake age
announcements
anyways.
already, so it's ongoing.
Sure, I mean, that's
we will
fine.
make sure that the Master
준비를 해보겠다라고 말씀드리는 거
comes in
정도가
very
지금
naturally
드릴 수
to
있는
the
최선인 것
plot,
같습니다.
and I think that's what I can say for now.
환불 창구는 언제 열리냐? 네,
So
오늘
when
그
does the
아까
refund
말씀드렸던
channel
내용으로
open?
해서 환불
So because of
창구를
the
이제 아까
updates that
열겠다라고
I shared
말씀드렸었죠.
earlier, I told you that there will be some of the details.
The skirt
related to
change is a
refund.
downgrade. Well, that's the thing. They're changing it from
And so
a
after
schoolgirl
this
outfit
is
to a
over,
teacher
We'll
outfit.
take a look into the policies
타이트하게
because
오늘
these
방송
policies
직전까지 좀
are being
약간
prepared in a
타이트하게
very
일정들이
tight
돌아갔던 것들이
timeline.
있어가지고 일단은
So,
대전제로는 저희가
The
이제
premises
그 불편함을 겪으시는 분들에게
one
for all of the
환불은
inconveniences,
포켓권으로 환불은 무조건 해드린다.
we will
라고
definitely give
정책을
out draw
정했고요.
tickets. This
세부적인
is the
진행
fixed
방식에
policy,
있어서는
and how
이제
we're going to be running
오늘 방송
these.
끝나고 나서부터
We'll let
최대한
you know
빨리
after the
그 정책을
broadcast is
정해가지고
over. So we
공지를
will be
해드리겠습니다.
fixing a policy and then
네,
announcing it
그리고
through our
앞으로도 검열이
notice.
계속 되냐? 이런
And is there going to
질문도
be
오늘
censorship
뭔가 검열이라는
planned,
키워드에
or is
대해서
censorship
여러 가지
going
것들을
to
말씀드려서
stay
우려의
in the
목소리를
future?
많이 주고 계신데,
There are many
저희가
concerned
이번에
voices
이제
about
아까
censorship,
정님께서 말씀하셨던
but Jong already
그런 류의
said
이제
that
컷신들이나
those
디자인
type of
수정들은
cutscenes or character design adjustments
현재 나와 있는 그 디자인들 중에서 더 추가로 할 거는 아마
are
없지 않을까라고
going to
저는
be
일단 생각은 하고요.
staying
앞으로
in that
이제
matter.
제작되는
There will not be
캐릭터들은
additional
되도록이면 이제
redesigning
이왕이면 조금
or
더
hiding. I
성인을
don't
성인답게
think
표현하는
we want
쪽으로
to
아마 하게 되지
describe
않을까라고 그렇게 조심스럽게
adults as they should be.
온천
And-
벤타나 같은 걸 더 상상해.
Yeah, so for like onsen
그죠,
ventana, there will be
있기는
more
한데, 뭐,
imaginations that could be added.
어,
So yeah, I'm trying to put more creativity into
조심을
it.
저 같은
but
경우는
I
저는 조심을 하진 않아요.
I'm trying to be less
이쪽 이제
cautious.
여기서 이제 저한테 오긴
Because
하는데 저는 그냥 일단
All of the
지르고 봅니다.
opinions
네,
and
저는
comments come from
약간 뭐라 해야
Chungho
되지?
and Chunhee, but
제가
myself,
작업할 때는
when I
도파민이 좀
work on
최우선이라서
the
제
characters,
도파민이 제일 최우선이거든요.
what's most
그래서
important is me
그걸
hitting
조심하진
my
않아요.
dopamine
그리고
bar. So I don't really I'm not
Yeah,
being
they're-
cautious
they're
when
being
I come
way
up
too
with these
vague,
kind of
bro.
ideas on the character
네,
design.
세게 네.
So I'm trying to be as spicy as
뭐
possible,
아까도
and I'm trying to
저희끼리
deliver the most
얘기했었지만
wild
이제
stuff to you guys.
참신함과 천박함
Yes, so
속에서
freshness
비율이
and
어느 한쪽이
being
너무
too
이렇게
dirty or
비우면 안
naughty.
된다.
We should
이
strike a
부분에
right
대해서는
balance between the two.
Mhm.
So
워낙 뭐 천박한 것만 잘하는 게
I'm
아니라
sure
천박한
that
것도 잘하시니까.
people know that we are not only
네,
good
앞으로
at
좀
fresh
지켜봐
things,
주시기
but
바랍니다.
also naughty ones. So please stay tuned, guys.
Oh yeah, I remember what happened with
네,
Azur
검열된
Lane.
모습을 보고 판단해 주시면 좋겠습니다.
So please,
검열이라기보다 수정된 모습을 보고
See the
솔직히 테레지
updated
같은
version as
경우에는
well, because especially
오히려
with the
저희
Therese,
내부에서도 그래 이렇게 된 김에
we even say that
터뜨리자라고
internally,
그런
let's
얘기도
go
좀
all out
나눴었고요.
because things
네,
are
아무튼
just
최대한
happening in
잘
that
수정해
direction.
보겠습니다.
So we will do our best in
예,
redesigning.
스트레이트로
So they're
Yeah,
still
to
gonna
be
go.
straightforward.
스토리팀에
Hang on.
대해서
There has been a question
문제라고
related to the
이제
story team,
생각을 하냐 뭐 이런
and
질문이
there were
좀 있었던 것
questions
같은데,
saying whether if you think that this is an
저희가
issue.
이제 관리 차원에서
Well,
최대한 이제
from a
퀄리티를 잘
management
나올 수
point of
있도록
view,
관리를
we're
열심히
trying
하고는
to
있는데 이제
focus on quality, and we're trying
의도와
to
달리
do
좀
our
안
best
좋은
to
상황으로
raise
간
the
것도
quality.
같고,
But
이제 최대한
unlike we have
개선하려고 노력은 하는데
intended,
이제
it actually went to
생각하시는
a different
것만큼 확
direction. But
갈아엎는다거나
We're not trying to overhaul the story.
내보내고 싹
We're
다른
not
팀을 싹
trying to
들어온다거나
start
이거는
everything from
현실
Why do they
scratch.
keep using
Because this is
Ventana as an
realistically
example of units they're
impossible
trying to
do
change?
so.
I
So
don't
we're
know.
trying to
전문가라고 할까요?
Because they're not changing or they're not censoring Ventana, but they're using her as like the bar of like
get some
wild
comments,
shit, I
get
guess.
some consultations from experts.
최대한
So
알아보고
from
있으니까
many different aspects,
물론 마음에
we're
들지
trying
않더라도
to add
조금만 더 이제 좀 기다려 주시면
unique storylines and plots into the story. So if you hang tight a little bit, then we'll definitely come up with the great storyline that you've expected.
But at the
us to
same
have.
time, they said the updated Therese, they want to go all out. So
Yes.
패키지에
So
관련된
there
부분들 많이 올려주시고 계신데
was a lot of
패키지에
questions
관련된
related to package as
올려주시는
well.
부분들 저희가
So
다
these comments will
고려해서
be
어떤 효율이 좀
definitely
아쉽다든지
taken into
더 편하게
account in
구매하고
terms of
싶다든지
efficiency.
oh,
and
I know
convenience.
Arcalive's going crazy, bro.
We will
기획적으로 그리고 이제
definitely
기술적으로
I just
look into
고민을
that in
해보고
terms of
저희가
planning and
they just need to
technical
just come out
methods.
and say what it
And we
is.
will try to
They're trying to get rid of the
incorporate them
fucking
as much as
schoolgirl,
possible, making maybe
어떤
the
bundling
schoolgirl
up.
shit, and then
게임의
they're trying to make it
대화,
safer for
밸런스
Refi
이런
Row.
것들을 살펴서
And we will
and
also
Sarah.
take a look at the
개선한다든지
balance
이런
of
것들을
goods
저희가
and the
돌아가서
structure of the
살펴보도록
game, and we will definitely take an
And then
internal
just be
review on
blunt
this.
with like
Yes, and
if
there
there's
were a
gonna be
lot of
any
questions
changes on
related to
censorship.
Master. So
주셨는데
um,
마스터가
to add a little bit more about the Master.
자아가 어쨌든 마스터도 자아가 있기 때문에
Yeah,
이
the Master
마스터
does have a
캐릭터성이
character and ego. So
그냥 순전히 공기 같은 캐릭터는 아니라서
the Master is not going to
나라고
be someone
인식되기가 좀
who
어려울 것
is like an
같다, 이런
NPC.
말씀을 주셨고
And
그리고
it does,
마스터도 하나의
or
그냥
it will
등장인물일
have its own
뿐이고
character. It's just one of the characters in the game.
오히려 이제 JRPG를 표방한다면
And if
1인칭은
we're
좀
going to be
이상하다
following
이렇게 말씀을
JRPG,
주고 계신데
you might say the first person view
마스터를
is going to be a
표현하는 거에
little bit
있어서
weird.
일단
But when we are trying to expressing the
팩에
Master
등장하는 마스터의 경우에는
and
특정한
for the
형태를 표방하게 될
masters
수밖에
that
없을
we're
것
going to
같습니다.
be
후드를
expressing
쓰고
in the
있거나
pack,
좀 어쨌든
it's
좀
going to
가린
have
형태가
a
되더라도
certain
거기에 이제
look.
팩
For
같은
example, it's
형태,
going
그
to
팩에서
be putting on
등장하는
a
그런
hood,
캐릭터
or it's going
연출에서
to be
아예
either
아무
like
캐릭터도
hidden.
등장하지 않으면 연출
Or if there is
자체가
like no
어색해지기
character
때문에
at all, then the
특정
direction is going
캐릭터로
to
등장할 것
be
같은데
feeling a little bit weird,
초반에는 왜
which is
라텔에
why
이제
you've
몰입을
been
해서 라텔이
asking
주인공인
questions
것처럼
about
Lowen and Levy a
Master.
tracksuit.
하다가
Because
중간에
at
약간 뭐
first,
여러 가지
Lethal seemed to be
상황들이 좀
the
변경이
main
되면서
character.
이렇게 되는 것들이
And
있었는데
Well,
now
that's the
there
thing.
has
They
been a change
they're
to
not.
that,
이제
which is why I
새로운
think
어떤
there are a
so
lot of
weird.
complaints
I don't know.
surrounding
나를
this
동일시할
change.
수 있는 그런 캐릭터로 지금 만들려고 하는
So we're
그런
trying to
부분이
create
있어서
Master as a
네, 이
character where
부분은
you
이제
can
팩을
feel like
제작하면서
you
나온
are
그런
the
연출과
Master.
여러 가지
So
것들을
the
좀
direction
잘 고려를 해서
and
제작을
the game
하겠습니다.
itself is going to be changing a little bit in the new pack.
Some ask for a one store version. I mean, they need to go to one store, bro.
네, 그리고 이제 글루피
There
다이너
are questions
안에서도
about
마스터
Glupy
행동이
Diner,
상대
whether
캐릭터에
if
따라서
the motions
좀
of the Master
태도가
is going to
달라지는 그런
change
부분에
based
있어서도
on who
네, 저희가 많이
the
이제 일관성을
character
놓쳤었던
is.
부분인 것 같고요.
Yeah, but we
네,
did work on the
일관성을 더 느낄 수
consistency,
있도록
and
더
we are
그렇게
going to do our
잘
best so that you
만들어
can feel
보겠습니다.
more consistency with the interaction between Master and the characters.
Yeah, it sounds like Sensei they're not trying to change the lootness, but they're just
Yeah, there
changing
are some images
who
and
they're going to
directions
loot
that are
out.
going to be hidden,
저희
and
공식에서
these are
배포를
going to
해주면
be.
좋겠다. 오늘 이제 수정
There are questions
말씀드렸던
saying
그런
that
내용들에
maybe
대해서
this could be a
네,
wallpaper.
어떤 방식으로 할수
But I don't
있을지는
really
더 검토를
know
해봐야
for
될것
sure
같은데
how
저희
we
공식적으로
can
하는
blend
액션이기
this,
때문에
but
네, 어떤
I think that
방식으로든
we need
검토를
some internal
해보겠습니다.
discussions so to see how we're going to
I
be
think the
playing this
updated
out.
animations will be an overall positive, but they're being so vague, like the whole game could change overnight. I don't like the vagueness, bro, and the I don't know. Like they kind of said it when they brought up the whole age thing, but they're kind of not saying it with the costume shit. And I wish they would just say it.
검수는 어떤 식으로 이루어지나요?
So how
But
do
the-
you look into the
Well, the thing is,
characters? Or how do you
I don't think it's necessarily
examine
that.
inspect the characters?
I think certain because Grenadier is coming
Well,
out, right?
We look at the stories.
I think it's just certain characters they want to
and
like
these are going to be
change their
written within the
setting.
team.
홈페이지 쪽에서
And then
추가로 검토
Obviously, it seems
And
like
Homepage is
Schoolgirl
also
is
going
not
to
something they
be
want to do.
proofreading the stories,
또 이제 한번더
and
검수를
it's
하고
also going to be
저도
reviewed once again
중간중간에 이제
based on the
조금씩
direction of the
Punny,
team.
cunny characters
And I
packing it up.
also
I mean,
refer to them
확인을
in
하는
between.
편입니다.
to be
and
fair,
I'll
they
make a
they
final
they've been
call.
packed up for the most part.
네, 카드 사이슈는 아닙니다.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
not because of the card game. company.
No,
That's
no. DNA will be fine.
well, the Slap Slap Pop mini game is not going to be deleted altogether, but we are going to be sticking with the rhythm of the game. Maybe we can kind of rerun the game in a different format.
What?
Yeah, especially the My Room
아이템이라든지 그런
items.
것들을 이제 어떤 식으로 만약에
How
일시적으로
are
조금
we
지금
going
상태가
to
되니까 그 마이룸
deliver
아이템들을
that
획득하고
My
싶은데
Room
어떻게 해야
items
되는지에 대한 그런 고민들도
because
있었는데
that content is
이벤트를 따로
hidden?
마련을 하되
So we
No
had
way.
that concern, but we will have a separate item for the My Room item.
So
you
they're
can
legit
have
changing Slap Slap
separate
Pop.
acquisition of those items.
They're like actually changing it.
그리고 뭐 다른 플랫폼,
And
뭐
for
원스토어라든지
other
다른
platforms like
플랫폼에
OneStore,
출시하길 희망하시는
if
분들이 계신데요.
there are some
그런
people who
부분들은 이제
want our
좀
game to be
적극적으로
released on
저희가
those platforms,
살펴보려고 하는데
these could be an
그
option
자체는 아마
definitely. So we
이거를
will be actively looking into it,
원스토어만을
but
위한 컨텐츠를 한다기보다는
we're not
Meanwhile,
going to be
Lost Sword,
releasing
bro,
content only
I
for
don't get it.
that platform. I think it's going to be
See, now that when they were talking about meeting with the I don't know, the brand people or whatever, and in terms of like treating their character is I guess is Slap Slap Pop
and yeah.
one of those things? Is that why they want to change
I
it?
think the last question related to Master. This is going to be our final question. In Browndust 1, it was a first-person view, which is why a lot of our fans really didn't like it. And there were no main characters in Browndust 2, which is why it was a third-person view, but changing it back to one-person view, that's actually kind of disappointing. That was one of the comments we got from the chat. I know we are definitely on the same page, but sorry.
Can you send it
it's
on
either that
Discord,
the
Honey
direction
Limbs?
has changed to one-person view.
Oh boy.
사실 공지 같은 거는 좀 할 말이 없는 게
Yes,
되게
I
여러분들이
have nothing
계속해서
much to
검수를
say
하는데도
about the
꼭 한두 개씩
notice
이렇게
because even if we
그
do
오류가
proofreading very tightly,
찝빠가
there could be some
생기는 게
little
아무래도
errors and flaws
할
here
말이
and
없지
there.
않나.
So that is why
네.
저희가 참
찐빠는
죄송한
we are
부분
just
너무
too sorry to say
항상 그걸 좀
anything,
확인하려고 하는데
and we
꼼꼼하게
try our best to
네, 네.
review
이건
everything
변명의 여지가 없습니다. 뭐
comprehensively.
공지가 많아도
But
어쨌든
no
찐빠가 안
excuse
나야 되는 게
here
맞고요.
because even
저희가
without the
최대한
notice, we should
검수에
have
좀더 신경을
no
써서
flaws. But we will do our
찐빠
best
나지 않도록
in inspections and proofreading to make sure that there are no errors.
프리셋은 도입을
Yeah.
하려고 합니다.
We are trying to introduce My Room preset.
스킬 컷신이 수정되는 거는
So skill
그러니까 일단
cutscene
오늘
modification or
구체화된
redesigns.
그
Yeah, what?
이미지를 먼저 준비했었던 게 테레제여서
So the
테레제부터
more
일단
clarified
말씀을 드릴 수 있을
design
것
was
같은데
actually
아까도
to reset.
말씀드렸듯이
I think that's why I
동일한
could
스타일의
talk about her
동일한
first.
그 양업을 하는 컨셉을
So
다
we
유지를
have
하면서
the
조금 더 아주 약간
medical
더
hospital
연령대가 높은 고생 선생님이라 아까 키워드를 말씀드렸는데
theme,
그런
and
쪽의
we
스토리와
have
그런
the
쪽의 연출로
trainer or
비슷한
instructors.
구도에서
And
조정이 될
from
것
that
같고요.
perspective, I think we could have that level of
그리고
redesigning
뭐
later
레피테아
on.
같은 경우에는
And for
기존에
Wikipedia,
어쨌든 그런 하얀색
So it's
레피테아
the theme.
white
그 귀여운
Wikipedia,
매력 그대로 살리면서
we will still
요정
have her
같은
cute
컨셉으로
charms,
아마
but
조정을
she
하게
will
될것
look
같습니다.
more like a fairy.
Okay, they're getting rid of the wedding outfit.
수영복 테레제에 검열이 되는
And
것처럼
for
Swimsuit,
swimsuit,
yeah, to reset. She's not going to be censored.
Okay, so then all right, so that pretty much confirms it's the theme then. They don't want to do schoolgirl shit, and then specifically Sarah,
all the
Row, and
chat
Row or
검열이라는
it still
Refi
talks
are getting
about
changed.
censorship. So censorship comes allowed a lot, but it's not about censorship. It's actually redesigning.
But you said censorship, bro. Oh, you like they gotta be. Oh my god. Just stop being so vague and say you're trying to avoid
그런 지적들이
issues with
I
certain
don't really know
context.
궁금해하시는 건
You don't want to do the
충분히
schoolgirl
might ask
theme.
who is pointing these
이거는
things
그냥
out.
저희가
You don't want
Where is the
Refi in a
censorship
wedding
coming
outfit.
중요할 것 같고
Just say
But I
that,
think-
bro.
말씀드리는 게
What's important is us going to
모르겠습니다.
the right
이게
direction and us
여러분들께서
making
뭔가
modifications accordingly.
그게 필요하실 수도 있는데
Of course,
근데
it
이제
might be needed, but
But Jet Ro doesn't even have loot scenes.
좋을 것 같지는
I think that
않아서
ultimately
I
it's
know.
not going to be helping
I don't
us
know.
nor the
그냥
game.
저희가 더 유명해지면서 발생하는 좀
And
부작용이
Maybe they're
also
just gonna
this
cover up
is
more,
one
I
of the
don't know.
side effects for us becoming
유명해지는
more famous and
것에
popular.
대해서 양지로
It's
And
one of the
now
side effects for
because
us becoming more
we
famous and
are
popular.
going to the mainstream
Now because we're
arena,
going to the
then these
mainstream.
kind of side
네.
effects happen.
Oh my
뭐
god.
이제 말씀하신 것처럼 수정이라고 할 수도 있고
And we can say that
검열이라고 할 수도
it's
있지만
redesign,
그
or we can
이제
say it's censorship,
단순히 수위 문제는 아니고
but
계속
it's not
말씀드리지만
simply
단순히 수위
because of the
문제는
level of
아니고
nudity.
네.
No, it's
저희의
not the
어떤
level of
계획들이
nudity.
발표가
It's the
되면은
fucking theme.
But
Just
when
say
we
what it is,
announce
bro.
the
확인하실 수
plans
있을
for
거라서 그거
modification or
봐주시면 될 것
redesign, I think
같습니다.
that you'll be
네.
able to see that there is a sense of consistency.
Bro.
그리고 이제
Patch notes when right after
지금
this
이번에
this is
등장한
So
over
for
with.
now,
없을
there
거라고
will
일단은
be
생각을
no
합니다.
additional
네.
redesigns
확신-
except for the ones
확답을 드리지 못하지만
announced and
No, they're not.
충분히 지금
we cannot say it for
내부에서
sure,
논의가 되고
but
있고
They're not
we
censoring,
are
like,
already
story or
discussing
anything like that.
internally,
And they're not
except for
censoring
the
all the
ones
characters. It's the
announced
one that they
today.
mentioned.
최대한 저희가 원래 하던 것들을 할 수 있도록
We will do
어,
our
내부 논의를
best
하고
to
있으니까.
carry
Basically,
out
underage
our
characters,
activities as
pretty
we've
much
done
sensei.
so far.
Not
And
not just underage
it's not
characters, but
gonna
like
be
I think certain themes like
unlimited.
schoolgirl. I
There's
think
going to be an end.
수위적으로는
because they said they're not changing Therese
You know,
swimsuit
there are
costume.
some
They're not changing
higher
anything but
levels
the
of
medical
nudity, but
이번
schoolgirl
영상에
Therese.
포함되지 않은
But those
것들은
characters were not the
잘
subject of
살펴주시면 좋을 것
redesign, so
같습니다.
please keep
네.
that in mind as well.
Yeah, and he basically just confirmed there are characters with way more nudity, but they're not being
We
redesigned.
do know what this game delivers, and
되는
we
그런,
know what kind
키워드들을
of
저희
advantages
스스로
or
버리면,
benefits that
예전에
it provides.
프로님이 한번
And if we
말씀하셨었지만
disregard those kind of
어딘가에서 죽느니
benefits,
유저들 손에 죽겠다.
then
유저들 손에
it's
죽느니
not Browndust too. And
아,
Origami
아,
once
아무튼
said that if I would die, then I would die for our fans, or I would just let my fans to kill me.
그래서 아무튼 그런
So,
장점들을 저희가
yeah, we still have
버리면
that in mind.
당연히
If
안될
we
거라고
are going to
생각하고
be
있어서
disrespecting
조금 이제
the
표현이
pure
가능한
nature and identity of Browndust 2,
성인들의
then
표현이나
I'd say
이런
that that's
쪽에서
not
더 많이
how
아마
Browndust 2
보여드릴
plays
수
out.
있으면
So
있었지.
I know
네.
that all of
또
you are
오늘
adults,
이제 말씀드렸던
and I know that
캐릭터들이나 이런
you
것들을
really love our
보시면
characters and
어떤
What about the
costumes,
wall
but
of the
if you
butt in
see
my
how
room?
it
I
is
don't know.
redesigned, then you'll be able to know like what kind of direction we're heading for. And for Liberta, because there are no interactions, I know that some of you are frustrated and uncomfortable with the changes. This is some of the changes that have been happening very recently, and we were very dizzy because of these changes as well. And you might ask about the interactions and where it is heading to. I know that a lot of you felt that it's unfortunate. We do too as well, but you'll be able to know what kind of direction we're heading to if you see the redesigns.
다들 너무 그 추측을 많이 하시고
Everyone
궁금해하셔서
is doing this guessing game, so people really want to
It's
know.
literally a guessing game, bro.
좋을지 모르겠지만
I'm not sure if it's
일단은
better for
그런
us
것들이 있습니다.
to
Just-
mention exactly
얘는 되는데
why,
얘는 왜안
but
되나요?
Just say it.
이거는
wonder
건전하지
why
않나요?
some
이런
characters
것들이 있는데
are subject to
그것들에 대한
redesigning
이제
while others are not. And
굉장히
are you
지역별로
saying this is
서로 기준이 굉장히 다르고 그다음에
more
어,
sexual than others? But
서로 좋아서
we
하느냐
could have
서로 좋아서
different
하느냐,
standards, and
그렇지
are we
않느냐에 대한
doing it
이슈도
because we
있습니다. 네, 뭐
like
그런
it?
것들이 있기 때문에
No, it's not
네,
always the
저희가
case.
그
So
범위를 최소화해서
we
이렇게
want to
말씀을 드린
minimize
거고요. 네.
redesigning as much as possible. That's what we
그냥
want to
좀
say.
저희가 이제
Okay, so
그
pretty much what we've been
그거죠.
thinking, essentially.
앞서 말씀드린 것처럼 유명해지다 보니까
Yes, it's because we are
그렇습니다.
getting
네.
too popular, and we're having this as a side effect of our popularity.
2D 인권
Okay.
네,
Yeah, people are talking
그렇다기보다는
about 2D human rights, but that's actually not the
네,
case.
조금 그렇네요. 2D
I think
그런
that
문제는 아닌데
we need to be very careful about this, but it's not because of 2D human rights.
It's because they're going in an adult direction and they want to avoid issues with any themes like schoolgirl or like very young looking lolly type
그리고
characters like
스토리
Refiro and
관련해서는
And
Sarah.
about the
뭐
story.
사실 오늘 제가 여러 채팅창을 읽고 있는데
I
주고
have
계신
got a lot of
의견들의
questions through
결이
chat,
다
and I
달라서
think that all of the
어떻게
questions are very
어떤
different in its nature.
어떤 방향으로 말씀드려야 될지
I'm
되게
not
좀
really sure
어렵기는 합니다.
how
다 어쨌든
to
저희가
answer the
만족스러운
questions related to story.
결과물을 못
Not
냈기
really
때문에
sure
나오는
how to
문제라고 생각을 하고
satisfy
있고
all of our fans.
어떤 방향이 됐건
If they just
And
say
whichever
theme and
direction
age
we
and
go,
end this so
we
fast,
have
well,
to-
they've
I
kind
think that
of,
ultimately
at this
what
point,
we
they've kind of
try to
alluded to it
express
with all the
is
examples.
to deliver a really nice story to our fans.
The age thing is
and
pretty much
to
confirmed.
regain trust from our fans.
Because they just, one of them just flat out said, like, some
And
characters look like adults, but they're like
If I
15.
talk to each and every
They didn't say
one
that
of
literally,
fans,
but-
if we meet one by one, then I think that I would be able to give you a clear answer. But through the broadcast, since this is an official channel, it's really difficult for me to
Plus,
say it out loud and give you a very clear answer that can.
I'm still confused on Slap Slap Pop though. Why are we changing Slap
Yes,
Slap Pop?
I'm in a different part, but
Because it sounds like they're
I
gonna
thought
change it
about
into
ways
just
to
purely a
do
rhythm
it
game.
much better and improve it much better. It's limited to actually local Korea, but there are some people who actually write fan art, and I really wanted to meet with them somehow. And how am I going to get their contact? That's what I thought about as a alternative.
AGF 미수령
Yeah,
특전이나
for
굿즈는
AGF
최근에
merch.
이제 그 취합이 다 종료.
They didn't
Yeah,
say
we
that
have
they're
to work
redesigning
with
just
them
yet. They would have
closely
mentioned that.
and
They're
to
not
have
redesigning her.
checking the integrity
정확하게
as well.
이제 발송을 어느
It's not about the age, it's about
We'll
the
be
theme.
checking how many we need to prepare and who we need to send it to. So once we produce it, then we'll be able to deliver them. And I think that the fastest date would be the end of January because we still have to produce them. So just think of it as the end of January or like the first or second week of February.
Sarah's an adult. She's in an well. In the story, they said she was 16.
So related to Liberta,
She-
Liberta's prestige skin was very much expected by a lot of people, and I definitely agree with your frustration. But the interaction that we plan to develop, even after redesigns, the concept itself is difficult to be delivered as a normal skin. So that is why we plan to provide a special skin. But for the Liberta's prestige skin, we are designing from the Liberta's standards and perspectives, and we want to have safer designs that would make Liberta look more adult-like. So we want to take an additional look at that. We do love Liberta. I personally love Liberta, so I was really hyped up to see Liberta's prestige skin. But
It was actually the atomic bomb of 2026 for me personally. And Liberta has a lot of fans, which is why a lot of you are mentioning Liberta in the chat, and we will definitely find a way to showcase Liberta in a different manner.
So are they saying the reason they're changing?
it's not related or directly linked to age, but on the outer surface, that's what it's
Implied.
important. It
Okay.
looks on the
Okay.
outer side.
Okay. Bro. Guys, Liberta is... Oh, Jesus. So that's why not only did they delay it because they felt it was too raunchy, but it could be the fact that she looks young, is what they're saying too. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what kind of question that I should.
I'm not gonna lie,
answer,
that
but
is
the
kinda
thing that We're like apologizing 100,000 times through history.
So
Bro.
is there gonna be reward or
I don't know
or,
what's gonna happen.
compensation? I think if we put rewards or compensation, it could be putting a lot of pressure. So I didn't give.
No,
much
they're
thought
not
to
going to
that
change her
option.
character.
But-
They're falling back on the, it sounds like the lootness of the
These
design
achievements have to be
or the
adjusted. This
Glupy Diner
astronomical
interaction,
amount
whatever,
of a number of
because of how she
achievements.
looks.
So
But
the-
I don't know. You guys could be right
There
too.
are those who have already completed them or they are in the process of completing them. So that's why
Bro,
I
this
just
shit is
left
too
it
vague,
at
bro.
that.
Just, oh my god, I hate this vague shit, dude.
100만 번을 진행했을 때 뭔가
So when we do 1,000,000 times and give big
자동
rewards,
매크로를 걸던
and
뭔가를
we could do
해서라도
automatic
이거를 해야 되는
macro,
상황으로 되니까
and then
참,
that
네.
becomes
Oh
an
my
automatic
God.
option.
하는 건
So
좋지 않다라고 생각을
I didn't think that it was
But, like-
actually good to motivate or encourage to go in that direction.
I'm so confused. Like they say that they're still keeping the same lootness, and they give Ventana as an example, I guess. But
나중에
I don't know.
그
Liberta is
later
kind
on,
of
독박
crazy.
할 때
Rerunning the
가격이
prestige
당연히 올라가거나
skin.
하진 않고
Of course, the price
그
is not
구성
going to
그대로
change. The settings are
다시
going
독박이
to
될
be
거고,
exactly the
그래서
same.
이제 구매하신 분들은
So for those who have
사실 이제
purchased the
따로 구매를 하지
prestige
않으셔도
skins,
되고,
do
아마
not
구매가
really have to
뭐 7번을 다
repurchase them
구매하셨으면
again.
아마 막혀
And
있을 거고
if you have
네, 그
purchased
정보
7
그대로
times, then I think
다시
that you'll
독박이
be
될 겁니다.
blocked.
네.
So everything is going to be rerun as its original.
There's quite a bit going on. We've been talking about it for like the past like hour.
네,
Oh man, there's basically redesigns that are going on, but it's a little bit fishy. Yeah, the more I hear, the more scared I know, bro. They keep explaining it, and I'm like, bro, what are you talking about?
그 메가 세일 패키지
Yes,
같은
for the
경우에는
mega sale
저희가
package
이제 당시에
at that time,
2주년 당시에
for our
2주년을
second
기념하는
year
것도 있고,
anniversary,
그다음에 이제
it was actually to celebrate our second year anniversary, and
맨땅,
we
그러니까 소위 말하는 맨땅에서 시작하신 분들
wanted
그런
to
분들도 어느 정도
provide
메리트를 있게 하자.
some of the
충분히
advantages
성장하는 데
to
도움이 되게 하자.
newbies,
이런 취지로 시작했던 거라서
and
뭐 당장
that is
이제
why
이거를
we
다시
had that mega sale
오픈한다든지
package.
이런 건 조금 어려울 것 같고
So it would be difficult for us to open or
제품을
launch another mega
Just give me
sale
a sec,
package, but
동일하게 한 번씩 구매하는 걸로 하더라도 해서 그러니까 구매하지 않았는데 시간이 지난 거를
there could be
다시
some
이제 구매할 수
people
있게
who
되돌리는
didn't
거를
buy it,
이제 뭐 3주년
but
정도에는 검토할 수 있을
we
것
could
같고요.
also review
이거를 뭐
going back
추가를
to the
하거나 이렇게
option
하기에는
for the
혜택이 너무
third
큰 패키지였기
anniversary
때문에
because it was a
섣부르게 저희가
huge
다시 이거를
benefit. So it would be
그러면 2월달에
too
하겠습니다. 3월달에
difficult for
하겠습니다.
us
이렇게
to
할
say,
만한
oh,
성격의
we're going to
패키지는
do this
아닌
in
것
March
같고
or
네.
February.
추후에 좀 이렇게
Yep.
서비스 상황상 이런 정도의 지원이 한 번 더 있어야 되겠다라고
If
할 때
we
아마 할 수 있을 것
find
같고요.
it useful to have
Snowbreak
another
censorship
mega
route would be nice.
sale package,
I mean,
we can give it a
Snowbreak.
스토리 2부 나올 때
Yeah, so for
Snowbreak
Story
censorship
Part
was kind of
2,
crazy because they went through it.
some
They went
people
through
were
it
asking
twice.
whether if this is a rebranding of Browndust too. I'm not really sure
그
about the
이부를
title, but I
처음
think that
시작한
for
분들이
part
많지, 그게
2, it will have a
시작인
similar
것처럼 하려고
vibe.
좀
So we're
생각을
trying
고려를 하고
to
있습니다.
kind of restart.
네.
Yeah,
Jet's May game going down is kind of sad.
because this is an official
너무 그런
broadcast.
부적절한
I wouldn't say that. Look, we've been through.
Yeah, I hope
I need to see what this is gonna be
inappropriate
because
community language should not be spoken. Yes, totally understand and agree.
자유롭게 얘기를 하다 보니까
Yeah, it's
Hang on.
because we try to be very free,
언행으로 좀 얘기를 하게 되는 부분도
and I
있는데
think that's why some of the community language has
재밌게
popped
하려다
up.
보니까
And
약간 좀
we
어려운
wanted this
부분이
to be
있습니다. 네,
as
네,
entertaining as
그렇게 하셨다면
possible.
죄송합니다.
I'm very sorry if you felt a little disappointed.
yeah, like the whole thing with Snowbreak. Like I've been through the Snowbreak censorship when it happened twice, so I'm willing to see what this is all about. But yeah.
그리고 이제
and
Jet XC has no brain. Crazy. Nah, Jet has options. Let's see first.
I think there are too many
Chet May game only
predictions and
Wu.
assumptions here.
I just hate how
never mind.
vague this shit is.
뭐 근데 뭐 저희가 답답하다, 저희도 힘들다 뭐 이런 얘기를 드리는
Yes,
걸로는
we
사실
don't want to say that we are also
지금
frustrated.
그런
That's not
얘기로
gonna really
지금 가지시는
comfort
생각들이
you and
사그라들지 않을 거라는 거는
really
당연하다고
calm your
생각합니다.
anger and frustration that you have.
죄송한데
And we are truly sorry
네.
for the
그러니까 이제
updates that angered you.
서버 분리로 해결되지 않는
Yeah,
수준이어서
I think that this is something that we cannot
그렇게 하게
solve
됐습니다.
by
Beat
separating the
it.
server.
Y'all
해결되지
throwing
않아요.
in the
This,
chat.
this is
이미
never
한다고
going
해서
to be solved with
해결되지 않는
separating the
이슈.
server. This issue is
그러니까
still going to
이게
stay the same.
그
Yeah,
추가적인
so-
검열은 일단 없을 거라고 생각을 하고 있고요.
I don't think there
왜냐면
will be any additional censorship
좀 특정되기는
because
했거든요. 근데 그게
it
우리의
was
지금의
a very
방향하고는
specific
우리 지금 방향을 딱 들어맞는 건 아니에요.
request.
그래서
It's not
지금 방향은
perfectly
괜찮은데 이제 그 중에
fitting to
좀 이제
our
지적된
current
것들이
situation.
있으니까
Okay.
But there
그런
are
어떤
some
수정이고,
critiques,
어,
and that is why we
만약에
are
우리의 가는
giving
방향에서 검열이
redesigns
들어간다는 거는
and
이제 아마
censorship
채팅창에도
to
많았는데
our
우리의
current
근간 자체가
directions mean
그 방향성 때문에
that
뜬 거잖아요. 근데 그 방향성에 검열
it's
당한다는
because
건
of
그냥
that direction,
우리의
and
근간이
we are
뒤흔드는
being
거라서
censored because of that
그때는
direction.
저도
That
딱히
means our
개발을 하고 싶지 않을 것
groundwork
같고요.
is being
뭐 그렇게
shaken.
되지
Then at that
않는
point, I don't
쪽으로
want to develop
최대한
either,
그리고 뭐
and that is why we
우리의
don't
근간을
want
지키는
that happening.
쪽으로
We
개발을
want
할
to
생각입니다.
secure our groundwork and framework.
Okay, so that in
우리가
another
스스로
roundabout
사이즈를
way
하나 걱정 안
confirms
So don't worry
that it's
about
those
us being
specific
too
characters
careful.
for reasons.
We're not going to just
I
save ourselves, but we want to say that we had
mean, we're
some
getting
issues.
Ventana as compensation. What the fuck happened? Ray, a lot is going on, bro. A lot is going on. Everybody keeps coming in saying, what the hell happened? We've gone over the subject like 20 times, and it's still like ongoing because they keep bringing up new information or a new example. Thank you for the 10, Ray. But essentially, Ray, there's
I had
redesigns,
2 bottles of water, and
But
I think I need more.
it's coming off as censorship,
네.
and there's a lot.
Yeah,
There's just a
I
lot.
think-
It's redesigns for certain characters.
Which is why we will
And we
be
figured out why
receiving
they're doing
one
it, and they've
questions
revealed
each
why they're doing it.
from the global channel, Korean channel, and the rest of the channels.
We can
And I
talk
think
about it
that
after,
we should
but
be wrapping up.
wait for 2-hour Chaba vid from Gen X Drama. Dude, I'm probably gonna be yapping in my video. I'm not gonna lie. So be prepared for like maybe 25,
Yeah,
30
I really
minutes.
want to give you an answer,
Cause
a
like
clear answer.
me personally, I don't give a fuck about the first person
Yeah, there was a question
MC
related to
self-insert.
Eclipse
That
figure
makes
release.
sense. I get it. I don't care. But
Has it
this
been
is a lot.
Do you remember the Eclipse figure?
출시까지 발표 안 됐나요?
Have you announced the release date?
2-hour yapping, no less.
메인 스토리에 등장하지만
Sir, another censorship just hit the
Okay,
second
next
booba.
question is about
추가할 계획이 있느냐.
characters. If you have any plans.
Yo, Jet, we
to
are here
release
with
them
Evil
as
in Sao
playable
Paulo,
characters for the characters
having a
that
good
did
time with
not
Latinas.
show
Where are
up
you?
in the
Shit,
main
I gotta get my
main
flight.
story?
앞으로 등장하는 메인 스토리에 등장하는
Well,
캐릭터들은
the characters that are going to be
주요
showing
캐릭터들이
up
많이
in the
등장할
main
거라
story are
거의
going to
대부분
be
이제
the main
플레이어블
characters, which is why
추가가
they will
될
be
것
added as a
같은데,
playable character.
예를 들어서
But for example,
바로 전에 이제
I will be talking. I don't know how long it's gonna be,
the most
but
recent story pack,
파랑머리, 파랑
do you
짧은
remember the character with the
란,
short
란.
blue
머리,
hair?
란,
Ran?
아무튼 그 날개가
란.
달린 어떤 그 많은 분들께서 좋아해
She's a character
주셨던
with wings,
그
and I
중성-
think that
중성
it
단발 컷의
was a
파란
character
머리
that was
캐릭터가
loved
있는데
by a
그런
lot of our
캐릭터들 같은
fans.
Yeah, that's the
경우에는
So
Valkyrie
for
girl.
this
이제 많이
character,
말씀해 주시면 또
I think
플레이어블
that
캐릭터로
maybe
등장하게 될
it
것 같고,
can
그
be
전에
released as a playable
잠깐
character
나왔었던
if there are a lot of
그
requests from our fans.
그레타라는 좀
And
이제 근육이
do you guys
있는
remember
빨간
Greta?
머리 근육이 있는 그런
Greta is a
캐릭터들도
character
네,
with
아마 플레이어블
bright
캐릭터로
red hair.
등장하게 될것 같습니다.
Maybe she will also be released as a playable character in the future.
아까 짧게 지나간 질문인데 레비아 컷신은
Yeah.
문제 없었어요.
What about Levia cutscene? This was a question from one of our
이분
channels.
스토리에서 마스터 이름을
Yeah, in
유저가
part
직접
2,
설정이
the
가능하냐,
master's
그
name,
시스템도 같이
it can be set
제공을 하려고 합니다.
by the players. So, be my guest, guys.
그레타 제발 복근 사이로 땀 흐르는 연출 넣어주세요.
Okay.
Yeah, there are some character concepts that were asked by our fans.
전투
They
방향성을
wanted
바꿀
these
계획이
sweats to
없느냐,
go through the
그냥
abs
너무
of Greta.
길로
Okay, definitely
칙칙하는
I'll
그런
put that in
컨셉이
mind.
아니냐라는 질문이
And yeah, we
있었는데
have a question
있었는데
related to the
기존 나무
concept
추적자나
about
길드레이드에서
the
이제
guild raid and
획기적으로
fiend
뭔가
hunter
룰을
concept.
변화시키기보다는
Well, we're not going to be
그
overhauling the
신규 콘텐츠,
rules,
신규 전투
but
콘텐츠에서는 또
for
약간
new
새로운 재미를
combat
드리려고
content, we wanted to
지금 검토를
add
하고
in
있어서
new
네,
features,
그런 부분은
enjoyable
신규 전투
features,
콘텐츠
which is why
쪽에서
we're currently
네, 검토를
considering
하게 될것
those
같습니다.
kind of new features and content to be added to the combat.
게임의 근간이
Oh,
있지
boy.
않을까 하는데
Yeah,
참신한
so
천박함이냐
I guess that's a lot
제약이냐라고
of
말씀을 주셨는데
you are
네,
worrying
참신한
about the
천박함으로
groundwork
키워드를
about
정하고
the
이제
concept of the
캐릭터 간의
game,
교감이나 이런
whether if
것들을
we need
조금
to
더
balance
많이
between
강조를 하려고 하는
freshness,
부분이 오늘
uniqueness,
이제
or naughty.
말씀드린 내용에
Well,
포함되어
yes,
있었습니다.
we did answer this question, so yeah, we're going to try to strike a balance between these two.
테레제 양호부 선생님 일러스트는 확정 아닙니다. 아까 그것도
Yeah, the illustration
시안이고
related to
예시지.
Therese,
네.
the
러프하게 잡아놓은
nurse
좀
teacher
빠르게
Therese
컨셉만
is
이렇게
not a
하자라고 해서
concept that is
러프하게 시안을
fixed.
잡은
This is
거지.
just a
네,
rough
시안은
illustration
정식으로 잡은
concept,
확정 아닙니다.
but
네.
this has not been fixed, guys, so we'll let you know once this is fixed.
네, 이 게임이 어떻게 기사회상했는지
Yeah,
Like the story with the
we
Liberto.
do
주신
understand
내용에 대해서,
how
네.
this game
네,
came
저희가
about.
잘 네, 앞으로 오늘 사실 어떤 말씀을
Yes,
드려도
definitely. So whatever
불안한
we
마음이
say
남아있으실
today,
것
I know
같은데
that there will still
앞으로
be
저희가
concerns
보여드리는
left and
업데이트의 그런
remained by our
콘텐츠들을
fans.
보시면서
But by looking at all of the content that will
오늘
come
들어올려서
after
팬티가
this
보이는
broadcast,
상호작용을
I think that you'll
캐릭터로
understand what kind of
보여드리면서
direction
이거
we're trying to
보여드리면
head to.
좋아하겠지라고 생각했던 그 마음이랑
Do you
전혀 다른
remember
방향의 무언가를
the
말씀드리게 되어서 저도 정말
avatars
죄송스러운데요.
that we showed
네,
you in
앞으로
Fantasia Square?
재밌는
If we
것들 많이
lift the
보여드리면서
leg up, you can
다시
see her
저희가
underwear, right? So
원래 하고자
this is
했었던 그리고
definitely
좋아해 주셨던
the
방향을 잃지
concept that
않았다는
we
거를
will
다시
stay
보여드릴 수
consistent,
있도록 하겠습니다.
and we'll definitely come up with new concepts that you guys will love.
슬렌더는 다른 문제인
Yeah,
것
I think
같아요.
that Slender is a
슬렌더는,
different matter.
아, 네. 뭐 예를 들어 루비아라든지
그쵸,
Like
그쵸.
Rubia.
슬렌더는 다른 네.
네.
So Slender is a different issue.
Okay, guys. I'm like, sorry if I'm like super quiet. I'm like,
JRPG의 요소가 흔적으로라도 남았으면 좋겠다.
Yeah, we actually really want a hint of
뭐 이런 연출과
JRPG
매력을
to be
살릴 계획은
left.
있는지
I'm just trying to hear
And
anything
there
else
were
that they might say
questions
about
related
this.
to plans of leaving a hint of JRPG. Yeah, well, so if we look at the story, you might ask whether if this is JRPG or not. But in other stories or other games, it's really irrelevant whether if it is first-person view or third-person view. It really doesn't matter. So,
Are they gonna change Therese interaction too?
stories or concepts or directions.
I mean, to basically sum it up, the characters that they've chosen to change is because their setting or theme is something that they want to get rid of. So they're changing, for example, Medical Therese is going to be in a school teacher theme, right? And then they're also changing up Sarah, Ro, and Refi, but they're not changing up anybody else. And then they also told us that the age thing, they pretty much confirmed that the age thing was to not run into any issues, right? Like they talked about how an adult character will look adult, but she'll actually be like, and they said a minor. So like Justia, for example. So that's why they got rid of the ages. And then they also said, because we're getting more popular, things like that will come up. So they're trying to, still go in the same lewd direction, but I don't think we're going to be getting themes like schoolgirl or different types of themes that Refi, Ro, and Sarah have. And again, they said it's going to be a redesign. I don't know what they're going to change, but for Therese, it sounds like they're going to keep the same consistency and lewdness, but it's the theme of her costume that's changing, along with her Glupy diner, by the way. But the slap slap pop shit, I have no idea what they're changing with that. I think that's kind of wild.
그 깽가리 치신 분도 있으면 알려주세요.
Yeah, and if
Yeah,
there
I'm
are
baffled
anyone
about
who
Liberta
goes
too.
to, like,
I don't
different
know
parties,
what
different vendors, and then complain.
I don't know what they're
This
trying to
is
say about
also
Liberta,
this is not a
because
local
at the
issue.
beginning they were saying,
We are
"Oh,
definitely going
this
to be
this
sticking with our
Glupy
current
diner interaction is so wild we can't show it." And then they also said later on, "Oh well, we also thought because Liberta, how she looks,
어느 정도
we may want to postpone and hold
And
this off. And
Sylvia
it's
is
just,
also
it's,
going to be
I don't know.
keeping her pure
어,
concept. And I think that
일단은
it's now time
요
for
정도로
us to
오늘은
wrap
좀
up
마무리를
today's stream.
하려고
So,
하고요.
Hang on, what do you say?
concept, no changes in that.
그대로
Vendors and
프레젠만의
then
재미 컨셉이
complain, then
없어지냐, 그게
yeah, please let
매력인데,
us know because
네,
this is
그렇지
not a
않습니다.
local issue.
컨셉 그대로 잘 살릴
So
겁니다.
we are definitely going to be sticking with our current concept. No changes in that.
네.
Liberta
네,
getting nerfed,
일단은
not,
어느 정도 조금
Yeah.
그
not
Green Day is also
necessarily.
going to be
마무리를 할 시간이
keeping
된것
her
같아서
pure
어,
concept.
Hang on.
ability. So I truly apologize to all.
그럼에도 불구하고
But
we'll
even
talk in a
so,
sec.
팬분들께서
during
직접
the
얼굴
offline
보고
events,
말씀 주실 때
the warm words
따뜻하게
and
말씀해
support we
주시고
got from the
응원해 주시고
fans
해서
meant a lot
힘을
for me
얻었고
personally.
죄송한 마음과 감사한
And
마음 다
we
함께
have
들었고요.
both the
조만간
Liberta isn't getting,
feeling sorry and
getting
feeling
changed.
thankful at the same
팬분들
time.
모시고
And your
직접
support
소통하는
meant a
자리
lot,
마련하려고
and
합니다.
we
아까도
will
앞에서 뒤에서
review
말씀드리기도
all
했었던
feedback
부분인데
carefully
스토리에
and
대해서든
reflect it
전투에
in the
대해서든
game.
직접 보고 얘기하는 게 훨씬 더
It's always good to connect with the fans in
If
person,
you're
and we
see
always
comment below.
enjoy the deep conversation
자세한
with the
일정이랑
fans.
Oh.
방식을 하도록
We
하겠습니다.
will
다양한 권역에서 전해주신 소중한
very
건의사항들
sorry.
다 이제
We are
준비하고
very
검토해서
thankful for
잘
the
반영하도록
opportunities
하겠습니다.
for
감사합니다.
She's
meeting
a
with you, and we will
schoolgirl.
review all the feedback
저번
carefully.
한해 아마 아쉬운
Yes,
부분이
and
많았던 것 같아요.
definitely for
열심히
the
이제
in-person
성장한
meeting,
부분도
we
있고
will let
또
you know,
그렇지
and we
못한
will
부분들도
also
있고
let you know through an
저도 이제 여러
announcement.
가지
Oh
And
my
looking back on the
배우면서
last
그렇게
year,
지냈던
there
것
were
같습니다.
definitely things we could have done better,
그래도
I know.
기다려주시고
And there were areas
응원해주시는
where we could
우리
grow,
팬분들이 있기
there were
때문에
areas where we still
여기까지
fell
저희가
short,
올 수
and I learned a
있었다고 생각을
lot
하고
along the way.
앞으로도
We're only here
여러분들이
today
마음
because you
편하게
waited for
즐길
us
수 있는
and
게임이
continue to
되도록
support us. Going
노력하겠습니다.
forward, we'll keep
새해 복
working to
많이
make a game you
받으시고
can enjoy
팬분들에게
comfortably
웃을 수 있는
and with
일들이
peace.
많았으면
One
좋겠습니다.
second.
Happy New Year, guys, and I hope this year brings you plenty of moments to smile. Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
네, 저도 이제
Yes,
여러
and I may have gone a
2주년에
bit
보여준 사랑과
overboard with the
관심에
2.5th
보답을 하려고
anniversary plans, trying to return the love from the
욕심을 많이 냈다가
second
오히려
anniversary.
팬분들께 좀
And I
불편함을 드린 적이 있는
am
것
deeply
같아서
sorry if that
죄송한
have
마음이고요.
caused any
다음에
trouble
어떤
because of my
사업이나 마케팅적
me
활동을 준비할
going
때에는
too
좀 더
overboard.
새롭고
And next
또
time we will focus on bringing
원활한
something
완성도 높은
fresh
모습들을
and
보여드릴 수
more
있도록
polished work for you.
네, 그러면 오늘
All right,
방송 뭔가 좀 약간
then
무거운 분위기 속에서
this is a
진행이 됐는데
quite heavy
좀
moment for
실망을 하신 것
all of
같아서
us. I
정말
think
마음이
the fans
무겁고
are deeply
어,
frustrated, so we feel
Yeah,
we're
that's
responsible for your
sheesh.
frustration.
확신이든
So our
다시 한번 저희
storylines,
얘네가
illustrations, and
초심을 잃지 않았구나
cutscenes,
이런 것들을 느끼실
we
수
will
있도록
prove
네,
our
다양한 또 좋은
solid
모습들
support for you
보여드리도록
with
하겠습니다.
our
네,
illustrations and
오늘은
cutscenes.
여기에서
So I think
인사드리도록
it's good
하겠습니다.
to say
네,
goodbye
시청해주셔서
here
감사합니다.
now, and thank you so much, everyone.
Time to jump ship? No, I wouldn't say that. Like I was saying, I've been through the Snowbreak censorship, so I'm at least willing to. Snowbreak censored its shit twice, so I'm at least willing to hear out what's going on. But basically, for people that just came in, they're redesigning specific characters, and I'm just gonna specific character costumes if I can find it. So this was like a rough sketch of one of the examples. So they're redesigning medical Club Therese. They're redesigning Refi costume, Ro costume, Ser costume. I don't know which ones. I think they chose like one or two for both, maybe one. And the reason they're doing this basically is like it's a roundabout way to avoid certain themes like schoolgirl. I think Refi, Ro, and Ser coming off very young is also something they're wanting to avoid as well. They said that they're going to be changing her from a schoolgirl to a teacher. So they say they want to keep the same lewdness, but I've been telling people in the chat that it's basically the theme of some of these costumes that they want to change, right? They also finally admitted with the age thing that the reason that they got rid of it, right, was because some characters would look adult, and then you look at the age, and then I think Junhee Lee basically said they'd be a minor, right? So Justia is a perfect example. So they're just avoiding those issues by getting rid of the age thing. So they also said they wouldn't be redesigning just those 3 characters with those specific costumes. Like, for example, Therese, her bikini costume isn't getting changed. Her original costume isn't getting changed. The reason this is getting changed is because she's a schoolgirl. And it comes off as, I guess, like I guess you could say like a minor quote-unquote storyline. I don't know why they're changing Slap Slap Pop. It sounds like I'm actually pissed about that because they've been so vague with Slap Slap Pop. I don't know what's going on. And then the whole thing with Liberta, the Liberta thing was the interaction for Liberta was so wild that they had to postpone the interaction, right? Apparently the theme that they had and all the implications, they were like, oh, this is too much. But then later on, they also said that it may have also been due to how Liberta looks or is perceived. I don't know. But either way, they're not centering Liberta, but I don't know what they're doing with the Liberta gacha skin because they're giving us the special skin for her for free. But I don't know if they're later on releasing her gacha skin. But apparently they want to show us because they're like, bro, it was so lewd that we had to change it. And I don't know. So that's what's happening with the quote-unquote. They called it censorship at the beginning, and then like 10 minutes later, they're like, no, it's more like redesigns. And they've been hinting this whole entire Q&A that it has to do with like certain themes of the characters. Like this guy right here basically said, like, if you look at who we're censoring, you can kind of understand why and what we're doing. So listen, Therese is a lolly? No, it's not that she's a lolly. It's because her theme comes off as like an underage theme. That's what I'm guessing here, right? Because it seems to be in line with some of the other issues. But at the same time, Justia has a schoolgirl outfit too. So I don't know. I think the main reason they're changing it is because of the Glupy Diner interaction. I think that's part of the main reason why they're choosing specifically Teresa. It could be because of her Glupy Diner, because we were like a teacher and she was like a student. So maybe they just want to change it because they want to change the theme to where we're both teachers in the setting, right? So I don't know. Or we weren't a teacher. We're like master and she was like a student. So it could be the theme of the Glupy Diner too. Yeah, but we'll see. I'm really curious on what this is going to lead to because, like I said, I've been through like censorships for plenty of my games. The last one I can remember was Snowbreak. They had to censor not once but twice, and it still worked out for them. So I'm curious as to what these redesigns will even come to. Too popular to it. They actually said on the live stream, because we're becoming more popular, more of these things start to come up, basically is what they said. And I don't think it's necessarily because of, like, maybe people might think Twitter, but I think because of the adult direction they're wanting to go, they want to avoid any issues that people bring up, which is 1, the age, and then 2, certain characters within the game and certain themes. Because they keep saying, we're not changing the lewdness, which I can believe them for now, but I'm curious to see where this is all going to lead, bro, because it's a lot. It's a fucking lot. Oh, God. It's a lot. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. That's pretty much what's going on. Therese is an actual child, and we must protect the pixels. Like, I'll be honest, when they said the stuff about Liberta, I'm like, bro, what are you guys talking about? Because they're not censoring Liberta, but the way they said it, they made it seem like Liberta was like a little bit of an issue. When in the first place they said it was because the interaction was too lewd, which is why they had to cancel the skin for like changes to it. But I don't know, bro. Overall, I mean, we're getting Grenadier and her not her onsen outfit, but her like yokai outfit. And then in February it looks like we're getting I guess I'll just show real quick the Dogtan outfits. People think this is Olivier. I don't know who this is, but yeah. We'll have to see, chat. I was not expecting that at all, bro. I was not expecting that at all. But it's a game, not real life. Yeah, I know. But I think they're so worried about the perception of the game being an adult game and having, I guess, certain themes like that and having a character like Ro, Refi, and Rafitia that I think they want to redesign those so there won't be any issues. Because like we just talked about, they changed up the design, or not the design, they got rid of the ages, and they finally revealed to us why they got rid of the ages. So I'm glad they at least told us that, right? And they, like I said, throughout this live stream, they pretty much alluded to this guy right here, pretty much said, like, if you look at who we're censoring, you'll know why we're doing it. And then they continued to give more hints throughout the stream, but I just didn't like the vagueness of that stream at all. You can't even play BD2 in public? I mean, you can if you turn on the censor. They said censoring, but they make that blade skill cutscene. We need to wait first. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, they said censoring, and then they said redesign, and I was like, okay, bro, like, you guys are making this shit, like, way too confusing. And then they kept bringing up Ventana. I honestly have to rewatch the stream because they kept bringing up how Ventana of an example of, like, dude, I don't even know what they were trying to say with Ventana. Because apparently they were going to a bunch of brands or like figure collectors, and they would mention their game, and apparently they got comments that they don't treat their characters right, which is, I don't know what that means. And then I don't know. There's a lot. Are they attempting a Steam release again? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like they would have mentioned, hey, we're going to reattempt a Steam release.
And these content have to be adjusted, but we do not want to harm the charm of these characters. And we will make sure these changes don't take away from the love you have for these characters, and we are working on even better content ahead. Thanks for
Yo, Meatball here to do post. Listen, Meatball, if we can get through Snowbreak and the censorship shit that happened twice, I can at least see what's gonna happen for this. So I'm gonna be fair to BD2 here and wait this out. Jet AM streamer now? Definitely not. Are they? Oh, hang on. BD2 showed weakness to allow tourists to get in. A bad move. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that, because I don't think they would have gone the first person self-insert direction if it was that, but they actually said it themselves that the game is becoming more mainstream and popular, and they're worried about certain things. In a roundabout way, that's what they said. And for them, that worry is the schoolgirl theme / Glupy Diner with Medical Therese, and then Ro, Refi, and Sayer. But then I don't know why they'd want to get rid of, or I don't know what they're doing with Slap Slap Pop. Did anyone catch that in the chat? If they're changing, did they mention what they're changing with it? That shit bothered me, because I'm like, bro, what's wrong with Slap Slap Pop? This Therese costume and Lolly costumes are being redesigned, and their skill animations redesigned. Everything else is fine. Pretty much. That's pretty much it. Deniz, that's pretty much it. And the thing is, it's not necessarily like they're censoring the design for Therese. They're changing her theme from a schoolgirl to a teacher. Maybe be a Therese. Liberta looks like a child apparently too. I don't know what they were saying with that. That one threw me off. I don't know what they were trying to say. I think they were trying to say, like, it may come off that she looks like that, but that wasn't the reason why they had to stop the interaction gacha skin for selling. Apparently the concept was so wild, and apparently they want to show us, and I would love for them to show us, because I think people would want it anyway, to be honest with you. But they're afraid that it may be too much for the game. Like, it's pushing the limit too far. I don't know. Oh, boy. Defending redesign / censorship is madness. I'm not defending it. I'm not defending it. I've never once asked for censorship or redesigns at all. Right? Like, for example, like in Snowbreak, I was shocked and upset that they censored it once, and then they said they never censored again, and then they censored it again. But it did work out, and Snowbreak is where it's at today. So I'm at least willing to wait out what's going on with BD2. Jet, can you check Discord? Not you? Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, let me check Discord. Meanwhile, Azur Lane. Let me see. I mean, it's not like we're not going to get shit like this. Like, we have shit like this in the game. But I do get what you're saying. Like, she's like obviously a lolly type character, so I don't know. I don't know. No good for first stream of the year. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm curious to what the KR bros are gonna say. Because we can uncensor Snowbreak? Yeah, pretty much. We can uncensor Snowbreak. Because Azur Lane is a Chinese game. I don't know. I feel like Chinese games, they censor more. I feel like Korean games are a lot more open. Yeah, but I'm going to read the patch notes. I don't think I'm going to read them on stream unless they're here now. Yeah, the patch notes aren't out yet, so I'm probably going to let it go and make a video with the patch notes, and I'll probably like clip this whole talk we just had and I'll add that onto it. Azur Lane is Japanese first. Azur Lane is heavily censored in CN, though. Yeah, they are heavily censored. And Azur Lane had to kick off a couple of their skins from the Google store. I don't know if you guys remember that. Azur Lane had to take away, I think it was like 3 skins from the Google store because, I don't know, something happened. So, we'll have to see, man. They said censorship and then said redesign, so it's right now it's very, very sensitive. They're also just to slight subject change, but they're also going to be improving the Zenith and Therese prestige skins. They're going to be adding more stuff to them and rerunning them back in, I think, one in March and one in June. So FYI, those skins are back already. Really? I thought they weren't back. I thought they said you can buy them, but then after that they're not going to release again. Damn, so the skins are back. Okay, never mind. Okay. My bad. I didn't know that. Gotcha. Grenadier gonna be released only to be censored the next week. Yeah, again, it's they're fine with characters like Grenadier, but I guess specifically with the other 3, like they want to redesign those, quote unquote. I'm not saying it's like Snowbreak. I'm saying the situation reminds me of Snowbreak. I'm not saying it's exactly like Snowbreak. I remember a bunch of people quitting Snowbreak after the second wave of censorship just because they did not like them saying, "Oh, we're never going to censor again," and they censored it anyway again. Even though yes, you can uncensor it, but it was the whole issue of them censoring it twice that made so many people upset. I'm not saying it's like Snowbreak. I'm saying it reminds me of Snowbreak and what happened. But we gotta wait and see these quote-unquote redesigns. Didn't they say folks aren't using their web store much? They're probably trying to make sure they don't get delisted so they can keep making money. I don't think it's that either, because it's their own web store page. I think it's because not... I don't know. I'm guessing not many people know about it in general. Grenadier has the same body type as Liberta. No way they are fine. Okay. Well, if they're not, I will definitely be commenting on it for sure. Why did Slap Slap Pop get removed? I have no idea, but this is why I want to wait and see what the fuck they're talking about, cuz it sounds like they're going to get rid of the whole like ass in your face and then that you hit the left cheek and the right cheek. It sounds like they're getting rid of that, which is insane to me cuz it's like, bro, please tell me that's not the case. Because it's like, why else are you delisting Slap Slap Pop until it's redesigned? why else, right? So that's gonna throw me on the edge. I'm gonna be honest, but we'll see. Let's wait for dev notes. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I will have a video up with dev notes. I want to see specifically what they write in there because it's probably gonna be a lot. To be honest with you guys, I might just skip a lot of the other stuff like quality of life and shit. Maybe I mentioned the skins and all that. We're just gonna talk about this as like the main topic, but we'll see. What do you mean you out? Keep streaming? Stream tonight? Possibly tonight. Man, what a horrible live stream. Sad news on the new direction of BD2. Yeah, I mean, look, I can definitely see how this is going to make people pissed. To be honest, I was upset because of how vague they were and, like, just how they weren't being super transparent about it. And they're throwing around censorship and then they say redesign. So people are going to be mad, man. So we got to see where they're going to go because it's going to be rough. Didn't read my chat? Well, Ray, you know. Azure Lane brought those skins back. That's the last chat I saw from you. Read on stream. Villain arc starts. Oh, was it a super chat? Hang on. Time to play ZZZ. Oh, man. Will you play Ludus on Girls from Line 2? Maybe. Time to jump ship to Lost. Bro, it's so crazy how Lost Sword, like overall, it's not BD2 level, but it's like super close for a game that's like 12 plus or like 15 plus. I don't know. It's actually kind of funny. But I just, yeah, again, we'll have to see. Time for ZZZ is crazy. We are touching grass 2026. Hey, man, I'm about to touch some grass right now. All right, guys. Yeah, that's everything. Like I said, we'll talk about this in the video. Yeah, I will get back with you guys very, very soon. Stream possibly later today. I'm out. Later.